they'll formally make either. No, they'll never do that. I don't think. I'm liked in a certain way, but not like that. When does the
Okay.
find stuff out? When we start 15 minutes, we'll be able to show our screens. Well, maybe a little sooner than that because we'll do the countdown.
What's up, Lou? Good morning. What up, Steven? What's going on, guys? Come on, yeah. What's up?
Can't make a spawn trap if I had a rifle. Oh, good. Jeez. Mission is complete. Alright. I wonder, should I go pee before we start? And then I can have the main broadcast on.
I'm sorry, but the person you
Oh no. Just lost your phone. Don't miss. Sarah, Early Bird, Gibby Brown. I had to actually woke up at like 8:30 this morning.
Or when we watch the main broadcast, we watch one here.
Sheesh. Yeah, Mike and my brother Mike and Maria were over today with the baby. She lost her phone. 8:30, yeah. And I went to bed at like 4 o'clock. So, we'll see.
Hey Siri.
What's up, Byron? What's good, man? Yeah, I don't see it. Lost your phone. Yeah. Chicken fried steak? Got you. Yeah, we're waiting for the Call of Duty event to start up.
It's not like the good old days.
It's not like the good old days.
It's not like the good,
It's not like the
good
good
old
old
days.
Stop parroting everything. Instead, drink a
It's
Red
like,
Bull and think for yourselves.
God just went live. Starts in about
You dictate what we do.
12 minutes. So 12 p.m. Eastern, whatever that is. We're gonna be watching it here on the stream. Gonna tell my Discord. Yeah, Bird, come down. What I'm saying? Yeah, we got about 10 minutes.
Called it.
Alright,
Sorry.
it's outside. Yeah, Steve. I was ordered. What's up, Bird?
I'm watching Jesse Lee Peterson, and some guy was like, "What do you trust Vivek Ramaswamy?" He said, "Vivek Ramaswamy."
You're wild.
It is so fucking stupid.
What's up, princess? What's going on? I was shocked they shut down servers. Yeah, dude. That sucked. We actually played on the last day. Got a bunch of dubs. It was fun. It was a good time.
I'm not gonna start my stream.
Dude, my crazy ass woke up at 8:30.
I woke up at 8:30 and I'm sleep for an hour.
Can't sleep. I feel it. That was me last night. What's you up to, Steven?
7 minutes.
Yep.
So they're gonna show the new Warzone map today?
I think so.
From what I saw, that's what it seemed like.
Get to get the butt back. Oh no. I'm sorry.
We're not the fucking best content creators. We need to be. We're not them.
I'm telling you. Where's my invite? Right?
Fucking dorks. They just don't want me to DDT Joe Wall.
Yeah.
Imagine if I just
Look at this. What up, Grizzly? My hand? Yeah, it's fine. So I got like weakness in my wrist. And like I wear this earlier just to kind of give it like support. Without it, like my wrist is like kind of floppy.
What are you excited to see? Warzone. I'm here for Warzone, baby. I'm here for everything. I'm excited for the multiplayer as well, but you guys know I'm here for I need to see it. I need to see some slide canceling in that Warzone game. Some movement, some speed. Well, I think that's how a lot of the competitors feel for sure. It was interesting.
Nice day for a stream. Real nice day.
This is about like getting back to our roots. Like for you, when you think back to the early days, like what's your first like memory of Call of Duty? Call of Duty 4, first game that got me started. After that, it was just World at War, and then every COD title from there on out. Just growing up playing the game with friends, it was just
Dude, he feels so young. He said Call of Duty 4 is his first game he played. First title. Forgot.
Oh,
See you later. Like, bro.
the first one
Jesus.
I played was Call of Duty.
Yeah, literally. Call of Duty.
Call of Duty. When the fucking cartoon guy had the fucking green helmet on the
Yeah.
cover. Dude, look at me.
You don't like Z Later? Rip. I think he's a great player.
I think they're all a bunch of big fat phonies.
Lovely Low. I like her content. Her and Slater together crack me up.
Yeah, I was gonna kind of ask that next. Like,
Have you ever played Scum?
here it is.
I'm not.
It's been careers, or it's been friendships.
Jordy!
relationships, like,
What's good, bro?
it's been much more than just a video game.
Yeah, her and Slater together
Is this
when I do like the son, mom, son content. So funny.
No other game has done that for me, and I think they've really done a lot of innovation in Battle Royale, and I'm just really excited to see what they bring next.
The one, the only Dr. Lupo. Sir, how you doing?
I'm fantastic. I'm
Lupo.
36 years old. Managed to get out of bed this morning, so that's good.
I'm 38, and it was hard.
Old as hell.
I do. The lack of hair really makes me look far older. But hey, what are you most excited for? What do you want to see this weekend?
I'm looking for more and more opportunities than we've ever had before for me to get probably overextend,
Don't joke, first
get
when I
knocked,
was
eliminated,
Black
and
Ops.
scream at my teammates for
Yeah.
not carrying me. And then when we do win, taking 95% of the credit.
So some changes to Warzone, maybe, is what you're looking for?
That sounds like what we've been doing already. But yeah, if you want to call it that, sure.
My stream's
For
laggy.
you, what does
No.
God mean to you? Like, you know, you said you're 36, you've been playing for a
I don't
long
know.
time. What does it mean to you?
All right, first off, that hurts a lot, reminding me that I am that old.
You're
No,
welcome.
I think
I've got
Call of Duty for a long time has been one of those games
good
that brings friends
stats.
together to do, silly crap or run around having fun in multiplayer or screaming at each other in Warzone when people aren't pulling their weight. The banter is
What up,
always like
Zoodle?
number one.
What's good, bro?
I appreciate it. Have fun, man.
Is this guy a streamer?
Awesome to see
Josh?
you.
Lupo? Yeah,
Okay.
he's pretty big. He played a lot with like Ninja, stuff like that.
Okay.
He raises like a shitload of money for like St. Jude's.
Okay.
Like more than I've seen anyone ever raise.
That's good. Sweet.
Come on for sleeps. Alright, princess. You have a good night. Talk to you later. What up, Willie? Two and a half minutes, baby. What are we gonna see? So we know they're gonna show off a bunch of multiplayer. I think the new Warzone map. I don't know.
What if like a bunch of them go to sign into their accounts and they're all permanently banned?
It'd be funny.
I'd die, bro. What if it was like all the real big ones too, like
Yeah.
them?
Ooh, that hat looks fire. 20% off. Godfall 20. Bro, gotta go to
Where are you?
Disabled
at?
Gamer.
Fucking.
I watch it on Twitch.
Oh.
It's gonna be way faster. Actually, you should watch it on Twitch, because you'll get bonuses or something. Or it might work on YouTube. I don't know.
I don't want to buy any of that stuff.
What up, Swerve?
What up, chat? How you guys doing this afternoon? We're just watching the COD next event.
Yeah, we know.
Nothing special.
I mean, they say movement's back, slide cancel. What else?
Oh, it's about to start. Oh, it's
Dude, I wanna know.
scary.
I wanna know if we're getting Verdansk. We know it's in the what is it? The campaign.
Yeah.
But like, are we gonna get it anywhere else?
Yeah. Probably. You know how they go.
Which is funny though, because if it's in that campaign, that means they remade it. They updated it. So, I mean, well, we need like choppers back instead of these like dumb ones we got now.
Right.
The
All they had to
James,
do was
10 seconds,
all they had
guys.
to do was take the old game and just update it, and that's all they had to do, and they did.
I mean, that's what they did, but instead
They
of
tried to do
that's
it.
what I mean, according to them, that's what they did. But yeah, here we go, guys.
Right.
Gonna start it up. Gonna get a trailer.
Ready up.
20
You know
years.
who we are?
Going so. This is Ghost.
Woods.
Mason.
Farah.
Russell Adler. Captain Price. Going dark.
Everybody ready?
The live stream starts right after we do.
Look at that.
Alright.
That's the kind I remember. But the flamethrowers used to be crazy.
I just got Call of Duty.
Just got back from a master's test. Glad I work. Did you pass? Or do you know yet?
Well, that zombie looks sweet.
Well, it's not over yet.
Damn.
Trust me.
Anyone else think this itself looked better than the previous game?
Give us the fire. We'll give them hell.
Hell yeah, Joe. That's fucking dope. Good shit, Swerve.
What?
He passed his, master's test.
Yeah, the masturbator test. I'm proud of you.
Yeah. 20 years of God.
As the iconic
3.5
Captain
hours?
Price once said,
Fuck.
it's a good time to take inventory.
Oh, you're way
this
back there.
month, we are celebrating 20 years of Call of Duty. With all the matches played and missions completed, our history is made up of the incredible experiences
Yeah,
created
Switch
by
is like
you, the players.
right
On
up there.
behalf of all of us who work to bring these games to life each day, thank you for sharing this journey with us. We have some amazing in-game
Who's this
rewards
chick?
we will be announcing later in the show, but for now,
What about
we wanted
Eduardo?
to take a moment to reflect. You are
He's
the
related
reason
to
for the
Edward
success
Snowden.
of these
That's his
games, and
sister.
from all of the teams across the world, we're grateful and humbled at your ongoing support, enthusiasm, and dedication to all things COD. While we celebrate this milestone, we are also looking ahead to the next chapter of awesome moments together. Today, you will see and hear all the details of Modern Warfare 3 multiplayer, an exclusive look at Modern Warfare Zombies, a brand new
Oh.
Warzone map, Warzone mobile news, and more. In
So we
Call of
get a look
Duty,
at-
no one fights alone. So we
get to
brought
look at
250 creators from around the
zombies.
world to drop in live here at Call of Duty Next. And first up, this is Modern Warfare 3 multiplayer.
We get this, okay. So we got multiplayer first.
She's not even looking at the camera. She looks like she's looking
I'm
up.
feeling good, bro. Feeling real good, Eduardo. See, I can't wait for, the Warzone updates. Do they love using Eminem for their trailers? I think the last one get Eminem too.
Yeah. Yo, what up, what up, what up, what up?
I still think it's weird that the maps are all old maps.
Yeah, it's kind of,
Granted.
lackluster.
They're great maps, but like,
Doesn't matter. It's just lackluster.
full price,
Shows no creativity.
Eminem does go with it, for sure. That bomb drone looks sweet.
Yeah, this is just a cinematic.
They still got the climb mechanic. Don't tell me that.
Nice, wow. I never played Car Crash before.
November 10th. Right about the way.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Call of Duty Next. We have an action-packed
I don't
day
know.
in store for you with
December, I think they
gameplay
said.
and game details for Modern Warfare 3, Call of Duty Warzone, and Call of Duty Warzone Mobile. There are over 250 creators
They
behind
definitely
us ready to
got
dive
that,
into these games.
Elgato
And we're so
sponsorship.
excited to be here with you today to unveil the future of Call of Duty. I'm Golden Boy, your host for today, alongside the one and only Stephanie Snowden. You may know her as the Studio Communications Director, and we are thrilled to go into what's going to be upcoming for the 20th year of Call of Duty, which is bonkers.
It's a little bit younger than us.
Let's go.
Just a little bit.
Just a touch. Thank you so much for not revealing my age.
Oh, you're quite welcome. We don't not here at the safe place. Thank you. I'm thrilled to be here. It is an electric
Edward
atmosphere.
Snowden.
It's absolutely incredible.
Transition.
It's his
And I
twin
am
sister.
so
Twin-
ready to talk about Call of
Jesus
Duty.
Christ.
It's been an entire calendar year of us saying next. Well, guess what? That starts today. We're here to talk about Modern Warfare 3, and we're going to be getting into gameplay
He had to sneak back into
very,
the country
very
somehow,
soon. But
Josh.
we have some amazing guests
What's
coming
up,
in
Mark?
from the studios. I can't wait.
Dude,
Yeah, that's
the
right. We also have some awesome
Call of Duty
viewership
Next
rewards as well
events.
for people to watch at home. Isn't that right, Steph?
It's true. Make sure you're dialed in on the broadcast here at COD Next, because you will have a chance to unlock in-game rewards for Modern Warfare 3 just for watching this stream on the official Call of Duty or Twitch YouTube channels. Take a look and chat on either of these streams for more details for your
No, I'm not
chance
playing.
to earn some of the
We'll just do it like a,
loot on the screen.
review party.
I want that
What up,
weapon
AJ?
charm.
Yeah, that's right.
What's good, brother?
Make sure you go out there.
Turn my
Watch
phone
it.
on.
I mean, honestly,
Yeah.
there's no reason for you not to. But we've got some good stuff coming up on the horizon. But Steph, what do we have coming up?
Yeah, I
first?
wonder
This is
if
one I'm very excited.
the
about.
players
we
there
are diving
get
straight
special
into Modern Warfare 3
in item-
multiplayer. Joining us
in-game
now,
items.
the multiplayer
just
team
want
from
the charm.
Sledgehammer Games. Adam Iskov, Senior
Yeah,
Development
that's why I'm
Director.
watching it.
Greg Reisdorf,
And,
Multiplayer Creative Director. And Kim
you
Weigand,
get it on
Development
YouTube,
Director.
too.
Guys, welcome. I am so stoked to talk about your game.
Same.
Where
Great to
do
be
we
here.
even start?
He said
You
same.
know, I have an idea, but
Yeah, we have a run-up show. We have a direction that we're going to go in, thankfully. But guys, this has to feel very freeing. It has to feel like now you're going to be able to talk about this thing that you've been working on for so long here, and you're going to also have these incredible creators playing it all in real time.
Yeah, it's wonderful to be here. It's wonderful
What's
to
up,
have all
Zeno?
the creators being able to play, give us
How's it
feedback
going
on the
today, bro?
game right away, and have everybody playing beta tomorrow. It's going to be great.
jump right into beta tomorrow.
That's a
Of course, we'll be
lie.
talking about that more
Everybody's
later,
not
remind you.
playing
But we're going to get
beta.
straight into
PlayStation
gameplay
is.
for the folks behind us. But before we do, Greg, can you give us a top line of what the community can really expect
To get perks
in
or
the multiplayer experience for Modern Warfare
per
3?
game?
We have one of the greatest
Nice.
sets of launch maps
Hell
ever
yeah.
coming to the game.
That's
and
sweet.
we've taken these maps
Wonder
and
what
we've
they get.
really revitalized them and modernized them with the latest in visuals,
So long.
audio, effects,
Literally a year.
as well as gameplay coming to bat on those. And it's just fantastic to have them. We also have a ton of new mechanics coming into the game around movement, around being able to be responsive in the moment in that combat. And we have
Just
one of
Lupo.
we have the largest set of weapons ever in Modern Warfare in multiplayer.
Yeah, with carry forward from Modern Warfare 2, of course, you're going to be taking your inventories with you.
That's
We'll
huge.
Be reminding people throughout the day. But with that largest weapon slate coming to multiplayer in Modern Warfare 3, very exciting stuff.
Yeah, no, I'm looking forward to seeing.
I wonder
as soon
how,
as gamers all just decide to
overpowered
load up and get into the action.
the,
It's gonna be really pumped.
the new
We're gonna be
weapons
all
are
really
gonna be.
pumped to just see it because I had a chance to play it, and I really did enjoy it. I really
Sometimes
did enjoy it. So
I
I
do
mean, credit
this.
to you guys for making something that is not just fun, but also brings back a very familiar feeling for old heads like myself that just like me some good old-fashioned boots on ground.
Come here.
You know?
Thank you. That is awesome. We play it every day, and like every day I come in, I'm excited to play it. I'm excited to get in there and just grind away.
Yeah, and each year, with
Dr.
the
Grabber's
franchise,
here.
we intend to take a
I
step
mean-
forward. Modern Warfare 3 is
That'd be
definitely
sweet.
that. It's the next chapter. We're progressing things. And one of the things you mentioned that I think we'll be talking a lot about today is this player freedom in a lot of different ways. Adam, what can we expect to see down there when the gameplay starts?
I think we've already heard some great positive feedback from the people that really know this game and, breathe it every day. So I think once the gameplay kicks off and everybody is able to get their hands on it in the beta tomorrow, we're really going to see, continued positive sentiment around the feel of Modern Warfare 3.
Well, you know what? I think the time for talk is past, and it brings me great joy to say, let the games begin, and let's check out Modern Warfare 3 for the first time on stream. This is so exciting. And I look, there's going to be a lot to dive into. We're going to be pretty much here the entire time talking through this and then pointing out things that we see, things that catch our attention that we want to highlight for the community. And as it stands right now, I mean, we have all these incredible creators, Stephanie, that are participating in this. And you know that they're loving every minute of it. Playing some Kill Confirm with the homies, always a good time.
Yeah, I think we want to start off with talking about maps. There's so much to talk about, but let's start small for today.
I mean, it looks
We're gonna
fast.
be playing 5 maps here, and those are the 5 multiplayer core 6v6 maps that are in beta. Greg, you want to take us through what we're?
It's just
what
like
we're gonna see?
laggy.
Yeah, of course. Well, right now we're watching a little bit of Skid Row, and that is
I think it's them.
a great map. to have.
Iconic.
We have Rust here, and again,
This
Rust
literally
is-
does
There's so much
look the
happening in
same
these
though.
maps.
Just
And Adam,
Modern Warfare
what else?
2.
What else are we gonna have in the beta?
Well, so
Favela.
as Stephanie mentioned,
Different
today we're
mechanics.
playing
That's what I
5
said.
of the 16 core
There's Iceman.
6v6s that we're launching on day 1 with Modern Warfare 3. So we're talking
Those
Favela,
can't be,
Estate, Rust,
Final
Skid
graphics,
Row,
though.
High Rise,
Yeah.
all of which are stone cold classics
Who's that,
that
Shotzi?
we've modernized to accommodate the Modern Warfare 3 updated player mechanics and movement and gameplay and weapon feel.
Yeah.
So
He's testing it
really
out.
excited to get a little taste of what's going to be in the
Do
beta.
it, Isaac.
And then
Let us know.
give players some excitement around what's launching on day 1.
It's really fun for me, as I had mentioned previously, having played and competed way back in the day in Modern Warfare 2 and stuff, and seeing these maps return again. Because, I look at Favela and I remember, a long time ago, and Clayster eliminated me from a Game Battles tournament and absolutely bopped me in the middle, in front of all my friends. He doesn't remember it, but I remember it for the rest of my life.
That's all that
And Favela,
matters.
You know what it like
holds
it?
a special place in my heart.
I mean, you
I
did
think
call
the
that.
coolest thing for me is dropping into a brand new set of maps, but having enough familiarity. I know right where I am, right?
The new set of maps.
A lot of
Bro,
what we've
they're
done and what we're going
all
to see today are
gold.
these great sledgehammer touches that you guys have
Yeah,
brought to
16
these
old
maps, made
4 new
modern
ones,
for Modern
cool.
Warfare 3.
Fucking great
That's right.
development.
We've stayed true to the original level
What
design
were
and
you
layout of,
developing?
of the
Nothing?
original
I think it
map.
looks a
So if
little
you remember some sweet
faster,
spots,
so
some lines of sight
that
from the
slide
originals,
looked
those are still going to be
quicker.
there. But we've also made some adjustments to just make them feel better for Modern Warfare 3's player movement and weapon feel. And we feel like it's a really happy medium and a great balance between the two.
High Rise.
Here's my personal favorite, Kim.
Agreed.
I would like to
Agreed.
talk to you about this. Fellow high-rise stands, where are you at? I know you're back here.
I see players are already figuring out some of the Easter eggs of the original maps of how to get back into it.
Oh, yeah. Well, there was only one way to try and take over Bombsite and S&D. You had to hit the little catwalk on the opening of the map. Come on, guys.
Everybody yesterday, I saw all the creators. At
What up,
the
Steven?
corporate event. They're all like, I'm
what's in
sniping
the,
off the map. I'm sniping off the
Modern
wall.
Warfare
On
3,
high-rise. Watch me. I'm a 360 off it. I'm
reveal.
like, oh, here we
Kinda
go.
next
We're already
event.
there.
So good. It was so important
Kick
to
back
us
and
to
relax.
keep all of those opening moves that you remember from back in the day, and being able to have those in the game, but also have this
Baby.
modernization of the movement, how we're
Get
able
it.
to work with the high mantles in the game now, like
Yeah.
all of this stuff that we're
Like,
watching in
it's
high
sad.
res.
I'm
You
sorry,
can now
dude. It's
go
sad
over
to
a
me
lot
that
of
they're
this with
making
mantles, and you can go
they're
over,
making
like you can
people
use
pay
slide
$70
canceling,
for
you
this.
could do all of
Well, I
that.
was going to
in-
ask you
Yeah.
about that. Did that
For old maps.
create a
For old
layer
maps
of,
and updated
maybe
mechanics,
some
like that's
complexity with the
literally an
slide
upgrade, a
canceling and
$20
stuff like that,
upgrade.
like trying to
Yeah.
ensure that the maps don't
I
get
paid
just
30 for it.
completely turned
You get it
upside down on its
16.
head.
It does, and one of the things about these maps is these maps were made 14 years ago, like,
Yeah.
and to have that, like, we had to make them ready to go for 2023, right? We've added that modernization to them, to what gamers expect, to what our Call of Duty
Game design
fans.
changed a lot in those
Right,
years.
Yeah, it is, and you have to bring everything up to the standard of today. And
I
when
feel like they should,
we've
like,
gone through and we've
focus less
maintained a
on the
lot of that
multiplayer,
within
more on
these maps.
Warzone.
And there's a few places where we've had
What'd
those
you say, Bird?
exceptions for that,
I
but
said
for
I
the
feel
most
like they should
part,
focus
like you can go in
less
those
on the
lines of sights that
multiplayer,
were there
more on
are
Warzone.
still there, and you're gonna have fun
Yeah.
to do those opening moves, those opening snipe shots, especially in high rise, just off the bat.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. And keeping that
It's so different, but, like-
the maps, like, because I know that there's going to be more down the line.
Oh,
right?
for sure.
Let's
So,
talk about the launch maps. Yeah.
so in addition to these 5
Can't remember
right
the
today,
maps.
day
Just
one
like
on
two
launch, we're going to get the rest of the 16
Wake ups.
OGs from 2009. So
200
yeah, so we're
bucks?
talking Karachi,
Damn.
Invasion, Afghan,
Yeah.
Quarry, Skid Row,
So expensive in,
Subbase,
Australia.
Rundown. Yeah, like it's all there and on and on.
Oh, we got
so
the scrap.
Yeah, so we're super
Scrapyard.
excited to be bringing
Terminal.
those. And in addition to those OGs, we have some new ground war maps that we're launching too. So
What's up?
we have 3
You see what
ground
Nick
war
Burke
maps
said
that are
about
brand
swag?
new,
No.
which is the the traditional
He
like
said,
32v32 vehicle gameplay. Yeah,
Yes.
so that's
He
going to be
said,
an awesome,
somebody in his chat was like, "Oh, swag
alternative
cheats."
for
He's
people
like,
if they
"No,
want
he's
to take a
not
break from
good enough to
66 or
Yeah.
just
You want to go bigger, but you don't necessarily want to
For
dive
now.
fully into Warzone.
What's up,
You
bro?
have ground war. That is so for people like me who like, big, crazy, like huge battles. Like this is so exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotta be honest.
Mode for that. And
Even, like,
aside
the,
from Ground War,
sound
I'm excited to
sounds
say
the
that
same.
there is another mode coming back
the
that
same game.
many of us know and love originally from
Like
Call of
Mike
Duty
was
World War
arguing
II,
with me. He's like,
and
"Yeah,
that is
Warzone's
War
going to
Mode.
be a
That's right.
completely
Wow,
new
we
game."
are
I said,
super,
"No, it's
super. I
just gonna
mean,
be a
War Mode
update."
holds a
Yeah.
special
I
place
said,
in
"It's
my
gonna be a
heart
new map with
from
updated-
2017.
No, it's a
it's
new brand
it's a
new
brand
game.
new map that's
I'm like,
launching
"No,
on
it's
day one
not,
as
bro."
well.
I'm like,
It's got the
Mike don't know
Defender gameplay that we remember
what he's
from the
talking
mode,
about.
the linear objectives,
I'm like, "No,
the
dude, it's the
buildables,
same
the
game,
scripted
just
events.
updated."
It's really exciting to see that be part of our
This
day
used
one
to
launch
be
slate as well.
my favorite
Awesome.
map.
So we've got Ground
Favela.
Right here.
War, we've got
Yeah.
Core 6v6, we've got War Mode, and a little something we're going to get to later in the show, a brand new mode coming to multiplayer that will be available at launch
right.
and also playable in the beta. Very
That's right.
exciting.
Yeah.
Very exciting stuff.
Yeah, it's really so cool to see a lot of these players get back to the roots, because you can even see it. Like something I always
This will be
enjoyed
on
about
beta
a lot of these like big reveal events,
for
right?
PlayStation?
Everyone loads in,
Oh,
they're
look,
just
tomorrow?
seeing these maps for the first time.
No.
They're
He has my
seeing them with
fucking-
fresh eyes.
He had my
But here,
my fucking
that's not the
triangle
case. We got a lot of
stuff.
familiarity here, and now they're the fresh eyes
Nice.
going to be like, what did they add? What did they contribute to like make this into
Are
their
we getting
own
a Pride
version of the
98
map?
this one or
But I
no?
do appreciate as a competitor
No idea.
that you guys really focused on keeping the core of the maps.
We love these maps. Like these
Yeah.
are. We've adopted
That's
these
not-
maps internally
yeah,
at
yeah.
Sledgehammer. We treat them as our own.
Yeah, beta's
And
tomorrow
we've gone through
for
every nook
PlayStation.
and cranny,
Here's what
understanding them,
listen,
understanding
so
where
they-
all of
they
the
just
Easter
showed
eggs are,
Swag
where
for a
all the
couple
line
minutes.
sites
They
are.
showed,
We have tons and
Iceman
tons
for a
of
couple minutes.
Yeah.
PowerPoints
showed
about
Scrub
it.
for 2
That
seconds,
just
and he's
allow
like
us to
the
go
best
through
on
and
all of
really
Yeah.
understand like what makes
The
these
fuck?
maps work.
What is wrong
And
with
then
these
what we've done is
people?
we've taken that nostalgia.
I don't
and
know,
we've also
Steven.
added that modernization of spice
I
on
think
top
pre-order
of it. That when you're playing
that
these, when you're coming back
there might
to
be
them,
open.
it is familiar.
I don't know yet.
But also
I
new
didn't
at the
see.
same time.
No,
Where
I
you're
did
now
see.
able to
I don't
tackle
remember.
things that you were never able to get to. You're able to get up on top of things. Right here, we're watching.
Oh, there we go.
some
Yeah.
I-
There it is.
I
There it
live
is.
here. I live here.
Right on. And to Greg's point too, when these
Yo,
maps
can we see
first came
some
out in 2009,
gameplay?
Hardpoint did not exist.
No, I just wanna
Kill
see
Yeah.
Confirm
Warzone
did
or
not
something.
exist. So those are brand new modes for these maps that were never
Well,
experienced.
I'm interested to see how those modes.
Nobody
potentially,
cares. It should have been a mechanic. It
elevate
should have
some
been
of
from
these
day one.
maps that
Shut
maybe
up.
were
Yeah.
less played, like competitively or even casually
No
back
shit,
in the
dude.
day.
New experience.
Whole new experience.
Yeah.
Whole new experience. You have some of those maps, those larger maps in, Modern Warfare 209, like Derail and Underpass.
Who cares?
And those play
Still the same
fantastic when you
game.
get into 10v10 or 12v12. We've had those. Those modes are
is
coming.
that the,
They're gonna come out after launch. And it's just fabulous to be able to play them on there. We also have control for those,
Yeah,
EDL players.
Yeah.
down there.
EDL
It's like
folks.
the,
Yes.
And that's going to be
Yeah,
amazing to
Nozzle.
watch the competitive community.
Yeah,
go
it's
to
high
those
rise.
maps and really
It's old map.
play them and
it just looks a little
understand what's
different,
happening.
doesn't it?
Well, this
Well,
is.
we're watching some great
What is that?
confirmed
That
action
looked
here.
cool.
We've been flipping around a bit, and I
Yeah, they added
find me
this
in that
to
sniper range.
Al-Mazrah.
That's all I gotta say on High Rise. I will
This
be
is
there.
an old
I'll
map.
be waiting for you in the beta tomorrow.
This is so great.
ADS ready.
But it's
I know we've been
definitely
talking a lot about the
Al-Mazrah.
20-year anniversary of Call of
Snipey
Duty, but, like,
snipes,
what better
come
way
at
to
me.
celebrate that than with
These classic
dropping
maps.
all of these
Yeah.
Them
16
quick
day
scopes.
one.
We're looking at high rise in 2023.
Yeah.
It's so cool. I'm just gonna take a moment to appreciate that. Like,
You see that?
you know, it's
Yeah.
not every day that you get to
Sound cannon.
not just go back and like relive
Yeah,
things
you
that
feel
you
sort of different
enjoyed
world.
so much growing up, but then also to there are some streamers here who are younger than
50
Call
Cent?
of Duty's launch,
Yeah.
you know, 20 years ago. So they're going to get to
50 Cent.
experience this really with a fresh coat of paint for the first time ever. That has to feel quite liberating
Way too
for
young.
you guys, wouldn't you say?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think
It could be
really these
25,
maps
yeah.
hold up for, you know, old school veterans as well as like people who are brand new to Call of Duty. If this is your first game
50
playing
Cent
Call of
first
Duty,
round?
you're obviously
Never
gonna
been a
have
better
great
time to
Yeah.
jump in. Yeah, I mean, you're absorbing so much of COD's history. To your point, what a better way to celebrate 20 years of Call of Duty than with these iconic maps returning in an all-new way. And we're going to talk about all those new ways as part of the, you know, the innovation
You know what's funny?
brought to gameplay.
All these
in just a
streamers
second. But we want
that
to
are
remind
here,
the audience out there that while you're
guarantee
watching
you,
gameplay today,
90%
you will get to play it
don't give a
starting
fuck
tomorrow.
about-
Take a look
about
here
the
at
player.
the beta schedule
No.
for players who pre-order
They're
on
there
PlayStation
playing,
starting
but they're
tomorrow,
like,
and next
"Alright,
week for players
can we
who
try
order
Warzone yet?
on Xbox
Can we
and
try it
PC.
yet?"
The maps,
Yeah, can
modes,
we play?
weapons you're seeing here today, those are in beta. And so are 2 new ground war maps and in-game rewards for playing.
they
so
should've
anyway,
brought, like,
take
2
a look,
different
take
people.
Open
notes here
beta
with the pros playing,
October 8th
tune into the
through
stream,
10th
get some hot tips
They
for
should've
yourself
brought,
and your
the
friends back
PlayStation.
tomorrow.
multiplayer
7th
stuff to this.
for pre-order.
It's going to be quite exciting to see, you know, everyone across like all the different platforms, just like going live, playing COD, like, and then again
When
loading
does
up
the
and then
game
seeing
come
like
out itself?
Scrapyard or High Rise.
November
It just
10th.
blows my mind. I genuinely am so excited about this. But you know, there are a lot of like maps that returning fans like myself definitely will enjoy. But you know, I love some new. You know, is there anything that we should be expecting, you know, like post-launch as far as like maps go?
Oh, definitely. I am very, very excited to tell you both today that starting Season 1, we have a bunch of new maps coming. So Season 1, we're dropping 3. Season 2, dropping 3 more new ones. So over the course of our entire live season, there will be 12 new 6v6 maps coming to Modern Warfare 3.
Awesome.
So
Launching
you
with
can,
16,
Should have launched with
12
that.
down the road. That is a
right.
big map pool to choose from.
and these are all
guy
different
sucks.
sizes of maps, different
Oh, sorry, the
locales,
dog is there.
for all different play styles. You know, you might see 1 or 2 fan favorites come back as well over the course of live season.
that a
But
shotgun
we have a
like
bunch
that?
of
Yeah,
new
there's
maps
a
coming that
shotgun.
we're really excited about.
Dude.
And those are 6v6
Yep,
competitive
6v6.
maps that players can play.
So,
there are other maps in there as well.
what
that
they're
we'll talk about
saying,
when we get into the live season.
because we're
but
getting
6v6
16
core
old maps
Stay tuned.
right off the bat.
day
And
one,
guess what? With all
then
of those
over
maps,
the course of a year,
it's back.
12 new
You know what you
ones.
can do with them? You can
So
vote.
they're not
We're
even
going to
giving
see it
us
in
the
a
same
lobby
amount of
soon, but
old
map
ones as our
voting
new
is
ones as there
back,
are old ones.
folks.
Yeah, that's
It's
huge.
just
Get
mostly
excited.
old.
I mean, the community has been thrilled. I can't wait to see it in
That's
action
the
here
most
today.
Call of
I'll be
Duty
taking
thing
notes
I've
on
ever heard.
which ones we know
Yeah.
are the ringers of
But
the
again,
group.
I don't
think we have a good feeling.
play multiplayer.
Somebody voted for a state
I don't
sniper
care.
here. We're looking at a state.
Oh,
right
nice,
now.
Yeah, me
yeah.
neither.
Somebody voted for that.
I-
Yeah, that's
The
a
state.
snipers.
And honestly,
like
It's
that.
a fun map.
play multiplayer.
I think we,
shit.
Always have.
we have an idea of where the maps are going to land in the
Yep.
voting.
Just
But
to
when you,
level up.
when you account for the new modes, the modes that you were never
Yeah.
Yeah, I
playing in
think
there
that's
before,
stupid.
when you get
Since
into
they're
hard
incorporating
point
all the
and you
guns
need
and
that
all
space
the-
to have that
since they're
rotation,
carrying over all the guns,
it'll be interesting
you
to
shouldn't
see
have to
what
buy
ones are
Modern
going to
Oh,
pop.
Warfare
that's
to
what
play
I'm
shit,
looking
man.
forward to.
It's
I
literally
want to
like
jump
just-
into
it's
a
there,
private match
you know what
lobby
I
with
mean?
my friends and run around
Yeah, I
and
don't
see what
know.
the hard points are on you know, these like on Derailed or something like that. Because yeah, Skid Row, like I was actually talking with Nameless in the back about this. It's like these maps now, like you have maps like Skid Row that could actually like be
Phase
potentially
dirty.
viable, like competitively, which is quite exciting. It just changes the entire like feel of the offering, which you know we didn't have back then.
We've honestly already been talking to CDL a little bit about some of their favorites, about what they might want to play, and it's great to get their feedback early on.
Oh,
and see how
Lupo.
competitive.
All right, we're looking at Lupo, my guy Lupo. He is
good at sniping.
in his loadout editor. We can get a good look here. He's got the lightweight boots. And Kim,
Lightweight
I would love if
boots.
you would take us through what we're seeing here and how loadout select
How's this work?
has changed and what players can expect.
Yeah, so what you're seeing here, so someone is looking at our boots category. This is actually one of our new categories for
Yeah,
perks.
this looks like
So we've split up the perks into 3 different categories. We have boots, gloves, and gear. And you're going to see some fan favorites come back. We've remixed some of the perks, and we've brought some new ones into the
This is
fray.
weird.
Now, they're all also
That skin looks
represented
cool.
With physical gear items.
everybody,
So
make sure to
everything
hit
that you
that like
see
button
there
if you
has some
can.
contextualization for players. So it's not just a list of things you're selecting from. It's like you're getting these movement boosts because you're bringing in boots, or you're
Yeah.
getting this weapon handling bump because you're bringing in gloves. So we really like to add that sort of context
So
for
on top
players
of
to understand what they're bringing in.
attachments.
Yeah, it's different,
For
it's
your
logical, but
weapons.
you're also going to see some of the same perks that we know and love. So
yeah.
Your
most people will be
perks
familiar with
are
them,
now
but presented in an all new way. What are you
items?
guys most excited about to see here with
Drag
players
truck mode,
getting into that
stay
loadout
alive.
edit, kind of
I haven't played
customizing
it.
these builds out for their playstyle?
I mean, I played it.
For me, it's all of the movement
Uh,
aspects of it.
Warzone
So we
1,
have so many
just
things
like,
that are
okay.
on there on perks that
Yeah.
are
She
around.
carries, she
We have
shouldn't
one that
even be
allows
there.
you to slide further.
The knee pads.
Yeah, the knee pad. The
Really?
Greg, I've been
tactical
using the
pad.
Yeah,
I've
dude,
been
she
using
got
the
permanently
tactics.
banned.
And
funny.
we have the lightweight boots. We have
What's
the
he
King
sorry?
sneakers. I also hear they're your favorite.
Look, I'm sneaky. I'm trying to move. I
Yeah.
need all the help I can get.
Yeah.
We need all the things.
So, and those are just going to
Day
cancel
of
out your
Trey
your
and
noise
Jay.
when you're moving
Trey
around.
and
They're
Jay.
going to
Trey
eliminate
and
footsteps.
the true silent movement
The
perk
true silent
is
movement
back.
perk
Yep.
is there.
Can confirmed, have used it, heard nothing. So it is very silent.
Hopefully it was only footsteps.
Oh yeah, no, I could.
But it seems like
also, you know, I mean, I can't
perks
hear
are
anymore. I'm
still
old age anyway.
perks.
No, no.
Keep
Just
making
different
these
names.
Old jokes. I don't know what's happening.
They're items.
But hey, I guess when you're talking about Call of Duty having been around for so
You
long,
wanna
it's amazing how we've all
hands?
just grown up with
Put on
this,
some
right?
gloves.
And you guys are seeing these things that happened back then. You know, the way the game was
Yeah, it
made, and
looks
you're
like they just
taking ways to like
renamed
improve upon it while also again keeping it very familiar, but also keeping it very fresh. Something that really stuck out to me, Kim, is you know you guys bringing back that classic radar, right? You know, you got your
Classic
mini map
mini-map.
with red dots on there.
Yeah.
I love it. I'm glad that
They
came
brought back
Yeah, we are
the
too.
red
I mean,
dot.
so any unsuppressed
like,
weapon
bro,
fire will show up
why
with the
did it
red dot
even
on the mini
leave?
map, and we think it's really just a core intel piece for our player base for Modern Warfare 3. We really want to make sure that people know where the firefights are happening, really understand, you know, and as we mentioned earlier about just knowing the maps and being very familiar and nostalgic with those things. Like you can see the red dots on the mini maps, and you can understand. I know the map already potentially coming in. I know how I'm going to flank. I know where we're going to go.
The rest looks
You can
good.
Strategize more with your teammates. So, you know, we really just felt that bringing back the classic was absolutely the way to go.
Weepo's
Classic gameplay
going off with
to
this
classic
shotty.
maps. I think to your point, on these maps, it makes perfect sense, especially with the familiarity. And even for new players, you're going to figure these maps out quickly. But it's it feels right. It feels great. I've really loved seeing it. You have a direct way to engage.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited to hear you guys talk about that. And that's not the only piece of classic gameplay that you'll see returning in Modern Warfare 3.
Oh. Tell me more.
Tell me more. We've talked about a little bit of movement, but I'd like to get
Damn.
into some of the nitty-gritty. Slide animation cancel, reload animation cancel. They're both back.
Yeah. So we felt really strongly about
They're
bringing
both
back
back.
slide cancel and reload cancel.
I thought it'd be cool to
you
take
know,
it
and
out.
Both of those things,
The
really, the
community
core was
bitched.
we wanted players
So,
to feel responsive.
we waited a
and
whole
feel
year.
Like they had a lot
Put
of
it back.
options. So we
Yeah.
know that
Slide
when you commit to
cancel,
doing a
slide reload,
you're stuck on
or
a pretty linear
cancel,
trajectory. We know
reload.
that when you're doing a reload, some of those weapons have really long reloads. It's a real big commitment. So even after doing that, we wanted to make sure that players had the choice.
Yeah,
to
that's what it
cancel
looks
out of
like,
that because we
Steven.
know things change moment to moment so quickly in these battles. And it just it felt right, you know, and
Why is
so happy
Danica
that we
there?
have it back in. And we know that I think we feel that players are
She
really
literally-
happy.
Did she play COD?
Awesome. We're going to see
I
it a
thought
lot
she
here
was
today.
a
I'm sure we have
PUBG
our
girl.
movement kings and queens getting around the map in
Danica
really
D.
interesting ways. Now, Greg, time to kill.
She's a fucking
or TTK.
god
Always
out
a
of
hot
PUBG.
topic
Yes.
with our players, with our community. It's complex. It has a lot of different moving pieces when we talk
She
about
hits
it. Can you give us
the
details
craziest
on what
shots.
to expect in terms of time to kill for Modern Warfare?
Cause
3?
Nick works there.
Yes, I can. I can give you the exact
Yes, you
details.
can.
Yeah.
This is the guy.
Only the exact details.
Good,
Only
good
the
for him.
exact details. So rather than 100 health, we have
He said
150
he
health
doesn't
across
wanna
all
be
of our
associated
players.
with
So that's that parity with Warzone.
So that is parity
Good
with
for him.
Warzone, what's currently live in Warzone.
Yep.
And it'll also carry over into
That's your
Modern Warfare
teammate,
3
bucko.
Season 1 as well. And what we've also done with that time to kill, so what you're going to notice is it's much more consistent across the board. So we've eliminated some of these spikes that we've had in the past because our modifiers, so we have modifiers on when you get a headshot, it does more damage. When
Yep.
you do a limb shot, it does less damage. So we've kind of normalized those and closed the gap between them. And what that allows for you as a player is you're able to really have this experience where it's consistent. So when you're putting bullets on target, it is now like you get that feeling, you get that rhythm back into your gameplay. And you're able to go from combat to combat and start to feel that pace of combat, especially with our hit markers now. Like the sound effect, if you haven't had a chance to listen to them, like they're fantastic. The audio team's done a great job with them.
Hit markers also fantastic.
Yeah, hit marker.
So he just said
visuals as well. So you're
they're
also
like
notice that headshot hit
the
marker.
multipliers.
So that's when that extra damage is going to come into play, and it's normalized across the board. So it is a little longer. You can respond to getting shot. Like as soon as you start to see your screen light up red, you can pull away. You can get into cover and really take that engagement in the way that you want to take that engagement.
Yeah.
I think with those visual identifiers and with the audio cues, kind of taking that step forward a little bit, you certainly feels like you have a bit more time to evade. Definitely,
that TTK
you have more survivability. You have more
looks the same.
with the freedom.
They're talking about
to get out of
longer
combat.
TTKs.
And that includes a new
This shit
thing
looks
that I would like to talk about. Attack stance.
identical.
Attack stance is a fantastic
They're literally
addition
dying
to
in
our
like
movement set as well as
cap second.
what you're doing with tactical gameplay. It is a mix. It's right in between your aim down the sight, so you're very like pinpoint accuracy, and your hip fire. So the hip fire is going to be that big spread that you have. And so what it allows you to do is when you're in ADS, you can actually go in and toggle tack stance.
We just saw the UI pop up on
sweet.
on
There
the
it
screen.
is. There's tack stance right there.
It's gonna appear as down on the D-pad for those of
And
you
for any
watching
like
gameplay.
sweats out there, I think it's important to note this is kind of it takes like an assault rifle and turns it into almost like a little bit of a sub, where you can kind of like push corners a little bit more aggressively with it.
It's great for a CQB.
Yeah. So it feels like you're getting the best of both worlds with it, while also still obviously you're not going to get the full benefits of using an SMG.
And so those LMGs, like being able to take those longer range, when we talked earlier about Derail or some of the larger maps, like you want to be able to run a longer gun. So being able to take that in and then going to canted, going to tack stance, inside, indoors, going in those warehouses is a fabulous mechanic to have.
We just saw it here. We're seeing some clips of it. Yep.
Looks interesting.
And it is very good. Having used it myself, I can see the application for it, and I think we're going to see some awesome
it's very good.
Like,
But I've never
players are
tried
gonna
it.
go nuts with that feature.
It's also nice just if you have a specific playstyle. Adam, you mentioned
you
it's really
saying?
great for close quarters combat, which is personally what I have used it for when I've been playtesting with you guys. But I think it's there if you want it, and if you're not, if you're not into it, don't use it. You know, it's an option. It's again that optionality for players to choose how they engage with movement and all of these new fun toys that we're showing off in Modern Warfare 3.
And there are option settings for that tack stance. Right now, it's on the down D-pad. If you're not a controller masher like I am, I get in there, I panic a little bit. There's options for you to allow you to put it on your stick, which, well, if you're not a keyboard and mouse player, and you can go in and it is much more like it is a skill at that point, being able to utilize that in those close quarters combat.
Right. Adam, I see you studying gameplay intently. We're on Rust here. What are we seeing?
I love me some Rust. And just talking about the options any player can use. Somebody was running a shotgun.
Yeah, I do like the way
it
looks.
There's snipers up at the top of the tower. There's, on a map like this, that's
a lot of variety.
Rust at least.
That's really like fast gameplay. You can
Could have
see
started.
it's viable for all different.
Don't know yet.
It's really exciting.
There really is nothing better than grabbing a shotty and just running around the map and
he
playing like a
just
man.
had the Renetti out. He's going ham with it.
Going in.
You got all different options here. We're probably going to see a lot of that on Rust today.
Taking a hard point right now.
Well, this has been really fun to check out, and we have plenty more to watch, without a doubt here. But we're going to take a quick break from the gameplay for a brief second. We actually wanted to mention an awesome partnership between Call of Duty and the Hundreds. Now, you're taking a look here. We should be seeing in a moment at a limited edition Call of Duty Hundreds clothing line, and you have a chance to win one of these 50 sets. So simple. All you got to do is follow at Call of Duty on X or Twitter, and make sure you tweet or post hashtag CODNEXT and hashtag sweepstakes for a chance to win one of 50 sets of the Ghost Bomb collection. So follow the channel, tweet the hashtags for a chance to win a set from this awesome lineup. And let's just go ahead and jump right back to the gameplay. And Greg, we'll toss one over to you here. So for anyone who has been playing Modern Warfare 2, right?
I got like
we now know like their
4
inventory.
hours of
That's
sleep.
going to be making its way over to
I'm
this
gonna get
game,
some coffee,
which is
get a
really,
little
really
bit.
cool, and it
Yeah.
creates that like value for that player. Like, hey, my time here
How long is
was,
this
was worthwhile.
Exactly, and it is
I don't know.
all about honoring the player investment for us. Like we call this carry forward. We talked a little bit about it before. We had some blog posts about it, but with carry forward, all of your investment into Modern Warfare 2 is coming over into Modern Warfare 3. So any weapon that you unlock is available for you day one
Dude, he
in Modern
missed
Warfare 3, so you can go
every
and use that.
fucking shot.
Any operator that you've purchased or that you've unlocked as well. So if you got that spawn operator from Season 6,
The Season 6
Day
Battle
one.
Pass is coming with us.
it's there. It's there at day one, and it's fantastic to have. Even all of those blueprints and everything coming in with your weapon level as well is available. All
And
of
your
your
camos.
attachments, your camos are there.
Camos, if you completed your Mastery camos, you got your Orion. That's
Yeah.
coming with
But
us,
don't
too.
worry, the grind is still there for the Modern Warfare 3 weapons because it has its own set of completionist camos as well that you can go in and grind your heart out for those and go ahead and get those, in the game.
Yeah, we're going to talk about some of the other new challenges coming to Modern Warfare 3 in a little bit, but exciting to hear
What the
that
fuck?
the camo grind
Just
is
run
real.
over that
We'll
guy.
be back on it before we know it. More to come soon.
Oh yeah, more to come. I love it. More to come soon. So ominous.
News at 6.
Well, speaking of weapons, though, I love the fact that we're going to get carry forward. I like the fact that there's plenty as we were seeing here. What other new weapons might we be treated to? I guess moving forward here.
We have a bunch
Again,
of weapons coming in. Modern
let's
Warfare
carry
3. We have
forward
over 30 new
all this
weapons
shit.
that you can experience, level,
It
get new
definitely
attachments for them.
feels like an update.
Global attachments as well that are available that you can use across all of your weapons.
Wow.
Yeah, even the Modern Warfare 2 weapons. And then we have
What?
20 plus operators that are there for you to unlock and be able to use.
Do you know
and
attachments?
experience.
If you
Go
don't
on
mind
the
me
old
asking,
guns?
how it must have been a fun challenge to take those weapons from MW2 and then bring them over to MW3 and like really try.
Oh yeah, it's been
How
a
was
fun
that?
challenge.
Yeah, that's one way to put it.
Yeah, it's been
It
great.
seems crazy.
And being able to have all of those weapons and being able to have
Yeah.
your arsenal come with you is an amazing experience.
I felt like it was
to come in day
important
one.
to you guys to have
It
that.
is. It's very important for us to honor our players and be able to, take all of that. But you spent a year in this game. We need to bring that into the next game and allow you to be able to experience it and have fun and not set you back all the way. We still have,
What up,
1 to
Seth?
55.
Okay,
You're going to
go
be
on.
able to level that again.
What do you guys think of the
and
game
we have
so
new
far?
content in there
To
for
me,
you
it
to
just looks like
experience.
All the
exactly
bells and
the
whistles.
same,
All the
just
bells and
updated
whistles
with
is
the
there,
game.
but being able to have those weapons,
And it is
being able
not
to make
worth
it work with all of the
$70, man.
attachments, we're
They should just
actually
give it to us
doing
as an-
tuning
as
on
an
those
upgrade.
weapons as well, so they're not going to be exactly the same. They're
So
going to
get those
personal thought,
balance
though.
pass for
yeah,
Modern
they're going to
Warfare
have
3.
the essence of the Modern Warfare 2 weapons, but they're not going to be one-to-one. You can actually go in, and our friends at Beanox have been able to put in detailed weapon stats for us, and you're going to be able to go in and look at all of those intricacies, check out what their headshot multipliers are, check out what their limb
Wow.
damage is, all of that stuff in there.
And that brings up attachment tuning. Attachment tuning
They're gonna
is
show
coming
us-
to Modern Warfare 3.
It is.
Ah.
Modern Warfare 2 is part of that carry forward.
Yeah, fantastic.
Yeah, excellent
They're still
stuff.
doing
I think we're
weapon
all
tune.
just happy that what I had already used is gonna
It's so
come in.
dumb.
Nicki Minaj
The
is
worst
coming
feature.
with you.
Yes.
Thank you so much. That was what I needed to know about. Not Spawn. Although I do love me some Spawn.
The Barbs are thrilled. Kim, we are seeing some epic looking skins and
I wanna see a
weapons
Warzone game.
on our
That
creators
was
here
not
today.
that
In
bad.
It's
fact,
gonna be a
right
while.
now, if you look at the screen, check that out. I believe these are from the Modern Warfare 3 Vault Edition. Can you give us some additional info?
Yeah, happy
No.
to.
Those
So what you're
look
seeing right now are the weapon camos
They
that are
look
going to
cool.
be in our Vault Edition. There's a blue and a red version. So there's the Crimson Fate is what we're calling one of them, and the
No,
Carbon
they don't
Fate is
play
the
Call of
other.
Duty, you
And
idiots.
these will be applicable on 4
The
different
Barbs
weapons.
don't play
You get the
Call of
Vault
Duty.
Edition plus all of
Alright.
their attachments. And they're reactive, so the better you do in the match, the more eliminations you get in a match, the
fucking
more you'll
cater
start to
to
See,
see
I don't like
visual
that.
change on your
But
But
weapon.
these skins,
And as you
they're
can
only
see, also
available
the operators
down
have their own versions
for
of
weapons.
this. These
So
are the
cool.
Nemesis skins. So there is a blue version and a red version there. The blue version goes on Price and Ghost, and the red version goes on Warden and Makarov. Those are the 4 operators that get these skins. Same reactive text. So you're going to see a little bit of the silver, metallic, shiny looking
It's
skin
stupid,
come
dude.
up on the hands and the torso.
It should be a
Better
part.
doing the match.
I've seen
If
a
you
lot of
buy
early hype on the
the
internet, so I
Vault
think people are really
edition,
excited to see her
get you to
in
go
action,
get anything.
and that skin in particular is awesome. But one thing about the
What up,
reactive
Crafted?
skins, to your point, these
Is
are
it possible to
performance
try?
driven, so that
I'm
effect
actually
will scale
not
back
playing.
if you stop getting killed.
I'm just
That's-
watching.
Exactly.
Yeah, gotta
They
get
haven't
involved.
got
You wanna
shown
see the
zombies
fun
yet.
stuff on screen.
So,
We need you to perform. So
we'll get there.
those will be
Zombies gonna be
awesome. People
free?
will be popping off.
I doubt it.
Having these awesome effects
what they
go
were saying,
around the
it's
map
gonna
as
be
well.
free,
And
like,
of course, those are in the Vault Edition.
Yeah, and you know,
I don't
speaking
know.
of the weapons and diving into it a little bit more, I understand as well that there is also a new system that you guys have on top of that with the aftermarket parts, right? Which that, if we could dive a little bit more into that, because that sounded really fascinating to kind of like make guns play in a different way just off of one part alone.
Yeah, it is. And here we're seeing a little bit of it where this is our LMG that has a bullpup conversion to it. So they're full conversion kits that allow these weapons to really go cross-class and to change up. They are meaningful, powerful changes.
See,
to
And that's a
every weapon.
Renetti.
The
That's a
conversion
Renetti that is
kit
actually turning into an
feels
SMG
like,
with this conversion kit. It's like a 3D printed part on
Modern
there.
Warfare
No
2
secondary.
with
No
the
secondary. So what
the
you
family.
do not, like we have a gunner
like,
vest
whatever-
that allows you
what are
to
they
take
called?
primary as a secondary. You do not need to
It's like
take
the
that
families.
if you're swapping out your Renetti for that.
when we
aftermarket
first
part,
started
to
to
make
get
it
this
into
gun,
an SMG.
get the
One of
level
coolest
up,
things is how you unlock these amps. So
like,
we're gonna see, we call
the
them
lock
amps.
lane
We
to
love
get
acronyms here, guys.
the SMG,
so we have 2
the
amps that are
AR.
coming to beta, I believe. But how you're gonna unlock them at launch and beyond? You want to talk a little bit about those
Yeah,
challenges?
so in beta they unlock a little differently than they do at launch. So
Yep.
at launch they're actually we have a new system called weekly challenges.
Yep.
It is pretty much exactly as it sounds. There are challenges, a group of challenges that we release weekly.
I was
and-
worried it was like bi-weekly for a
Yeah.
moment.
Well, yeah.
Trick question.
Yeah, thankfully, it is every week. And then the reward for getting all of those challenges for that week is an aftermarket part. So the first 3 weeks that the game is out, we have an aftermarket part reward for those, completing those challenges. You can then take that aftermarket part into the game and use that.
I think too. Again, it just
So it
this
sounds like
line with Modern Warfare
to get those
3,
parts,
this is
you gotta
player
play
choice, it's player freedom. It's on
weekly-
this new way to
weekly
customize
events.
the experience and let the player kind of
Wait, to
choose
get
the way
what
to
perks?
have that.
So they got
their own
those,
playstyle reflected
the
in those
aftermarket
lines,
parts
using the
for
amps.
the game?
It's super exciting.
Okay.
Did you see that?
Yeah, it definitely is. As we're going to continue to take
They
more of
changed.
a look and enjoy,
Basically,
the game.
it's a
and
part
as the
you can
players
put-
continue to run
they
around
showed
and,
off a
get into
the
some more
Renetti
shenanigans, playing some
pistol,
domination here
and they
as well
turned
on
it
the stage.
into
I've done that many
SMG.
times. So this is again.
So,
it's still just
in
blows
order
my
to
mind
get
that I'm looking at
certain
these maps
ones,
in
you gotta complete
2023, and I'm
the
I'm just excited
weekly
to play
quest.
them. Yeah, and even the movement. I'm just excited to play them then as
Which
I
isn't
am
bad.
now. Like that is such a wonderful feeling to have. And then also on top of that too, just to see the way that players can interact with the ways you build your classes. I really do like what you
I got a
guys
feeling
did
though,
with
like
the perk system.
there's gonna be
and how you
one or two that are
contextualized it
broken
and made it
that you
like a
can't
physical
fucking
thing. Was that
get
like
anymore.
a
If you
desire
miss
to
them.
kind of just make it a bit more grounded, or what was the I guess the design choice on that rather than just going
Yep.
with pictures on a screen? You guys went for something quite bold.
Yeah, I mean,
Like, it
I think
looks
it really
exactly
was
the
a big
same,
part of the
actually.
context
Pretty
for
much.
the players. It's not just
They're a
a
fucking
UI menu with
scam-ass
choices,
company,
that
bro,
were kind of
seriously.
ambiguous. It was a little bit. We wanted to make sure that you brought in your fighting load carrier, right? Your
Yeah.
FLC was what we talked about. Internally is this thing where every piece of gear that you brought in did something meaningful for your loadout selection.
Yeah.
So perks was a big part of that, and we got a chance to look at the gear items, all inspired by real-world military tech and items, and we were able to really figure out what goes with what and what are the remixes we want to make, and we think we came up with a really good and interesting field of choices in our perks this year.
So I don't know if you guys can see it. We're taking a look around the room at the moment. We actually have a 2-story streaming tower. I'm going to call it a tower.
Pretty epic in here.
It's absolutely wild in here, and everyone is very focused on their
Yeah.
play. It all of a sudden, oh hey, that's us. Oh hey guys.
Oh, hey,
GGs.
Kai.
So we've got this big giant room filled with Modern Warfare 3, filled with awesome creators from all over the world. And as Ted Timmons would say, the vibes are good. We're going to hear Ted talk about vibes.
I do want to point out that
What if they added,
you're looking at there, that
ranked
the
back?
logo, the Modern Warfare, that's a screen. And behind there are all the players that are behind that screen, which is so cool. I didn't even know that was a thing that you could do. 15 years in this industry, still continuously to be shocked by new tech that comes out all the time.
This is Call of Duty, baby.
Yeah, you guys go big. I respect it.
Cutting edge.
Yeah, I love it. Love to see it here. We get a few of these games wrapped up, but there's definitely this sense in the room of like, all right, Q next, go next, GG go next,
It is.
go next.
It's so fun to play it. Like every day I come into the office and I boot up the game, get into a match as quickly as possible, and start playing. And it is just fun to watch them play as well because there's so many things that they're doing. Like earlier, we were watching a circuit around the estate house, and that movement just looks so hot going through it. Like, being able to mantle, being able to. We have sprint when you're tack sprinting. We actually increase the mantle speed so it feels more fluid as you're going across, and we're regenning your tack sprint as you're sprinting as well.
I also saw a couple people pop off with Battle Rage. So Battle Rage is back.
Battle Rage is back. It's actually moved into the tactical slot.
Yes.
So it is very powerful. So if you take that, we have an awesome vest, the engineering vest that allows you to take 2 tacticals. As maybe we didn't touch on the vest.
Actually, yeah, let's
talk about some of the vests.
Yeah, so the vest is a really big piece of that. Like, it is our main core piece of gear. Kim touched on how we contextualized everything. That vest is, we're contextualizing what you're actually putting into the game. So it's going to dictate what, your tacticals, what tactical slots you have, how many you can take, how many lethals you can take, how many, well, you get one boot and you get one glove. So you can't take multiple gloves. But how many gear slots you can actually have. So with the engineering vest that I just mentioned, you're getting 2 tacticals that you can take
at the cost of your lethal.
At the cost of your lethal, and you also gain another gear slot.
Awesome.
And that gear slot is super important because that gear slot is where
Hold on,
all of your
Chad.
intelligence perks lie.
I don't know.
So those are things like what we used to call hardline or high alert sit in that slot, and now you can take both of them at the same time and really have that advantage.
Awesome. And if there are 4 vests to choose from at the moment. I believe.
Correct. In beta, there are 4, yeah.
4. So in beta, there are 4. Expect to see those tomorrow. Infantry vest, engineer vest. Seen a lot of people running infantry vests today. In fact, right here at the moment, we just got a peek at the loadout.
That is going to allow your tack sprint to regen faster. It is the core. Like if you're familiar with Call of Duty, I imagine most of our people watching are. That is your core loadout. So you have your your normal 3 perks. And you get your tactical, lethal, primary, secondary. And what's cool about the vests is they actually have perks baked into them. So with the infantry vest, baked in right away, you're getting that tack sprint refresh even faster. And also a little bit of an extended time there. One of the things that we've done across the board is we've increased that tack sprint. And we've also allowed you to have much more faster ADS,
I don't think so.
Straight
It's a beta.
speeds as well in there.
Yeah, I do like how
That'd
you
be
guys
so
managed to take a lot of
weird.
the vests and stuff and then make it also combined with other things or like really
Did your
have
guards
everything kind of synergized
progress?
together and have you create like the optimal build here. It's quite customizable.
And it's really helped out a lot
That's
with
what I'm saying.
how we balance
That'd be
the
like
game in that
overpowered.
sense. Because now what we've done is we've let you take more than we normally do, but we've also balanced it out with what you can't take in that same
Clear trade-offs.
Yeah.
Very clear trade-offs, I think, between what you're talking about, selecting the vest, selecting the boots. It's going to come at a cost, and that's where the balance lies.
Yeah, and we love that we are going into these matches. You're making decisions. You have to make those decisions before you go in. And
I'm
really,
going with like this
consequences if,
multiplayer
you're
shit.
choosing wrong and learn from
Let's
it
see
and go back
some
and make new decisions.
zombies. Let's see some
You can't
Warzone.
I can't change that was a trick.
The consequences. The consequences are,
go hide
we want you to be in
Yeah, I was
control.
like,
You'll still have to live with the consequences of your actions.
I always
for
do.
that moment.
They've been haunting me for years now. Let's talk. I haven't seen anybody get one yet. I've
Chat,
seen a
what you
couple
guys think so
streaks
far? You
pop
like it
off,
or
but
no?
I'm wondering about kill streaks.
Yeah.
If we have any personal favorites at the desk here.
Well, for sure. I mean, the equipment selection we have in Modern Warfare 3 is so much fun. I think my personal favorite.
Why
we'll
is
start with the
Santana
Breacher
there?
drone,
He
which is
doesn't even
actually
actually-
a lethal. It's in your lethal slot.
Yeah.
So it's basically a handheld drone
doesn't
that you
he,
pull
like,
out,
literally doesn't
and
play it?
it's
Last
just
time I
a
seen him
slow
playing,
flying
he was
down the
doing the,
hallway. You can clear
Grand
dom
Theft
points,
Auto
hard
War
points, and wipe out an entire enemy squad with it.
You want a 4-piece?
Yeah.
Equip the breacher
It's your-
drone.
yeah.
That's your option.
It'll explode on impact.
What if
The
Nadia
counter to
showed
that
up
one,
and
though,
just
it's slow moving enough. You
fucking
can't shoot it
dogged
down if you see it, this guy coming at you.
There you go.
So in addition to that, we have a mosquito drone, which you shoot into the air, and it basically
brother fucking
encircles
shit
an
diaper
area
at
and then
somebody.
dive bombs an enemy when an enemy approaches that area.
I will in fact say that my experience with the mosquito drone has been quite like as annoying
what?
as a real mosquito. They
Oh, yeah.
played
I see-
me
I
in
think Josh
matches
is
when
telling
I've
about
play
it.
tested, and so
Yeah.
I'm
So weird.
Yeah.
I just don't even think
Yeah.
like it's something to like.
That's how you know
hear
it's
that
good.
thing coming. Yeah.
Right. We have something called the ACS, which is affectionately called the
Fucking
capture bot
weird.
on the dev team. So it's basically this box that you throw down on a dom point or hard point, and it'll capture the point for you. So you can hang back and
That's
get
kinda
the
cool.
cover, and then let it capture the point for you. So when enemies come to try to take it, you can take them out
The
from
side
behind
cancel
cover.
looks smooth.
So just yesterday, I had an awesome match where I put down an ACS on a dom point and then shot a mosquito drone in the air that was patrolling. So I just like hung back and watched the whole thing unfold. An enemy rolled in there to try to get
Jeff, we
my
already
ACS
did.
out, and then the mosquito drone got it.
He's
I
already
didn't have to do
halfway there
anything.
anyway.
I was just like, that's right. That's all my equipment doing
You're
it.
like, I have
for me.
crafted the master plan
Yeah.
to capture the point.
I was pretty proud of myself. It was pretty epic.
He went on to drop a nuke and
I don't remember this map.
Not
Jeff
that
Ellen
good
DeGeneres,
yet,
Jeff.
but
okay.
Wait,
all right.
what?
He drops 100
Jeff
and
is
shit,
Ellen
guys.
DeGeneres.
Why?
No, it was
We're
an
gonna
awesome moment.
sacrifice
So yeah, we just have a bunch of fun
Jesus
stuff coming in
Christ.
terms of lethals, tacticals, field equipment, streaks. We have the Guardian that gets a lot of love. It's basically, this thing that you put
You're
down.
crazy.
Area of denial tool. If you can just, it really limits enemies' movement when they run into the beam that it shoots out.
And it doesn't actually eliminate players. For those of you who are going to stay tuned for Warzone later, which is hopefully all of you, I think we're going to see a lot of the Guardian in Battle Royale later. But it is
Who's this
that
guy
aerial
right here,
denial, not necessarily
I don't know.
eliminations, but eliminating the players who are affected
Right.
by the Guardian.
It's almost like a stun grenade, kind of,
Yeah.
And we have something called the comm scrambler that you throw down, and it's basically it creates like the ghost perk in a certain area. So it wipes out enemy communication. So
Session?
enemy UAVs won't work. Like
don't know who that
everybody
is.
won't show up on the map in this certain
Yeah, I don't know.
area. The
Whoever
counter
that
to
DK
that is like
Dynamite guy
anyone,
is,
everyone can
he
see
just
the
ran me
active
and showed
area.
him my
Yeah,
news
so you'll get
on,
ghost. I believe you said if you're inside the vicinity of the
Right, the
comm
perimeter.
scrambler, but
That's
you
right.
can see where it's active on the map. So expect to be.
Oh, you got
Yeah, as soon as you
smashed.
throw it down, everybody knows where it is. They just kind of, you're kidding in that bubble for a little while.
Which could be very useful indoors. I think that's
Oh, yeah.
a very cool tool to have. So, but before we wrap up the convo here on Core 6v6, I wanted to ask you about ranked play.
Ooh, okay, yeah. Let's
Greg, what can you tell us, and can you give us any little details on when we can expect to see
Get a little like
multiplayer?
canted.
can. So our friends
Look,
at Treyarch
looks kinda
are
dope.
on the case again with ranked play.
like that
They do a
when you're talking about
fantastic
they
job
look to
with
the
it, and
side.
we love
Yeah.
partnering with them on it.
Yeah, I like that you can
and
switch
they're going
back
to
and
bring
forth
that
if you don't like to
experience,
stick with one.
updated,
Yeah, I think
modernized
that's
from
Eddie
Modern Warfare
Gunn.
2, bring that
I
forward,
hated
and then
that on
for
Modern
season
Warfare
1.5, which is a mid one.
Give it up.
mid-season one.
Sometime during season
Well,
one.
It was a,
and that's when it's going to launch because we
site,
want enough time
Switch it.
right?
where players can get familiar with
I
everything,
don't
they
know, I
can
just remember
understand
I
what's
used to
happening
pick up
within the
one of those
game,
guns with that
and start to
fucking
build those
same
restrictions
laser
within the
on it,
game,
and
and
it's
you can
just
find out
annoying.
more
Yeah,
from
thinking
Treyarch.
this
as
one,
we go
Eddie
through the
Gunn
As we get closer,
could do it.
we're going to be talking
No
more
matter,
about
like,
it, but excited
the
to say
site.
that later in season one, we'll have
always,
a
like,
ranked
every
play
time I
coming
would
to
pick it up,
multiplayer in Modern
I
Warfare
wouldn't
3.
think it was doing it,
But that
and it would
wraps up
fuck my whole
our
shot
Core
up.
6v6
And I'd be shooting
gameplay
over
for
here,
the
I'm like, why am I-
day.
what the
We're going to
fuck?
see the folks behind us switch over. We've got an exciting new mode to talk about that
I've
we're going to
never
get to
seen
here in a
any of these
second.
people on this panel
It's
at
called
any of these before,
Cutthroat.
Josh.
It is awesome. There's
Yeah, I don't
so
know.
much to get into there. But first, we have a quick special
must have all new
announcement for
people,
all
or
of our
maybe it's 'cause they
PlayStation
work for
players out
Sledgehammer.
there.
Could
like
be.
me. Take a look.
Yeah, I think them 3 people work for Sledgehammer.
see how they incorporated aftermarket parts?
What?
When they speak of me,
Oh yeah, Josh.
they want to lock your doors.
So like after you max your gun out, if you want, you can go in the aftermarket and kind of
C'est mignon.
What is this chick?
That's
They're going nuts with this shit. What is this? What are they doing right now?
I don't know.
Come on, can we get a Warzone trailer?
I think they're gonna play in a little bit. Warzone.
They're making it's like a movie. They're making us watch all the shit
The
we don't
lockpick,
care about.
the operator.
They're making us watch all the shit we don't care about to watch the shit we want to watch.
Pretty much.
Announcing the
They know
PlayStation
nobody gives a fuck
exclusive
about seeing
lockpick
remastered
operator
games on
pack,
fucking
Yeah.
including the
Modern Warfare.
fan-goated lockpick
They know
operator
that, bro. They
skin,
don't
the
give a
American
fuck.
Gothic blueprint, and the Starry
It's cool to
Knife
just see what the
melee weapon
mechanics look like in it,
blueprint.
but we want to see
Lockpick
more
is a
Warzone
cunning
stuff.
art feat with noble motivations and an exciting new operator to come to Modern Warfare 3. PlayStation players can get the lockpick operator by pre-ordering the Modern Warfare 3.
You know what'd be
pre-ordering
crazy?
Modern Warfare 3 on the
If
PlayStation
next
Store
year
with the item
they
playable at the
skipped
game's launch
multiplayer.
on November 10th. I didn't know she was a PlayStation exclusive operator.
And they
This
just
Like-
is
say, "We'll just give you
my
guys maps, there you
main
go."
in all the playtests. I auto
You would
lock
definitely
It is how it is.
Did you know she
lose
was
some
an RP?
customers.
I didn't know she
Because
was
there are
RP. I was like,
people
Thomas Crown has
that just
there.
play
Hello, it's me.
multiplayer. But
we're
like,
about to head into live
the
gameplay
best
action for a
team
brand new
was
mode
also
coming to Modern Warfare
on the
3
Warzone
multiplayer.
team.
But first, a couple
Like,
of words from our
that'd be
sponsors.
sweet.
Yeah.
Call of Duty
Like them
Next,
sluts we
brought
ran
to you
across
by
last night,
HyperX,
they'll do
the
for
official
sure
peripheral partner of
strictly
Call of Duty.
multiplayer.
We're
Oh,
all
yeah.
gamers. TCL. Play like a pro on the big screen with TCL Q-Class QLED TVs, up to 98 inches. Movement, the official timekeeper of Modern Warfare 3.
Limited edition,
Go to
Makarov and
nvmt.com/cod to
Price.
see the limited edition watch collab. Backbone. Level up your play with Backbone.
Dude, why was
and
one
Call of Duty
a
Warzone
$100
Mobile. And
difference?
Lovesack.
It's
Lovesack
crazy.
Stealth Tech is a proud partner of Call of Duty Next, bringing
Those watches.
unparalleled immersive surround sound to your at-home gaming experience.
Glove sack.
I like the cheaper one better.
Welcome
anyway.
back to
Me
Call
too.
of Duty Next.
It
Here
looks
at
It
the
looked better.
Warriors Arena.
That looks
Everyone's
like
getting
a
ready to
normal one.
hop
That
into
looks
the
sweet as
brand
fuck.
new
It looks
mode,
more custom.
Cutthroat.
I like the ones
And
with,
this
like,
is
the
going to be a
blank
unique
faces.
one
Yeah.
because it's 3v3 v3
Yeah.
action.
I
So
like the
you're going to
ones
have a
with
little
the
bit of
blank
mosh pit
I
there
think they
going
look a
on.
little
There's a lot of
cooler.
threes in it.
Yeah.
It's fun to say.
Yeah.
It is. It is.
really fun
It
to
is
say.
hard to
Yeah,
say
or
after
the
a while.
rhinestones
It's
for
all about
battles.
elimination.
Yeah,
So you're
I just
there.
like the
You're
ones to the left
as long as your squad can take out the
like
other
the
two
Movados.
squads.
Yeah.
That's how you're gonna
But
win.
they got the little circle
It
in
is
it.
inspired by
I like the
gunfight. Like
Movados.
you are actually like it is a very competitive mode. The thing that
I
we
think
like
the
about it is
coolest
it
watch
plays
I've
on
ever
all of
seen
our
in
fantastic
person.
16
I was
launch
in,
maps. They're
I
there,
was in
and
the
you get to
Bahamas,
play them in a
and,
new
they
way.
have,
So in the past,
a
like
really
TDM,
famous
you're spawning
hotel.
at either side of the map. What Cutthroat
Like
is
Michael
allowing us to
Jackson
do
used
is
to go there.
put these triangular spawns in. So
They
because
have
they're
like a
three
big
different
ass
teams, you'd
slide
have 3
in the
points.
middle of it, bro. It
Triangle.
was so wrong. Like a big ass slide.
Somewhere in
down
there.
the
Geometry,
wall.
brother.
But I seen this Mark
Simple
Jacobs
maths.
watch.
Yeah. And so it allows you to experience these
It was
maps
the
in a way that
world.
you've never experienced before, which is part
it
of
was
that
all black.
modernization
It
that we
sounds,
like to talk about in the maps.
kinda
It's
cool.
a fun
The
experience
whole
to
thing
have,
was black and
super
white done.
competitive,
It was fucking
and it's
sweet, dude.
one life to
I
live
was like,
mode.
damn, that
It's
bitch
very
is
fun.
expensive.
You
They have,
can
like,
regen
little
your down teammates
inside of the
though. If you
hotel.
Yeah, so you got
'Cause
the
it's like a
revive.
really-
get down,
it's like a
yeah, you
really-
can go over there and
like,
revive
they
them.
said that
That's a
Michael
fun
Jackson
little way
had
to come back after.
What
Yeah.
led you guys
That's what
to
it
want
is.
to
No,
make
that's
this
what it was.
mode? What was the inspiration
It
behind
wasn't
it?
Mark Jacobs.
It was gunfight in
Those
a
are like
lot of
black-
ways.
no,
Yeah.
black
It wa-
bands.
Gunfight, of course, is 2v2.
2v2 is
This is
gunfight.
played-
Yep.
and
And
that's
it's played on
played
separate maps. It's played on
Yeah.
different maps. And so what we
Oh,
wanted
yeah,
to do
this
is
had
be able to
at least
really
like a big-
focus on the
make
16 maps that we had at launch
Bro, this
and
bitch
be
had
able to have a
at
mode that
least
is as exciting, as competitive, as
Sounds
gunfight in
like
there, and really bring something new to the table too. So
they were
our players can
lazy,
go out and have fun and enjoy a new experience
made the best
with
out of
their
it.
squad.
Yeah,
And you can take your loadout this time. So,
Yes,
yeah,
that's what I was gonna say. Unlike
Dude,
gunfight, we're
all I'm
not
hearing,
providing
'cause they didn't wanna
physical
make
weapons. You can
any
actually
new
bring your
maps.
blueprints and your loadout with you.
Yep, that's right.
And it is
Doesn't what's his name
is a
have like the
sweat.
best watch collection?
I am
Floyd
so excited
Mayweather?
to see these guys play it because
Right.
they're awesome at the game anyway. We see Dr. Lupo
Yeah,
here.
but
He
I thought
is
Floyd-
on
I
Cutthroat,
thought
and
Floyd
of course
Mayweather
the
had, like, some
objective,
like,
the capture point at the end is
already there.
the overtime mechanic.
Oh, he's down.
But you can't get downed, but you and picked up by your teammates. Now, what happens
Not
when
anymore.
Not anymore. So now when you're eliminated, you're out. That's
Yeah.
it. You got to wait for the next round.
Yeah, you gotta wait.
No
The
respawn.
rounds are quick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They go really, really fast. We spent a lot of time making sure that you just
our
weren't sitting
female
there
watch is different.
with, dead air,
Right, they're a
essentially
little bit
watching your
smaller.
teammates have fun.
Yeah.
Davis.
That
Oh,
flag
yeah.
there is now
Yeah.
available.
Don't they
So
go
they
that
can
one.
go and capture that flag. Whoever, well, they got eliminated, but whoever gets that
that's what I
flag
thought.
first, just like Gunfight is going to do it.
Okay.
Between rounds, though, we rotate where that
Practical
flag
grip.
is because, again,
This dude
geometry,
went to-
that
went to the
triangle,
fucking lane.
right? We could put it in the center every time, but it gets a little difficult.
Yeah. Gives players an
So that-
opportunity to move around and like actually
Yeah.
interact with more on the map. Right?
Yeah, exactly. And you're experiencing these maps in brand new ways. It is a lot of fun.
I
to
want
have
to
them.
see
Look at that hair.
with the real
Jesus.
That guy's got really cool hair.
Those, those
I was going to say something, but as a person who has none, I figured I would have refrained from it.
Multiplayer.
No, I feel like if
That's
anything, awesome.
No, I know, I just
it
wanna
looks
see
a
what they
lot
look
like
like.
the Operator Oz in Modern Warfare 2, actually.
Yeah.
Dude, what is
There
up
we
with
go.
this dude's hair?
Back in
Right?
the throat again. I'm very
No, dude, that's not
interested in these
cool.
smaller game modes because
see that,
No,
I think it
it's not.
just
QR
creates
code
opportunities for you
back
to have
there?
like those real like intense
It
interactive
is.
moments.
It's
right?
very intimate, and you get to you get to situations like this where you're
Dude,
trying
this
to
is long
figure
as
out like
fuck,
how to
bro.
use your you could pop smoke here.
This game mode
and really
looks
just understand.
kinda
'cause
cool.
There's this tension that's building around like when is this flag gonna pop?
Yeah.
When do I want to go in? When does I want to have my team rush in?
Is that what you
I-
do? You
I
would
believe
throw
that's it.
smoke? You'd throw a smoke right here, Greg?
No, there's no reason to throw smoke right here because you're gonna wait for the flag to come up.
Oh, there's the
Sorry.
breacher drone. Breacher drone. Yeah.
You might want the-
Okay. I love this guy's strat. It's a good strat.
Yeah, we have the EMD grenade, which would be
Oh,
great in this
that's it?
situation because you just throw it
Okay.
out, pop it.
So
and
it's
then
like
if
a,
you get
uh,
another player on the team that they're going to
3v3
show up
v3
constantly on your minimap
gulag.
for your entire team.
So to me, EMD grenade a little bit like a snapshot, but
This
it's
game
actually
mode
going to
they're playing.
stick to the enemy player.
It does.
That player will then get a prompt. You might
Three
be able
teams.
to tear it
3
off,
people on
I
each team.
believe.
Yeah, you just pull it right out.
But it'll track you around the map and like have way more visibility on the enemy squad there. EMD very, very clutch.
Very overpowered if you hit them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's sweet though.
That's the thing I haven't seen actually was the
Yeah.
It's like a gulag.
thermobaric grenade.
It's a 3v3
Because I
v3
actually
gulag.
do like that one because it's kind of like a Molotov, but like on
This does
steroids.
look pretty cool.
So it's
This
just
is
like there's a
nice
big
stuff.
boom, and then also has area.
It looks
denial as
like
well.
a
Yeah, it has area denial and it
Good,
so it will not detonate on impacts.
alternate
You can throw it around
to,
corners, you can throw it under
search and
cars,
destroy.
That frag effect.
Yeah, yeah, and
It's like a search and
it
destroy, though.
adds a little bit of additional
That's why.
damage to explosives after the fact. So even if you survive the initial blast of that one,
Right.
you could get taken out pretty easily afterwards.
Lupo just hit a clutch headshot. He is now
Dude.
he picked up his teammate and we're swapping
Lupo's so
over to
good.
Favela.
Oh,
Oh, you blew
yeah.
the car up, Josh.
I love this
yeah.
map.
I've gone wiped down a few of
What's your
those.
favorite, Adam?
Out of these five we're
Yeah,
playing
she
today,
just
I
got
have to go with Favela.
gangbanged.
I just, I know there are a bunch of high-rise stands
Jesus.
amongst us. Yeah.
I too am a favela stand.
But
so don't worry.
I mean, just look at it. This is beautiful.
Greg, you're the tiebreaker here.
Oh.
We've got 2 for high rise.
I love them all. They're all my babies.
Okay, fine.
Okay, all right.
can't give
Yeah.
it
So what is
No
this right
favorite
here?
children
But
here we go.
Favela is quite awesome with with all of the movement, with everything that's happening,
Yep.
That's right.
and
Take it,
high
high
rise is
rise.
also
Oh, come on,
great.
Greg. At some point.
They're all unique in their own way.
You know what? I'm switching my vote to estate just to.
Okay.
Well, you're gonna be alone.
Look at that. You split the vote. How could you?
How could I? I know.
I think I love Favela because remember that play I was talking about doing with like the capture bot and the mosquito drone that was on Favela.
Yeah.
There it is.
That's why it's got a special place in my heart.
I like the little second floor store that I
So-
believe you guys have opened a window up
For
that
Favela
wasn't
came
necessarily
out.
there before, so you can kind of see down the hill.
Me and Dustin.
Yeah, and I am trash.
Any new
That was the
windows.
first time
Well, no.
they
I'm
introduced
sorry, I might have misspoken.
the riot shield.
I thought it just was more open than it was.
We
previously.
Oh,
fucking-
it is
Yeah.
possible we allowed you to mantle out of
This
it.
map,
There you go.
Yeah.
Modern Warfare 2,
There
I
is-
think.
There's a lot
It's
of
the
those
first
things
time
that are in
they
the like
got
metrics
the riot
wise,
shield.
like
Yeah.
the metrics have changed.
So me and
in
Dustin-
terms of, like how large,
me and Dustin
how large our doors
used to
are.
play this.
We actually have the doors
we
in
took
here.
turns.
I know not everybody's
Like
thrilled
one,
with that, but it
we
is
run
a
riot
fun
shield,
mechanic to have.
and the other,
It
like,
adds a lot,
a
especially
gun.
within Cutthroat, because now
And we
you're
just,
peeking
like,
those. you're
Follow
able to
the
use
shield.
them for your advantage. And there,
They
we
literally
feel that they have a lot for the
dominated
gameplay.
And
every
I bring
game.
the window up only because, to your point earlier, it's those small touches that you
Yes.
guys have really brought to these maps that make them feel unique and different in modern for the type of gameplay we're going to see here in Modern Warfare 3.
Yeah. Well, while we have a moment and we're looking at Cutthroat, let's talk about some of the other modes as well. Ground War is one that I want to talk about. We touched on a little bit earlier on. I want to dive back into it again because
Yeah, that was
it's back
smooth.
in Modern Warfare 3.
The
You
climbing.
got large-scale maps that are going to be coming at launch, and I guess Kim, give us a rundown on
just
on
watched
Ground War,
Reptile,
'cause I'm very
Netflix.
excited for this.
What is that?
Yeah, I mean, we're so happy that Ground War is coming back in Modern Warfare 3. Again, this is our big 32v32 mode. It's the biggest battle that we have in the multiplayer experience. And we will be showcasing 3 new Ground War maps at launch, with 2 of them being playable in the open beta.
Okay.
I believe that's the Levin Resort that we just saw there.
Yeah, right. So in the beta, we have Pop of Power and Orlov
Really
Military.
good.
Orlov Military Base.
Strength
Okay.
Miller.
Yeah, you got it down.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we also have a few new vehicles. So during the open beta, you'll be able to play, I believe, 2 new vehicles to Modern Warfare 3, with more to come at launch and during live seasons.
That's right.
Awesome. And we mentioned it a bit earlier, but War
What's up,
Mode is
19,
returning.
Josh?
In addition to Ground War, the
What's up?
favorite from Call
this
of Duty
map
World
on
War
19
II
right here?
will be coming back.
Yeah, Favela.
With
No.
Modern Warfare 3.
It is awesome, and it is.
It was on the
active
original
mode.
Modern
Adam
Warfare
spoke
2.
a little bit about it earlier, but you are Task Force 141 trying to take down the Coney group that has taken over a military base. They are launching ICBMs, and you are getting your
What's up,
tank
Chrissy?
out there, escorting your
What's going
tank
on?
through a downtown area,
How you
and
doing
just
today?
having a blast doing it. And not
You said
to
this is from Modern Warfare 2.
have a blast with the ICBMs as well.
Good fun. Good ICBM.
I think all these maps are.
It was trying to come out and it just didn't happen.
Yeah, I saw what you were doing there. I
Yeah,
liked it. Yeah. And also,
Go!
there's a really cool tank on
I
screen
played,
that
like,
was
Damn!
causing utter mayhem. So that's what we care about.
It is. That is
That was
the
funny.
scenario where you are
He
escorting
got thirsty.
that down the path, and it is a very linear combat. You have very clear lines of sight, clear battle lines. That's the gameplay
Is
that we're
it
going for.
66?
Where's that?
45? What's the?
It is 6v6.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
Nice.
so it is classic
Oh, you
war
saw-
mode. If
you saw that?
We all remember what
You
classic
saw
war
that?
mode is, but it is linear.
That's
depth.
funny.
There's 3 sets of them.
Yeah, dude.
And it is a fantastic
laughing
experience that we're
too.
excited for players to get their hands on.
Lots to look forward to.
Ain't that the truth? They're very,
The doctors?
there's just so many
Everything
options,
okay?
which is the thing that really sticks to me. Like, if you don't want to jump in with your friends and just, play regular matchmaking, you could do War Mode. You could do Ground War. Was that, it feels like that was the mission of the studio here, to, really
sure.
give players that
You
ability
gotta
to
look
just,
this up, Steven.
make the decision. Go with your friends. Play what you want.
And like I mentioned about some of the new maps coming in live season, we have a bunch of new modes planned for live season as well that we're looking forward to sharing very soon.
Cool.
All right, well, I'm all for it. I want to thank you guys so much for joining us here today to share Modern Warfare 3 with the world. And that is going to wrap it up for the MW3 multiplayer segment of the show. Once again, a big thank you to Adam, Greg, as well as Kim for joining us here. But now we're going to head over to one of my favorite people. It's Maven, who's got a couple streamers that he's going to be putting in the hot and ready seat, presented by Little Caesars. Trust me, it's
Close
as hilarious
Caesars.
as it sounds. Maven,
Hot and ready.
Thank
That's
you.
my
When I
nickname.
thought about being hot and ready, the first thing that came to mind was my guy Legion.
Hey,
Beautiful. Good.
I'm really
See you
proud to
later.
be the other bald guy on stage with you today. We're doing it. We're doing it.
It looks beautiful. Listen, the first thing you said to me is how fun this is, and you're like, I'm feeling like I'm 18 again, out frying.
Listen, I'm cranking out
Oh,
energy drink
yeah,
burps right now.
Come on,
I'm
dude.
30, I'm
Who
feeling
cares?
18. I just smoked Biffle. Where's he at? I don't know where he's at. Guy's incredible, but I smoked him with a shotgun. I'm feeling alert right now, Maven.
I can tell the second you sat down, like, my guy is locked. What
Come
have you
on
loved
out.
the most
Cuckoo.
so far about just
Cool.
getting in, diving in MW3?
Brother, all the fun stuff is really fun. The shotguns, the new tags, the new lethals, where I'm just out here doing anything to just make everybody angry. It's just angry as possible. I'm assuming.
Well, was it a bit of a surprise at first? Like when you got in, like how much fun you were having? Like, does it kind of defy expectations?
Listen, I was
This dude's
16
on
when
cocaine.
Modern Warfare 2 came out.
100%.
So all these
100%.
maps that you're playing in Modern Warfare 3 right now, throwing back,
He's
bro, it's
definitely
just like you
Keith
picked it right
Sook-
back up again. And
I said I'm burping
I'm
on
body.
G.
I don't know. It's
Yeah, dude.
You're
He took
very handsome guy.
Adderall
About the chair. This is
and
the Hot and
mixed
Ready
it
seat presented by
with
Little
cocaine
Caesars. We were a
and
little
sniffed
bit
it.
worried about what this was going to be
Look
able
at
to
his
handle,
eyes.
especially
He's
if
on
I tried to sit on your lap. But this is the hot seat, dude. You like yourself some pizza?
Listen, I was a little worried that the cardboard capacity, I'd be a little overweight. But I'm feeling really good right now. And I feel like you and I together in this hot seat together, it's just too much hotness. This is too much interaction. If our bald heads connect one more time, the venue
he's
lights
done.
shut down.
He's tweaking.
Speaking of that, we got to get out of here. Let's get this over to Ship.
He is
Legion,
so
thank you so
tweaked.
much, buddy.
Look at him. Got my pizza now.
There's just always
Dude, it
comedy
does sound
with two
good.
bald guys
Yeah, that
mixed.
chair's
But
raw,
hey,
though.
I hold Shift here with the one and only Shotzi. I got to start with the fun
Shotzi.
question first. I mean, just enjoyment level.
Fuck,
How are
I'm
you enjoying the
breaking
game to this
that
point?
as soon as I get in it.
This game's amazing, man. I have nothing but good things to say about this game. I love the movement. Everything about it's got like.
All right, you set me up for like the perfect segue. Have you found ways
Let's
to
go
finish
back
the
to
movement system yet?
Adderall.
Because I know going into the beta, that's probably your main goal is to find ways to just completely over-embellish the movement
He's rough.
system. How are you feeling so far about how this game moves?
It moves smoothly than any other COD I've played. I feel like it has a mix of like fast and a little bit of a slower slide cancel, but yeah, I love it. It's very fast.
Have you broken
They
anything
literally
yet?
paid him to say that.
Not broken anything,
Yeah,
but I
you
will
got
say
to say
that
that.
there's like these sneakers that allow you to like
He's
slide
a
ADS,
professional.
and I feel like that's meta right now.
All right, so make sure you check out the stream for that because that's going to be all the hacks and clues for that. Now, getting into the competitiveness, I mean, last year, lots of conversations about skill gap. Where is it going to be? Do you feel like movement is going to be one of the main focus points for those trying to take their game to the more competitive level? Or where do you think that
Nah,
the
he don't-
competitive
he's
skill
not-
gap
he
is going to be for
doesn't
this
believe
game?
anything he says.
So yeah, definitely movement. I feel like slide canceling obviously is going to be very OP.
Yeah,
and
like, I
then
can't wait.
I feel like the aim assist in this game is actually very.
I want to see like
not as sticky as
the
other
real
games. I feel like mid
opinions.
and far range, it's actually not as sticky. So that's
Because that
definitely
first guy,
interesting.
Fair
he's
enough, Matthew.
definitely
Thanks so
adding
much, my man. Of course, you can check him out on the
fucking
stream.
drugs.
And well, with that, we're going to go back up to Miles and Lottie
This
to give
guy
us their
is
thoughts
just-
on what they just saw with multiplayer before we come back with the team from
He looks
Treyarch
dead
to give us
inside.
our first look at game footage and details for Modern Warfare Zombies. But first, a quick word from our sponsors.
Yeah, let's see some zombies.
Call of Duty Next, brought to you by Little Caesars, a proud partner of Call of Duty Next and Modern Warfare 3. NVIDIA GeForce. Level up your Modern Warfare 3 PC experience with performance multiplying
not be on
DLSS3 and
think he's
latency
just cool.
reducing
He might
reflex.
play, though.
Herman Miller Embody gaming chairs are being used at today's
He doesn't
event.
look like
Check
he's
out
on
Herman
anything.
Miller Gaming's entire portfolio of products at hermanmiller.com/gaming. And Elgato, a proud partner.
Yeah, they're
of Call of Duty
doing
Next.
zombies like way different this year.
Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome back to Call of Duty Next. My name is Miles Ross. I'm joined here in the fireside chat. I've got one Bragg, we've got OVP, we've got Nameless, and we have Alley Cat on the corner there. We are going to be, I suppose, reacting
Alley
is
Cat.
one way to put it now, but like, this is one of the hardest jobs I've ever had to work in my life. I've never been this excited about a COD. Like, Legion hit the nail on the head. I'm 18 again, 34 in skin, but 18 in gunny. Lottie, first impressions, lay it on, Miguel.
Oh gosh, I mean, how cool is this? I think you get that element of nostalgia, the new kind of newness from the game as well. It's refreshing all in one.
They're
I mean,
way
for me, I think it's got to be
too
about the
excited
fact
over
that you
this.
can kind of almost customize what you want to do, what type of player you want to be in game. I mean, it starts with movement, and then you're looking at the perk system, but there's a balance there as well, and I'm just so excited to see what type of player, first of all, I'll be, but especially our two MP experts over here, Nameless.
I am excited
You guys not only talk
for the
about
new, like,
multiplayer for a living, but you
perks
guys
equipment.
play it day in, day out,
That
so
looks
many
kinda cool.
hours grinding. Nameless, what are you making of it so far?
Yeah, I mean, you know me. I've been playing Call of Duty since way back in the day, 06 back to COD 2. And for me, what this feels like is you're getting the classic maps, you're getting the best
Zero
things
Fang.
that we all fell in love with Call of Duty about.
That's
But you're also
funny.
getting the best of the innovations of recent Call of Duties as well. So it's just been spectacular seeing. We played Hardpoint on Skid Row yesterday. Who could say that in 2023? It's been amazing, Allie.
No, it really has. I think it's interesting that you brought up like the play style because I feel like in events like this especially, like I was bringing up Warzone players, like their style of play is a little bit different from like what we see on a day-to-day basis, and even just normal content creators, they're going for snipes and stuff, and High Rise obviously a perfect place for that. So I think the fact that the movement feels so smooth and to see everybody, there's something for everyone, right? So, I mean, it's been a great
Yeah,
day.
you
so
said
far.
that last
So far,
game.
so good. We have a
You know what you
little-
do? You made snipers unusable.
I think one of the coolest things, and the desk touched
You
on it a
ever
little
see
bit, we
these
got to
videos,
experience yesterday when we
Jose?
played.
So fucking
We're making the most meaningful decisions, I think, ever in COD when it comes to our loadouts now and our perks. So what vest I'm wearing, I ran the demolition vest. It means I think I lose one of my tacticals, but I gain like 2 lethals, which turns me into a killing machine, quite frankly. The Breacher drone,
Yeah,
a lot
sure,
of fun.
Miles.
Way too much fun, actually.
That thing's insane. The Breacher drone, you just throw it in a hallway, it flies super quick. You can actually shoot out of the air. I didn't know that yesterday. I know you said you tried it, though.
I shot my own drone down accidentally. I was pre-aiming somebody in cover. They were in perfect chest high cover.
Yeah.
I let the drone fly out, and it follows a direct path. It doesn't have the craziest range. It is fast enough. But I was pre-aiming that spot, and then when the guys, with the red dot appeared, I fired away. I shot down my own Breacher drone. But it's just one of many fun new items that we have to play with here. And again, meaningful choices, like from top to bottom. What shoes am I wearing? What kind of gloves am I wearing in this loadout?
Yeah.
How do I want to play? Am I stationary? I might have the strafe speed shoes on, get my shoulders working. We heard Shots talk about the tack stance and how he's sliding around the map. And this is something we cannot stress this enough, friends. You're going to be schmooving in this game like you may have never moved before in COD.
It's going to be absolutely amazing. I'm so excited. I want to hear what you think as well as the fact that you can turn a pistol basically into an SMG. You don't need a perk.
Honestly,
you don't need to have that on. You can literally do
it's
that
the new
yourself
perks,
with guns
so
and get it to the way that you
that's
want
why.
it. I mean, running basically a secondary
I know,
SMG with an AR. I mean, that's just stunning.
We heard them talk about it too, with like the aftermarket weapon attachments as well, with the weekly challenges. So there'll be a bunch of different types of variations that you have with your gun. But we saw the Renetti; it's already insane. I saw a tweet from Scump on the timeline, a 10-piece with the Renetti. So when you turn that into an SMG, I mean, it's gonna be crazy. The world's your oyster.
It's going to be absolutely incredible. Ali, I've got to ask you, what are you most excited about? You play so much, but jumping into game, what type of player do you think you see yourself becoming with Modern Warfare 3 now?
I just gotta order some new
Yeah,
controllers,
yeah.
get used to
So,
breaking
like,
my thumbsticks all over again.
I think there's a pair of shoes that like
something that is really close
makes
to
you
the CDL
quiet,
heart, the
dead
competitive styles,
silence,
getting into the slide and the ADS.
one makes you fast,
But
so
also, I just want to talk about the fact
gloves,
of like
reload
9
quicker,
years old when a lot of these maps were a thing. You know? And, like,
accuracy.
yeah,
There's clothing.
but yeah, like I was watching my dad play, but like I
It's
don't-
essentially
like those are core memories
perks.
for me, but I never really got to load in, and so like now as a
gotta see the
23-year-old
others. He
getting
does
to
a
load into
couple
these
other
maps
ones,
and
too.
kind of like
He does
have
one
the
where he's, like,
nostalgia of, oh, I kind of
doing a
recognize
training
this,
video for
like
riding
I
bikes,
kind of know
bike,
this
you know,
map,
like
but like
the
not
big
knowing
bikes.
every
What's
nook and
his
cranny
name?
just yet, and like so it's still kind of
old
new to me,
Turner dude
but
you
it's
can't
also
see with the
nostalgic at the same
fucking
time.
And to Ali's point, like think about running around favela and being able to mantle as fast as you can in this game. Some of the different
Dude,
boots
it's
that you
so
mentioned, we were messing around with that slide yesterday.
Yeah,
It
back
goes
in
for
the
a
day.
while, and you can aim in virtually
What was that guy's
instantly
name, Josh?
and cancel it
Who's
as
that?
well. So there's so many
Remember the
different
guy
things
who
that
used to
people
do
are
all the
going to get into this
infomercials
game
for,
and
like,
figure
working
out.
out
It's going
and
to
stuff?
play
He had,
a
like,
bit
the really
different than
puffy
obviously
hair.
back in David MW2, but a lot better. It
Puffy
feels
hair.
super smooth.
And that's the most important thing we've
Yeah,
been
like
touching upon
curly-
and people have been
curly
asking us
hair like
about.
a fro.
How does it feel? How does it feel?
Uh,
it feels really good. It's very, very smooth. To your point, sliding shoes on.
No.
I'm hitting tack stance faster than ever. I'm sliding with full ADS. You can hit snipes, guys. Have you ever imagined hitting a fully zoomed in
Workout
snipe
infomercial
while
guy
sliding
from
in?
the
Well,
90s.
MW3 is the game for you. But yeah, and we've got a lot of cool stuff. Times all the one times optics, so anything red dot, a lot of the hollows. None of these things really add anything to ADS speed anymore. So the game itself in general has sped up tremendously.
I'm still
We were
behind.
messing around with tack stance yesterday
last
as well. I mean,
one
sort of the
did
canter
not miss that
takes your
much.
weapon. I'm running a big ×8 scope, right? And I can't ADS in, but if I want to hit those kind of more CQB situations, I'm keeping maximum spatial awareness. I've got my situational awareness. My screen's up. I'm able to use a weapon with a big scope
Yeah,
in
that's
close
what I was
range.
thinking
Which
of.
is
Oh,
LMG,
yeah.
which is a sniper. It's not perfect by
Look at
any
this
stretch of the
guy.
imagination,
His
but
fucking
it's still really nice to
eyes
have
are so
choices
close
as a player.
together,
We've got so
he
many
looks like he's
options
almost a
here.
Cyclops.
So much fun.
Yeah, I think that's the key word, right? The buzzword, I think, coming off the back of what we saw on the desk. It's the choices that you can make. And I think balance is such an important thing. I think in any Call of Duty game, balance is key, especially when you're going up against players who do have a choice of what they want to run, especially with
Yeah.
perks. But being able to
Alright,
have
let's,
that potential to take something
get some
away, if you
gameplay.
want to risk and reward, you're coming in with potentially like silent footsteps, you're running ghosts, you're making sure that you're the type of player you want to be.
An hour and a half.
Something also is taken away from
Who are
us. That
these?
balance
Who are
is
those
so,
two
so
people
important, I think,
to
in
the
all
right,
Call of
Josh? Are
Duty
those, like,
titles.
gamers
100%.
I guess.
I mean, footsteps are silent.
It
If you
just
want them
looks
to
like
be,
they're
that is a
almost
massive
just
W.
just
I was running around
popping.
yesterday and I saw red dots on the mini map. My footsteps were silent. I was sneaking up on people. I was just having a blast. I mean, we're talking about 12 years ago when these maps came out. They look even better now. So I can't wait to get my hands on that beta, which is coming out soon.
Very, very soon indeed. Well, it's exciting to be
Jeez,
reminiscing for
they
a very
look-
good reason. As we talked about
they look
earlier, we are
better
celebrating Call
now.
of Duty's 20th
Oh,
anniversary,
shit,
which
dude.
is an
12
amazing
years later.
milestones. And with a great milestone comes an opportunity for great rewards. To celebrate 20 years of Call of Duty history, players can receive daily login rewards between October 6th to October 16th. For every single daily login per day, up to 7 in total, you'll receive these rewards, which you're seeing on screen, including an old school price operator skin. That takes me back. These rewards all will carry forward in MW3 as well, so grab them now and take them into the next title. For more details, head over to the Call of Duty blog. Nameless, your earliest memory of COD? Is it like waiting in line at midnight?
Yeah, I don't know why.
What was it for you, mate?
I mean,
It's
yeah,
kinda
first
weird.
off, I will say we didn't have cool swag like this in these digital packs. I mean, this is
up,
that was
Jason?
before that time.
What's
but,
good, brother?
I mean, just playing
You
split
guys sound
screen
like
was the
heels?
best, like old
Oh
memories
my
I have
God.
with my friends. And screen
Fucking
legends. I mean, they were on
fabulous.
Call of
Got
Duty
the
2,
Warzone.
and now it's 2023, and we got everything, and you can still screen watch. It's right there. They're right next to each other.
Next
so
level.
we might be some players doing that here.
Incredible memories that have been had on Call of Duty. Ali, what is your earliest memory on COD?
Well, I know I talked about playing with my dad, but I think one of the more core memories, which I can't wait to break down the new and exciting stuff in that game mode coming later, has to be with zombies.
yeah.
When I was in middle school, I'd go over to my friend Anastasia's house, and we'd go in our basement, we'd turn off all of the lights, and then we'd load up
Where's she
split-screen
from?
zombies on her big
What's
TV
her
on the
accent?
couch, and just all night on her Xbox just sitting there playing zombies on town survival, you know, going as far as we could, training them around the lava pit in the center. So that's
she
definitely like
Irish?
a core memory for me.
I love to hear that. We're going to be sharing lots more stories on these couches, I am sure, as we get through the rest of today. But we also wanted to remind everyone again that early access to the multiplayer beta kicks off tomorrow for PlayStation players and next week for Xbox and PC players. You saw a ton of great multiplayer content today. Play that and more over
Dude, I
the
gotta
next
wait.
week. Check out the Call
It's
of
the
Duty blog
14th.
for more details.
Just
I
try it.
personally can't wait to see everybody get in the mix.
Or don't worry, in addition to open beta early access, all those PlayStation players out there, be sure to pre-order on PlayStation Store to get an exclusive look at the Lockpick Operator Pack at MW3's launch.
Big question is, what did you guys think of Lockpick? That's
to
another
lock
one that
your
we saw on the
doors.
desk. And I mean, there's so much to break down here. All of the team were going through every single detail, but
Looks
Ali, what
fire.
did you make of it?
She's freaking cool. Like, I know Stephanie talked about how she insta-locks her every single time that she's loading up into a game, and I might have to follow suit. Like, we might have to battle it out for who gets to be the lockpick
What is
in game
lockpick?
because
Just an operator.
she's cool.
She does
Down
look
with,
cool.
with the blue camo as well. Very excited to see all the crazy skins. We've got a tease of some of those
Just
skins.
like a,
Yeah, the trailers, you name it,
Taskmaster.
still have the Lockpick available for you PlayStation players. Hit that pre-order. We've had quite a deep dive on MW3's multiplayer mode so far, and over the past couple of
One of y'all wanna
months,
talk,
I mean,
yeah.
I suppose that was the best way to put it. We've had some teasers, we've had some
What'd you
insights,
say?
we've had a few
What'd you say,
leaks
Swag?
out of the
Shut the
return
fuck
of
up.
Makarov, and
Yeah.
what that means to Modern
Shut the
Warfare
fuck up,
3's
boy.
campaign. All that in store very, very soon. But now, though, friends, it's time for something quite different. Straight from our friends at Treyarch, here is a look at Modern Warfare Zombies.
Here we go. Zombies.
Okay, we're about to get zombies. I'll go with you. Oh yeah, we'll all go. We'll go. We'll all go. Hey, we'll wear like a bunch of phase gear, like we're like really big fans or something.
Then went dark.
There's one! I can see him!
Oh, that logo. It's fire.
Infill into a low-threat zone. Nothing gets in. And nothing, I say again, nothing gets out.
Oh shit. What? What was that?
The situation is dynamic and evolving. There are other friendly assets on the ground. Join forces to take out those threats.
We got killouts. Crazy weapons. Dude, there's a lot of zombies.
Strike team, you have execute authority. Proceed to the high threat zone.
Speed cola. That's huge.
Welcome to Operation Deadbolt.
Getting them in the fucking box.
That looks dope.
Isn't that when you get nothing with the monthly?
You just got a sneak peek at the end of that trailer of the Soul
Is that all we get?
Harvester weapon blueprint. More on that in just a bit. But now, let's welcome some very special guests from Treyarch, because you got Kevin Drew as well as Miles Leslie. Kevin is the Associate Director of Design, and Miles is the Associate Creative Director. Welcome to the both of y'all, and it is so exciting to talk about some zombies.
Fired up to be here. Yes, let's
It
talk
looks
zombies.
awesome in here. We just swapped over to a little undead purple in the back.
When I think of the undead, I think of
the ambiance.
Yeah, I mean, there's something about purple and zombies that just, it really does something for me. But guys, earlier this week, we held an event at Treyarch. We were able to bring a couple of different groups of creators who are here today at Call of Duty Next into Treyarch. First time you guys have had folks in the studio in a long time. It was super exciting. We want to talk a little bit about the event and some of the awesome reactions we got to see in the room from these guys.
Yeah, no, it was a great experience bringing in those people. You know, zombies is traditionally something that is a mode based on exploration, discovery, but we felt like there's so much new here. We really wanted to get a group in there and play it, get hands-on, get impressions, get feedback, and we just had a really great time playing with them.
You get to see a couple of the reactions in the room there. They got to see some footage. They got some playtime.
A lot of them.
Guys answered about some questions.
Yeah. The playtest so
Glad it's
absolutely fantastic. There were so many awesome moments. It just felt right getting them into play.
Well, I was going to ask, like, as, you know, having been in the lab, making this for so long, right, and then getting to see it. In
front
what you
center.
guys said before, I remember you guys mentioning that it's not a thing you do often, bringing people into the studio. So that must have been a very, like, almost revealing experience for you guys, right?
It felt very good getting
Where is this
outside people besides us playing it.
Yeah,
Like,
so you're like, oh, wait a minute, this game is
Wherever their studio is.
super fun. You know? So it's like we were right. Yeah,
We did it.
Yeah.
Guys, one of the most popular questions I noticed, you
So
know,
they
right
still don't
amongst
invite
the
Jay
crowd
Device
of
and
creators
all
that was
this
there.
Kiddo.
Easter eggs. We know them, we love them,
He
we
has a
want
lot
them in
more viewers
zombies.
than a lot of these
What,
people
if
get.
anything, can you tell us? Give us a little taste.
Yeah.
I mean,
a little tidbit, a little
A
morsel.
little something.
we can't give them
not
all.
giving any.
Well, then what should we expect?
So
at
if
least in
you
terms
were
of what's
paying
there?
attention
He
to
was
that
in the
trailer you
World
just saw
Series
for the first
Warzone.
time,
Okay.
maybe at the end,
He didn't make
you
it
go
to the
back and
finals.
scrub it. You might see something that you'll see
in the
that's
first
kind of
event they
big.
placed
Now,
really low.
I don't want to
and
give
then
it
the
all
second one,
away.
they got, like,
There's a lot to
16th,
discover in this open world zombies.
Which if
Oh,
you
yeah.
would've got,
And I
or
think that is going to lead
14th.
perfectly
I think
to
whatever,
my
if you would've
question,
placed
which
what he
is
placed
with
in the second
so
one and the
much
first one, they would've made
that
the World
needs to be
Series Warzone.
unpacked here. I guess, you know, what I'm curious about is, like, what are the key things that you want the community to know about this
top
iteration
15
of
in the
zombies?
in the
The
first
differences
one, and
potentially
then, it
from,
was
you know, the
top
previous
5
game till this one,
for
because
the
you
next
guys
one.
are
It
you
was
guys are
just
having
like-
some
it
fun
was
with it
a-
out there.
Absolutely.
last
I mean,
chance.
it's a mode based on
Qualifiers
experimentation, and
and
we're really
the
doing
last
that here. This is
15 came
taking
like
our
15%.
gameplay, our classic zombies gameplay and mechanics, and putting them on the big map and all of the experiences that offers with vehicles and the
But
vast
they also-
space and
he
the
also
higher
switched up
player
one of his
count.
teammates for
And
the
then on
second
top of that,
Yeah, that's
putting it
sweet.
in the modern
I think
warfare
that-
era where you have their equipment, operators, and it just feels so badass. you know?
And it's
well,
this
the
massive
whole thing,
open world
Biffle.
co-op experience. So that's
Yeah,
something that
Biffle
feels
is probably-
exciting. It feels different.
Warzone players.
Kind of what led you guys to design, you know, Modern Warfare
Yeah,
Zombies the
I've
way
heard
that you
it.
did
No,
in
I've heard-
this
everybody
big
knows
new
who he
way.
is.
So we just saw an opportunity with the
He's
big map to
like
have
the
the
best,
biggest
probably.
PvE experience we've ever had in the franchise.
Yeah, I like that there's,
in
like,
the past,
multiple
here, like
teams.
yeah,
Yes, pure PvE, no PvP.
Like what?
you're
who else
safe
made the
here, and there's
World
you know
Series
we usually have
Warzone?
4
Kind
players.
of.
You
Oh,
know,
it was
it is
Biffle
50 zombies at the end of the day. Yeah.
But,
But
Shifty's a
and then
cheater,
you mentioned
and they don't
like
know
the
that.
way that the game's
I don't
played in the
even know why
open
he
world,
was
but how
allowed
do
to
the
go
players
there.
like interact?
with one another in that world, because and,
Yeah,
and
you
also
gotta
like
call
you know
them
I like
Caldera.
running solo from time to time. Is that also something that's possible as well?
That's what's
Absolutely.
wrong
So
with
it's
Call-
24
that's the
players
difference between
total.
Call of- like
You
Call
can
of
go
Duty
in
and Fortnite.
solo. You can go in
When
with your
Fortnite bans
squad.
somebody
But what's
and you're
awesome is that you're
well
all on the same
known,
team
you
trying to
can't- you
do
can never
the
play
same
that game
thing.
again.
So when
You
you're
can
out in
never
the
stream that
world,
game
you'll
again.
run into other squads
Dude,
of other
dude,
players. You
dude,
can make a
dude in
decision in that
FaZe,
moment to like
Jarvis got
combine
called
and
an
form a
aimbot on
super
his
squad.
Oh, so you can form a super
Oh,
team.
yeah.
Yes.
Like in-game form a super
Yes.
team.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's cool.
And that's 8 squads of 3. You can
Like,
group up
that's the thing,
together.
there's
You
no
can
fucking
go lone
integrity
wolf
with this
it. I
game.
don't know if I'd recommend that, guys, from what I've
I
seen.
mean,
Experienced
if,
players
if,
just
you
run
if you
rampant.
want a challenge, you can go in solo, but it is
I
a lot
guarantee
of
the
fun to grab
developers.
some
I guarantee
friends,
the
form those
developers.
super squads.
Yeah.
And again, the map is
What up,
massive.
Kiko?
I don't know,
There's
man.
zombies
If
everywhere.
you look like
Other
That's good, man.
surprises
We're gonna
everywhere.
get to
Yes.
that.
It's
We're gonna get
How's
to
everything?
excited.
So a couple weeks ago, we saw
Call of Duty's
the
like it's
very
not even
first look at Modern Warfare Zombies and the
Well,
cinematic
that's what-
that we
well, I'm
released,
talking
which
about, like, the
really
content
sets the
creator.
stage for the narrative of Modern Warfare Zombies. In that we see Soap, we see Laswell, and more importantly, we saw someone who I didn't think we were going to
Yeah,
see again.
that's
Farrah?
Miles, can you take us through what's going on?
What's going on here?
What's going on?
100%. Yeah, 100%. So, you know, that opportunity that Kevin talked about is there's a few questions when people saw that cinematic. And if you hadn't, go and watch it. It's awesome. Hold on a second. Where are we in time and place? We are between Modern Warfare 19 and MW22, the year 2021. And that's really important to the story because in true Treyarch Zombies fashion, we are always jumping eras, jumping moments, and really touching different timelines in interesting ways. I can't go into all of it, but there's a reason for that. Now, the next question which you're hinting to is, why is Zakayev alive? I saw him die, but did you? Did you really?
I saw him get shot. I saw him fall down a missile silo.
You saw him fall. There was blood.
Damn.
But in true sort of story fashion, if there's no body, he's not dead. Now, Task Force 141 went back to that silo. There was water at the bottom. It had been drained. Lots of blood. And Zakayev was gone. Now, officially declared deceased.
Ooh.
But then whispers emerged that he's still alive. And now, of course, in true sort of villain fashion, he starts to hear whispers himself as he's recovering from falling down that silo, which he did.
Yeah, that hurts.
That hurts a little bit.
Yep.
Is about this new thing called Ethereum. And he wants to get it. And that really sets the stage. All of that, by the way, is day one getting in the door like you saw in the cinematic, which is that's the start of the story. And players are going to experience this story just in really interesting ways.
So it's a flashback, it's canon, we've got worlds colliding
Yes.
with Cold War, with Modern Warfare. We'll talk a little bit more about that later. But the story really progresses in a new and interesting way.
That's pretty
Let's
cool.
take a look at how these come to life in the intro mission. here.
Yes, yes.
It's like sweet.
Your objective is a roof-mounted comms tower. Marking location
Are
on
they
tag
playing
map.
zombies?
Once tower is
Uh,
active, use decryption
they're just
key
showing
Jansen's tablet
the
to
first
establish
mission.
comms.
Cause it's like story too.
Changing mags. Track team, enemy birds closing on your position.
Oh, what the fuck?
Clear the deck and push up top. Objective is on
Who are these guys? Dude, there's so many zombies.
I still need a minute or two. I'm in the middle of erasing my research from the Terminus database.
Protect Dr. Jansen.
Holy shit, man.
Target down. Zakayev will unleash this hell
This
everywhere
field of
from
view
New York
was
to
super
Joburg if we
huge, right?
can't
This
stop
is
Yeah.
like
it
an
here.
80 field of
Clear and
view.
hold that LZ strike team. Multiple enemies on approach. Weapons free on all threats.
So what you just saw there was just a little snippet of that story mission intro. And what's really exciting again about this opportunity across the open world is, like Kevin was saying, is we want to bring that story to the forefront. These story missions have handlers from the Modern Warfare world, from the Black Ops world, Cold War world that you might see. Some new friends along the way as well. And they're going to help you on this story and these missions that take you across the big map. Lots of different activities and cool things to do. Awesome cinematics and well. And again, the whole point of this is that if you're new to being a Zombies player, we want you to experience that story. We want you to get into it. But if you're seasoned and you just want to jump in and kill some zombies, you can free roam and do that and then jump to the story later. We really have embraced that open world sort of feeling across this, and that's really the exciting thing is it kind of pick your poison, that player pacing in that sense.
Modern Warfare 3 is about options.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's becoming more and more
I like it.
prevalent to me as I'm hearing you guys talk about this like
See,
throughout
to
the
me,
day.
this looks
super
better
awesome and
than
great to
multiplayer.
see that like the player choice is very prevalent, right? But you know, Zombies has been a mode that's been in the game for such a long time. It's really
Like 2 or 3
runs
quick,
side by side, parallel to Call of Duty and its incredible legacy. But there are still players that are going to be new to this, that are coming into this with a fresh set of eyes for the first time ever. What's in
Did Modern
store
Warfare
for
ever have
them?
zombies? I thought it was on
Because,
Black
you know,
Ops.
this
Black
could
Ops.
be a little jarring, right? There's a lot of stuff going on over here.
Absolutely. So zombies can be pretty intimidating, and we know that there might be a lot of players who might only play Modern Warfare, or DMZ, or Warzone. So we've built
There's
this
the map.
mode to make sure that they
There's
can
the
have
map.
success and have fun, and also support our veteran audience.
And
So
on a brand new...
and a brand new map, and we'll talk about that more later.
Not later.
But here, for this mode, we've
Kinda like a
broken it down
simulation.
into 3 tiers of difficulty. So you're going to infill on the outer edges, and this is kind of like lower level difficulty.
Is that the new map
New
right there,
players
Josh?
can really
Pretty
hang
sure.
out here for the duration of a match and have a great time. But our advanced players are going to want to try to get into the center of that map as soon as possible. That's where Sakeo threw that vial and started this entire incursion.
What an arm on him.
Yeah.
I gotta say.
He yeeted the vial. Now we have a hot zone.
That doesn't look like Verdansk.
And now we have to pay
Hate to
for
see
it. All
it.
right. Well, then let's look at the flip side of that one, though, right? Because we talked about the new players, how we get those folks into the game and have them playing something outside of their comfort zone, so to
Totally.
speak. But one thing that we know is that there are core Zombies fans that love this experience, live and breathe it. So what do you have for them?
Yeah, absolutely. When you talk about that fusion, and like Kevin said, the experimentation was, well, how do you bring all those core zombie Treyarch features into this new world? And we've done just that. You can see we've got the mystery box. We've got wall buys. We've got the Pack-a-Punch, the Pat Machine. All of these things are spread out across this ginormous map. And as you go in, it's up to you. Where do you want to buy them? How do you want to accumulate your arsenal and your loadout? How do you want to tackle this
I remember
world?
that.
But those zombies features are
This
super
looks good.
key to making this feel fresh and really an evolution of that sort of open world feel as you get
You
more
get to fucking
powerful.
get your
And again,
shit to a
it's
ray gun
fused
and
with
shit.
the Modern Warfare DMZ feeling as well as buy stations as well.
You're
Using
gonna see
score streaks.
features that you recognize if from experience.
Speak over.
100%, which you may not have had in other zombies. So that's where you really have married them together in interesting ways.
Yeah.
But
It's awesome.
the most
The ray
important
gun
core
is
feature,
so
of course,
fucking raw.
It's a
Zombie
sweet
too.
new feature, folks.
The ray gun.
is our cereal.
Zombie cereal.
You can't find this in the map. I
The
wish I
little
could.
one, remember the
It's
little
actually
one?
delicious, though.
Yeah, it's your Call of Duty Next. It has some awesome features. It's got a UV light.
It was the little one that
alternate-
looked like a
alternate
I may or may
cover.
not have
Yeah,
taken
this
a
was
box of
raw.
those
Oh yeah,
already.
I've stolen this.
I mean, a
This is
crate.
mine.
I'm not talking about
Yeah.
a single box. I'm
Yeah.
talking about a
Oh,
single
crate.
crate.
Oh, wow.
What came off the truck? You know?
Wow.
And shout out to Off Limits
Yes,
Cereal for making
fantastic.
this with the box bespoke for Modern Warfare 3 Zombies, and it's a woman-owned business, which is dope.
Awesome.
And it
Clang,
glows in the
clang,
dark.
bang.
Yeah. So I would be remiss to not hit on one
I
of the
feel like this
really
thing's
core
too long
features
for no
for our
reason.
Zombies
Oh, yes.
players, and that's the Wonder Weapon.
Oh,
I think they're setting up.
Bro, you don't have to interview people.
Yeah,
you don't
so
have to talk about
of course we have a
cereal.
Wonder Weapon,
Well-
What's the
and
game?
it has
That's all
been
we wanna
custom
see. We
made
don't care
again.
about
I think they're
It's an
doing
open
it.
world experience. It
Because
is
they're
open
setting
world.
up
Oh my word.
for Warzone.
I'm gonna let you just look
Yeah.
at it for a
Yeah.
second.
Oh,
First
yeah.
raise.
Yes.
It's like
This
yes.
thing is huge.
It's absolutely amazing. So the Scorcher again is built
That
for
looks sick.
demolishing the highest density of
Sounds like
zombies you've
10
ever
targets.
seen
The
before.
hordes.
Oh yes, the
We're gonna melt
hordes.
hordes.
Look at that bitch.
Absolutely. And then on top of that, it's got an alt fire. It launches you into the air so that you can use it to
That
engage.
bitch is
If you want to
raw.
jump into
Oh
a
my
horde,
God, that bitch
Yeah, it
get
is.
away from the horde of zombies. If you want to jump on a building or
Yeah,
over a
it
building,
does.
like it's
I don't-
really.
Wait, she can, like, rocket
there was
jump
so
over
many
it.
Yeah,
things.
absolutely. It's once you get into like basically the flow state of using it and it's in your arsenal.
It's
There's no limit.
Chef's
Oh, look,
kiss.
they brought that
Chef's
creature.
kiss.
Chef's
Wonder
kiss.
Woman.
You're like, I'm the
Scorcher. Yeah, it's absolutely fantastic.
And part of what makes Zombies so special, especially with this new open world field, is the
like I'm
replayability.
watching
Is
fucking
this?
Clark-
It's not a
fucking
one and
video
done
from
game
Clark
mode.
Avenue.
So how is Modern Warfare 3 Zombies gonna push that
2
forward
a.m.
and take the next step in terms of
Over on
what
train.
keeps players
I'm
coming back
trained
for more
at
every time?
2:30 in the morning.
Yeah, so this is a really
This is
kind of
happening.
playable mode.
You
It's
see a guy with a
innocent
big ass fucking
distraction,
ray gun.
exfil.
What up, D?
mode, right?
Yeah,
So you're
dude.
trying to get
Zombies
deeper
is
and
like
deeper into the map, and
big
at
map.
first, you're not going to be that successful. You're gonna have to
24
play a lot,
players,
over and over,
squads
gain
of 3.
mastery, try to take things out, make sure you successfully exfil so you can come back in the
It's gonna be
next time
sick.
with hit the ground running with the right stuff.
Yeah. And when you talked to me, we mentioned it before, we saw Zakayev yeet the vial in the cinematic. That has created the incursion zone, that super hot area we saw a little bit of on the TAC map. Can you talk to me about how, the storm will play into the map, what that vial did, and what the gameplay, repercussions are going to be for the player there?
Yeah, so this thing is in the map.
Like-
It's the source. It's spreading the dark aether.
I'm
So
more excited
It will always be
for
there in the
this.
map. It's going to dictate this time.
But,
limit. At 45 minutes, it's going to start growing and completely consuming the
dang.
map, and that's
The
where you
multiplayer.
get out.
Yeah.
Had a lot of zombies.
And it gets really, intense.
So it's a total 1 hour
session.
So this,
yeah,
this
one
is
out,
part
1 hour
of the new
session
map. I
again.
like
Those
this.
Yeah, this looks sick.
It goes back
So I
to
read
getting
on
in,
read
you know,
online.
again, player
There's
pacing,
2
you wanna stay
maps.
on the outer edges.
There's that
Also,
one.
You want to
Then
challenge
there's
yourself, go into medium and
Chicago.
high threat, but the Ether Storm waits for no one,
Nope.
and it will come. And it will make
feel
the
like
zombies
that's a troll,
harder,
Josh.
Yeah.
and
Chicago
that's part of the
is the
challenge
map
and fun.
itself.
Is are we going into
Well-
the storm to cleanse it? Are we avoiding
They're
it?
just
What are we
telling
doing?
you
Getting the
how
hell out of
to
Dodge?
do it.
Yeah.
What are we doing here?
Ground Zero.
Is really where you get into a lot of fun.
And really, too, when you think
Hey, is
about
this a new map?
that,
No,
that
it's just
heat
real
map for
life.
Get to
zombies,
Chicago.
part of that is going to be gearing up. You said you're spending, a lot of players will be spending a lot of time on the outer edges of the map or in the yellow. Gearing up, getting that.
It's not Chicago.
Collecting the right
They
things
built
that
the
we
map
need to have a
in Chicago.
successful infill.
Yeah.
One of the most exciting things about that is how weapons will carry over from match to match.
Yeah, so if you're familiar with DMZ, we have contraband weapons, so everything you're fighting in the match, you can take out and bring it with you. We
Item persistence.
Yes,
Yeah.
we have insurance slots, but we've really taken that to the next level with all the zombies upgrades. So, in the past, you've had to do all that just in game and you lose it. Now, all of those things have been formed into a consumable version called acquisition. So things like
Okay, so he
Pack-a-Punch,
works for Treyarch, I
weapon
think.
rarity, ammo mods,
Yep.
wonder weapons.
Yeah.
All of
Yeah,
those
he has
things
a
you can
Treyarch,
find in the
that's what I
match,
thought
and
it
you can
said.
decide to use them then, or you can take them out and just start the next match, load up, pack a
Infill
punch,
hot.
drink
Yes.
4 perks immediately, and now you're good to go. Like you're going all the way
Yeah,
into the high threat.
Straight
Kevin
into the
Durant.
red zone, juiced up on perks.
Motherfucker got
Right?
two
Already
perks.
has their
Quite a
weapon.
difference.
Juiced
right?
up,
But
got
what
a
was
perks.
the, I guess, like inspiration?
Jesus.
Was it just, hey,
Hello?
let's just try something creative, different,
watching this
fun.
thing
Do what
extremely.
Zombies has
What's up?
always done and push the bar.
Yeah, it's just like introducing this different kind of
No,
pressure with the time limit,
Yeah.
but then now giving players this additional ability to
what?
bring things in is huge.
Yeah, it's
sure.
it's part of that. How do you ease
Oh,
new players?
Yeah,
and
this looks
seasoned
fun.
Players, right? It kind of relates to rounds. If you're familiar from that, is like when you get into the higher
okay.
zones and you have more of that
Make sure it's
arsenal. That's for those seasoned
They're gonna
players.
feel
You
it.
They're gonna
literally
feel
get
it, and they're gonna want
an
that challenge, but
hour
you know what?
to go
There's a
in,
big challenge there,
do
so
your
you better
shit,
be loaded up on
get
a
out.
bunch of stuff coming in to really succeed.
All right, we're getting into the lightning round here. Finally, Miles, I asked you before. You said that Zombies is all about discovery, and it is. We know those
If it is, it's
secrets,
already-
those Easter eggs are out there
Obviously, if it is, it's nothing
lurking
important.
in the world. But of all the secrets, again,
Oh.
I'm going to pressure you.
Keep going back to the
Come
well
on.
here, Steph.
What can you tell us? What should we be looking out for?
You know, I can't get into all of the secrets. I want to,
Make
but the
sure to
team
watch
would
it.
kill me. There's a lot in there,
We
but
want people to find
we
it.
do want them to find it. But we have again taken advantage of this map. There's a lot there on day one for Discover. We love watching the community find these things. That is part of the fun. So we don't want to spoil any of it, but there's a lot in there, and we're already planning some fun stuff to come later as well.
Well,
So
look,
more coming.
You're not getting it
More
out of
coming
us.
You know
in the
what?
live
Steph,
seasons.
Steph might be trying to dig deep. I will never do that. Ever in a million years. But what can you guys tell me about the monsters?
There
What do
you
you
go.
tell us about all the monsters that we have coming up here? Because there seems like there's some wild ones that are going to be available for players to fight against.
We have a full gambit. It starts with
So,
just
Josh,
our
so who
zombies.
made the
We
Warzone
have
map?
more
Is it
zombies
Treyarch
than we've
or,
ever seen before in
Sledgehammer?
one space. They completely fill up this map. Anywhere you go, there's going to be danger. But then we have all of our other awesome enemies, so Hellhound, our Mimic, who can disguise himself as a cache in the map, so you have to be careful.
I don't know.
The Disciple, he buffs.
That was me this morning.
Just waking
Free
up.
coffee.
Buffing
I don't know.
zombies and
Look at
light
the
the
dog.
Mangler with his
The
cannon
dog's
and ranged
wild,
attacks,
bro.
so
I
just
love the dog.
all sorts of threats. But the Mega Abomination,
The zombie dog
he's
is so
about
funny.
3 times bigger than we last saw him. He's
Yeah, 'cause
so
he needed
big
to be
now.
bigger.
Yeah, he's now
Absolutely.
This shit is
thrown some
loud.
crawlers under
Warzone
his
now,
stomach,
right?
Oh,
and they-
fun.
I think so.
He can't fit in buildings anymore. He's so big, so he needs those
Bro,
guys
he
to
looks
go
raw.
inside.
you in the
Oh,
buildings.
but this is when you talk about like that opportunity
Get
in
murdered.
the world is okay. You think you're gonna
I
be
don't
safe,
know
you're gonna run inside.
who made a new map.
No, absolutely not. The Abomination will send in
I'm not
these little
sure.
creatures, and they will try to explode and flush you out. So really, it's do you want to die by the lasers outside, or do you want to die by these zombie explosions? Again, it's up to you.
Your choice.
It's your choice.
Choose your own adventure.
That's right.
But perhaps more terrifying than monsters even for the first time. There are
right.
humans
Yes.
in zombies
They
as
were
well.
the real enemies all along.
So this enemy PMC group
Yeah, absolutely.
is in the world.
That's another, again, important to the story when you go back to Sakayev and this Terminus Outcomes PMC group. They're his muscle that he's hired. They found that Ethereum. They want more in true sort of bad guy fashion, and they are across the map. So for the first time, you're going to be able to, if you want, fight these AI. There's a gameplay loop tied to them where there's a progression on that side, and you can run into them. You can avoid them if you want. If you just want to chill out and shoot zombies all day, that's great.
Ah.
You want to mix it, that's cool. Or
Or
the coolest thing is to take a horde of
posted that.
zombies, and Kevin loves to say it's like a hornet's nest, which it is you shoot a few, you get a big horde of them,
they're upset.
and you basically train them
Thanks,
right
man.
into the
Oh, that's
AI.
cool.
And,
Okay.
and it's basically the zombies are third-partying,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
Which is awesome. So we're 100% team zombies, and you just kind of sneak by as they're causing all the carnage, so you can loot, get what you need, and get out. But it's really just I can't express the moment when you unleash your own zombie horde on the human AI. It's really satisfying.
Great.
Awesome. I can't wait. Well, you guys saw it after the Zombies trailer earlier, but in a couple of minutes, Lottie's going to give you all the details on the Soul Harvester weapon blueprint. Stay tuned. That thing is
Stay tuned.
absolutely absurd. It's 100% something that you're going to want to see in Zombies day one. But I have some other news. You got a little taste of that big map that you guys keep talking about. I am excited to announce that the big map you saw here teased in Modern Warfare Zombies was actually your very first look at the brand new map coming to Warzone. We're deep diving into Battle Royale coming next.
Oh boy, it's
Let's
going
go.
to be awesome stuff. Firstly,
Los
Ken Moss,
Alamos.
I want to thank you guys so much for your time. Your passion is infectious. Your love for this is truly
Excited to be
inspirational, and I'm excited to try it out.
I wish we could stay and talk about it.
Yes.
I think
You
we
didn't
could.
draw your self-portrait.
Well,
Kevin drew some lovely Zombies artwork
I
today
think we
that
could talk about this
will
all
be
day.
debuting
It's
later.
going to be awesome. I'm sure everyone's so
Thanks for
excited to
having us.
jump into Zombies. Yeah, and thank you guys so much for sharing
Miles.
that love for this. And that, of course, wraps up our Modern Warfare Zombies portion of this show here. But next up, it's Warzone with live Warzone gameplay and new map
Let's
details are going to
go.
be coming your way. But first, a quick word from our sponsors.
Call
Get
of
the
Duty
ladder.
Next, brought to you
Ladder.
by HyperX, the official peripheral partner
Oh, we
of Call
got
of
the
Duty.
ladder.
We're all gamers. TCL, play like a pro on the big screen with TCL Q-Class QLED TVs, up to 98 inches. Movement, the official timekeeper of Modern Warfare 3. Go to
Yeah, dude.
mvmt.com/collab
That watch
to see the
kinda
limited
left
edition watch collab.
is
Backbone,
$100
level up your
cheaper.
play with Backbone
More than it.
and Call of Duty Warzone Mobile.
And it looked better.
And Lovesack. Lovesack Stealth Tech is a proud partner of Call of Duty Next, bringing unparalleled immersive surround sound to your at-home gaming experience.
Ladies and gentlemen, mesdames, messieurs, welcome back to Call of Duty Next. Zombies! Where do we even start? Oh my god! I mean, it's what? We've got the spiritual successor to Outbreak from Cold War. We've got everything we know and love about zombies, and a big old look at what they called the big map. Did you notice at home when you saw that screen grab? Oh, that's a big map. That's the sort of map I could see 100-something players jumping into and fighting until the very last man or woman standing.
Yeah.
Guys, zombies, let's get into it. The ray gun on desk right now is very, very appropriate. It looks sick. It looks fun. I mean, I cannot wait, frankly.
I think the big thing is that it's almost like a gateway for others who have never played zombies before.
Come on, get your wet
It's
ass
Warzone
off
type
me,
of
bro.
style. You have also ether, waves of ether coming in that make your life a lot harder, as if zombies wasn't hard enough. But just there is something for everybody in this zombies game. It's so fun. I actually, could see a couple of the pro players in the CDL reacting to zombies and being like, hold on a second, are we gonna play?
Our good buddy Simp is already tweeting about it, saying zombies look sick. It does look sick, Simp. You're absolutely right. But Ali, I mean, this is like, we're going to pull up as a squad. We're going to have our own whip. All of our skins are involved. We can enjoy the cinematic story moments, and then we can get absolutely into the action and play around with zombies.
Absolutely, Miles. I know that you're going to be on the outskirts for a hot minute. Don't worry. Don't worry. Yeah, don't worry. Me and Ant will take all of the really difficult hordes as we head towards the center. It kind of gives me, because I played a lot of Outbreak, so I am kind of curious as to, like, they talk about the 3 different levels.
Outbreak.
Like, how serious are we talking about the jump between those levels? You know what I'm saying? So I'm really excited to jump in.
Well, what I found like really interesting was the way that you can exfil with weapons and bring them back later on, right? Because like we can have strategies like you can get all the perks, I'll get a crazy weapon, Ali gets another crazy weapon, and then we come back in and instantly go to the hot zone. So Zombies looks amazing, man, and those monsters were terrifying. We heard the devs so passionate talking about how insane the zombies are going to be in this game, and that's what I get most excited about. I just want to see that whole horde come towards me. I want to have that crazy scorcher, light them all up, and get to the action right away. But they have those layers for everybody. If you're new to zombies, you can just stay on the outside, loot up, and take your time. So a bunch of different elements to this year's zombies, and I'm super excited to get in there.
Certainly are tons of elements to be excited for, and we're also so excited to announce the Soul Harvester Tracer Weapon Blueprint for the Modern Warfare 3 Vault Edition. This gun is stunning. It will be available starting October 17th in Modern Warfare 2 and Warzone to anyone who pre-orders the Vault Edition and comes to Modern Warfare 3 on launch day, November 10th, folks. Make sure that's in your calendars. You're going to want to run this blueprint, I promise you, when the Haunting launches, because in addition to the traces and custom death effects, it will help you collect souls faster in a special upcoming event. Stay tuned. And you can turn those souls in for rewards as well. So when Modern Warfare launches, the blueprint is going to come with the dead wire ammo mod that lets you electrify undead hordes.
You mean to tell me there is an actual weapon that can fetch me their souls? I just want to get it out on broadcast. Sorry, guys.
Pay to win.
Still coming up later today. COD Next doesn't finish just yet. We've got a day of Call of Duty action ahead of us, ladies and gentlemen. Immediately following Next, we will be Code Bowl 4, presented by USAA. Join the top Call of Duty streamers and military esports teams as they compete for the coveted Code Bowl trophy, which has actually been in space, funny enough. 100% of the net proceeds from today's tournament will go toward placing more veterans into high-quality jobs. Now, we have a lot of Call of Duty fans. We've actually got a short message from someone who wants to say a very, very quick hello to all of you.
Fuck is this?
¿Qué rollo, plebada? Puro Modern Warfare 3 y pura WP.
Who's that?
Se viene algo chingón.
No.
Peso, thank you very much.
Who's Peso?
Ever so much. I mean, pretty cool actually, isn't it? I love how many people are so interested, obviously, in
Is he like
Modern
a
Warfare 3. I mean, who wouldn't
soccer
With the tease of something to come. Lottie, what's that all about, mate?
Well, I'll tell you what, right now, welcome to the TCL Power Hour.
Yeah.
During this
Yeah.
next hour, we will have our streamers try to complete a series of challenges while in the middle of Battle Royale. Now, there are 9 challenges, and with them come 9 opportunities for you, the viewer, to have a chance to win a 65-inch TCL TV. Now, look at these, okay? We need to talk quickly about how these potentially might go down. Did you catch a glimpse of any of those challenges? What are we thinking?
Yeah. I instantly saw the one where you have to get, I think, like a double elimination with a drivable train.
Oh, what? Yeah, wait.
A drivable train?
One more time so the people out there.
You have to get a double elimination with a drivable.
What is that?
Hold on.
It's a train you could drive.
Wait, what?
More on that later. But we
Does
did
it
this last year. It's
trade?
a lot of fun. So
You
when
can
our teams
drive.
are involved in that big old game of Warzone, we're going to be keeping an eye on
That
these
sounds
challenges.
cool.
And if we do manage to complete that bingo card
That
of
would've been sweet if we
Mania,
could've
you
did
might
that
have a chance
last
to win
time.
television. Very exciting stuff.
Yes, and during this next hour, to enter for a chance to win, you need to submit a tweet using the hashtags #CODNEXT and #TCLXCOD
For
sweepstakes.
tubes.
For each challenge completed by our streamers during the TCL Power Hour, a winner will be randomly selected from all eligible entries received
I just
for a
wanna see
total
this
of up to
Warzone, that's
9
all.
winners, folks.
Let's go
We'll
now.
be keeping you guys updated on
Nah.
completed challenges as we see them come in, but we also do ask that you help us out as well. So take a screenshot of a challenge being completed and tweet them to hashtag CODNext and hashtag TCLXCOD sweepstakes.
Well, with that, very, very excited. But with that, our time has come. We're now going to hear a quick word from our sponsors, and then it's back over to Golden Boy and Stephanie at the desk with a very, very special guest, Raven. And then it's time for Warzone. Don't go too far.
Call of Duty Next,
Yeah, that's-
brought to you by Little Caesars, a proud partner of Call of Duty Next and Modern Warfare 3. NVIDIA GeForce. Level up your Modern Warfare 3 PC experience with performance multiplying DLSS 3 and latency reducing reflex. Herman Miller Embody gaming chairs are being used at today's event. Check out Herman Miller Gaming's entire portfolio of products at hermanmiller.com/gaming. And Elgato, a proud partner of Call of Duty Next.
Welcome back, everyone, to Call of Duty Next, and it's now time to talk about something I know all of you people at home are excited to talk about. It's Warzone, and what we should all expect in the next chapter as we go into Modern Warfare 3. At the desk, we're now joined by Ted Timmons. He's the Senior Creative Director at Raven Software. Ted, it is a pleasure to have you here, my friend. How you feeling, man?
This is something else. I can't wait to show you what Ravens.
250 players,
it's
you know, it's
something.
kind of big.
It's something, yeah.
It's just a couple close friends.
Yeah, I mean, we
dropping
just caught
by.
up. Couple homies. Playing some games.
Have a cup of
around.
tea.
Yeah. Cup of tea.
You know, do our thing.
I could actually go for a good cuppa now that I actually think about it.
We're in the right place. We'll offline.
Yeah, we definitely are. But yeah, we're really excited to have you and it's all things Warzone.
They're
I
going
know
to.
everyone's chomping at the bit to get this information.
They're about to.
They are, and we teased it a
They're
bit
what?
earlier. There's a new
They're
map
about to.
coming to Warzone
Yes.
later this year. I'm happy to say. But Ted, tell us where we're headed.
Ready? Welcome to Urzikstan.
Ooh, okay.
Where the Middle
Urzikstan.
Take a look. Here's Urzikstan.
This is it. We've been waiting. We've been sort of hinting
It's
all
that-
day long, right?
Hinting all day long, a little bit for the last week. It's of course got 11 unique POIs here.
POIs, all seamlessly integrated. Brand new map, full of wonderful nostalgia that we'll dive into as well when we play.
You mentioned this is where the Middle East meets Europe, a little bit,
Yes.
Eastern Europe a little bit. And Urzikstan will, of course, be familiar
Yes.
to many Modern Warfare players as a central location from the campaign, of course, where Farah is from.
Yes. This is my, my personal
That's
favorite
raw.
point of interest. Zaravan
Checkmaters.
City.
Okay.
You've got the huge construction site with the crane that's
Come
going to send
dead,
it.
Zara.
If you look
Is that right
carefully, you might see a zip line or two, which we'll talk about
Yeah,
a little later.
you say.
Oh, no,
I
it's
saw
different,
that,
though.
and that
It's a little-
definitely caught
it's a
my
little
eye. But
different,
any
though.
opportunity
We were
to
looking at it
also
the one
be
day.
in more lush
Yo,
environments
that looks
with
like.
industrial
like these
spin. I
buildings.
This
kinda
looks like.
historic and industrial.
Yeah, this is
Uh,
on the northern
Verdance.
side of the
Yeah.
map. You know, again, you know, when we think about something like Warzone,
Oh,
you
wow, I
need those
like it.
industrial districts. We got pop-off power. I
like
made a
it.
joke
So it's
yesterday with
definitely
that they'll be popping
not
off here. I'm
Pop
sure
off
later
Los
today.
Alamos.
Yeah.
That's going to be a thing.
That's how it
Wonderful
works.
point of interest. This is Shahin Manor.
This
Again,
is
like
Verdansk,
really built
bro.
around that kind of close quarters combat
Ooh,
that
I
we
love
want our
that
players to experience.
Awesome interiors here. I've had some really fun
Oh,
close
this
quarter
might be a good
experiences
Lowtown.
here.
Lowtown.
Lowtown.
Looks
Where
like
the rats are
favela.
going to be hanging out here in
Yes.
Old Town. These are next to each other. There's a train line running
But then
through
this
it.
kinda
This is
looks
sort of
like
in the
out of Caldera
centralized
right
area of the
here.
map, so we expect this to be a hot drop.
Yeah, Old Town, Low Town,
Yes.
put nearby one another. Of course,
Yeah.
we've got this beautiful ruined architecture, sort of a bit of those touches
Ooh.
across the map here. And
All of military base. I'm
Hold
hearing
on.
this is your favorite POI, huh?
my personal favorite, I
Ooh,
love the
different.
military
I like it,
base
though.
way back in Verdansk. You can find me
Fair.
at the military base, and
Very
so
familiar,
these
this.
bunkers speak to me.
Well,
Cargo.
What's sticking out to me, looking at
Yeah.
all of these different locations,
What up,
is
Cody?
density. There's
Yes.
a lot in
Yeah.
the, like in between different buildings, different locations. It really feels like there's going to be some fun opportunities to get some good fights in.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
one
they
of
put
our
the
focus
military
points, and I
base
love
right
this
there.
vista shot of the map. But it was genuinely one of our focus points was to say, how can we make a more dense map where it
Where's
feels
it
like in
supposed to
terms
be,
of like
Josh?
rotation opportunities,
Uh,
regain.
no.
There's always some way like you can go and kind of
Middle
home,
East.
So
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah, and
Europe.
we touch on. I think
Europe.
what's really
Europe,
interesting
Russia.
is you and I have talked.
Yeah,
Warzone
Russia,
has been
yeah.
here for a number of years now.
like
We've
right
had
by-
a lot of opportunities
right by
to
the
take
border.
those experiences, and it feels like you guys have really worked apply those experiences to this map.
Yes, it's one of those things where when we start to
Yeah,
talk
that
about
does
the game, we always
future
reflect
maps.
on the many years of Warzone
Uh-oh.
now, and what our players have loved. So I think when players play, and you'll see this very shortly, there's little bits of every map that we've had to date, but at the same time it has like a freshness to it. Like when we think about new maps, it has to have a newness at the very same time. So
they're dropping in.
This is
They're
it.
dropping in. This is
First
the
time.
very first time you are
we go.
seeing live gameplay
I
from
do
Rainbow
love
Six Siege.
Who better
how
than
dense
Dr.
it
Lupo to
is.
take a look at because
Get to start us
he's going to pop a few heads from across the map too. So I mean, he's even trying to do a shot.
I mean,
What a
well,
shoddy.
they're warming up, but I've seen him crush with
MTZ.
with shotties today in MTZ.
MCW.
So I have faith.
What are these guns?
Always.
He just left
This is
the
actually quite
airstrike.
exciting to check out here, especially that, ooh, we got ourselves a little bit of a fight happening here. So I think Lupo does manage to get the better. And just again, it feels so fluid. And I think one of the points that is really sticking to me here is also just on that movement front as well, right?
Yeah, it was very important to us.
Yeah.
And so tell us, Ted, Warzone shares the same foundations of Modern Warfare 3. Raven worked really closely with Sledgehammer to
That's
make
awesome.
sure all of those gameplay features that we covered in multiplayer earlier today are aligned with Battle Royale. Can you take us through that a little bit?
Yeah, as you mentioned, we've been working with Sledgehammer all year. Doing a great
Why is there so many
because we know when we
suppression
make
lines?
something like a
Yeah, I don't know.
Battle Royale map, we need that movement to feel fluid. We need the traversal mechanics, the mantling.
And why did he just
everything
need
needs
that
to work
precision
well
on it? I was about to
and
say,
seamlessly.
Yeah, and again, it's the classic Call of Duty feel, right? You're obviously going to be getting that here, but to see that,
I don't know,
guess
Josh,
with the word
that
parody, I
was,
guess I'm thinking of just
the
basically
TTK
seeing how like
Continuity.
continuity
Yeah,
is,
this
better,
looks-
is a way better word.
This looks good.
With synergy across all
Yeah,
the
yeah,
modes.
yeah, synergy. I love it.
I love that
I
word.
love that we managed to fit synergy.
And at the same time, we saw earlier on from Greg and the team that they increased their health to 150 to actually match Warzone. So
Yeah.
not only is there a synergy with movement, there's also a synergy with the gameplay
Would that
itself.
also be pretty awesome for you as well, having been involved in Warzone for so long and the amount of love and passion you have for it, to see like, hey, when players load into the game, like the experience is going to be the same. So try it out, right? The water's warm.
Yeah, move around. Yeah, we saw zombies. We saw, now with Warzone, we really want our players to move between all these different experiences.
This is one of my favorite weapons that I can pick up in the map right now. I love the scope on it. I hope Dr. Lupo likes it.
Yeah,
I
let's
do.
see. I mean, I expect a lot of people to
This
oh,
literally
no,
looks like Modern Warfare 2.
Okay, so the
What is
crane
that?
has a vertical
Whoa!
ascender.
The crane.
To get all the way
What?
up there.
Oh, because it's such a good redeploy mechanic. You can literally use the map to redeploy. You can
Why
go
don't
up to
you
the
put your
crane and jump
precision
off
down?
He did.
go to wherever you need to go.
So he's just equipped
shit.
a Guardian.
Yes.
Guardian, we talked a little about in
What's this?
MP.
Why does it look like that?
I said I'd talk about it more in Battle Royale because
Probably out there,
I think
Red.
this is something we're going to see a lot of today. This is a new kill streak. Can you tell us a little bit more about how it's going to play out? in
Yeah,
VR?
it's a. I mean,
Gulag.
I don't want to critique that gameplay there,
Yeah.
but maybe, just maybe, if he put it down, that could have been the area of denial that he actually
Looks pretty
needed to
good.
win that encounter. So it's very much about if you're being pushed or if you want to defend an area, get that Guardian down to keep you safe effectively.
Yeah, so again, it's not eliminating any players, but it's that stun effect
Yeah.
that it's having on
Look
players.
at where he is now.
Uh-oh, the gulag.
Gulag looks cool. It kinda
And
looks
is
like
that
old
a
school,
fully kitted out gun as well? that I'm
So
seeing?
this one's not. This
Okay.
is
One
actually
from,
just
Caldera, I
I think it's a normal layout.
Okay, yeah, I see that.
Yeah.
But what's interesting about the Gulag is we've gone back to this 3-lane experience that we've had.
So this is the brand new Gulag, simplified. It's
Damn. Lupo.
But it's got a little treat in the middle there.
There's water.
that we didn't see. We might see it later. Can you
Yeah.
tell us what we can expect?
So with this
Gulag
group
today?
of players, they are so good at this game. So we'll have to see if the Gulag lasts that length of time. But for anyone at home, in previous Warzones, we've had a capture point, which was the
I like the
overtime
Gulag
mechanic.
from
But this time around,
the
it's
new
an
one right
ascender,
now.
and a rope drops down
Not
from
this one,
above,
like
and you
when
can
the one
ascend
playing
and
on
get
now.
out.
So it's kind of like, I'm a big pro wrestling guy, so
Yeah.
it's kind of like escaping Hell in a Cell or something
Oh,
like
that's
that.
fun.
right?
It's
Really
some
good.
inspiration.
Okay,
Trios.
I'm all about that, baby. That makes me very, very, very
very happy. But as we continue to see these players just like run around, we're actually, they're being hunted currently. So we got a bounty up right now.
Yeah. So what I love about the bounty that we've updated is when they complete
I
the bounty,
mean,
I should say if they complete the
this
bounty,
map
they'll actually
looks
get
good.
one UAV
I like the map.
which is a new
I'll play
mechanic
this
that
one
we've
a lot.
added for the bounty.
I like
Okay.
And so this was a
Mazra, too.
bounty that you brought back
Like-
from Warzone originally.
I
think I
didn't
like
see
I
if
still-
it was the
like the
big
way
game
this one
bounty.
looks
Oh,
a
see,
little
I
I
was
still
talking
think
about Big Game
Del
Bounty. I was
Mazra
thinking
That's a good
this
segue.
was Big Game
was
Bounty.
too,
Can
like,
you talk to us a little
empty.
bit about that contract, which is new?
Yeah, the big
Yeah.
game bounty was a fan favorite going back to the
They
third
could have
year of
definitely
Warzone,
condensed it a little more.
and it's something that this group in particular, like the really high skill player, I don't know why they love it because it effectively marks the
see, when
highest
they do
kill
beta,
player for
bro, they
content.
should
They
do,
go, but
like,
it's great for
Warzone
content. It's
beta.
got a great
Content.
reward with the advanced UAV, so yeah, really
We
happy.
want to be
Or, like,
recognized
that's
for
Yeah.
our hard work.
Oh, 100%.
You know?
I mean, I'm never going to get marked, so I'm cool.
Yeah.
Like, I love the contract. I'm
Same
safe.
here. I'm good.
safe. Yeah.
I'm vibing, baby.
Who's
That's
that?
the player with the
Oh,
most
so they
kills.
put
Skills
the,
in
you
there.
see what they did,
Yeah.
Josh?
No.
They put the
And
battle
if you
rages
complete
on.
it, you get
Yeah, yeah,
that
yeah.
advanced
The
UAV.
advanced UAV.
Yeah.
Super
Horrible.
powerful. Great for the end game. Yeah.
Actually,
Instead of
no,
picking it up like
as
as a
the
perk or
game
whatever,
continues
Yep.
to play out here,
They can put it right here.
and our
Yeah.
competitors kind of get the lay of the land,
They got
I find
reinforcement
it to
flares
be
in it again.
really refreshing for
I don't
these
know.
players that they
Fucking
were just
I don't
rolling
know,
around in
what he
Modern
picked up.
Warfare 2
Literally a
maps,
fucking
old
DLC.
Modern Warfare 2 maps, but now they're going into something fresh and new. Is that like an
Slide
objective for
canceling.
you guys with this map to make
Slide
it feel
canceling, okay.
just fresh, to make it
Yeah.
feel like you're jumping into this with a new pair of eyes?
So whenever we think about a map, you have to think about both the map
You see
and the
everybody's
gameplay.
getting used
Like,
to
they're
slide
so
canceling again.
intrinsically linked.
Yeah.
So hopefully a little bit later on, we'll see some of the gameplay that we kind of hinted at. I saw the team beforehand hinted at the drivable train. Haven't yet seen if a team landed on that. But that's the newness. You know,
Whoa.
the new map plus the new
Did he
gameplay,
just
and those
find
things
the
combined
loadout
will
box?
yield today's experience that everyone's playing.
Yeah, and also feels like a lot of quality of life features, right? And also some great gameplay features that have been introduced into this that I'm also looking forward to, because traversal, the big thing in BRs, you got to be able to rotate effectively. If not, you're gonna get wiped
We're
out to the circle.
Seeing one right here,
And would you
actually.
look
I
at
see
that?
a zip line off in the distance.
Huh?
We're going to get a better look at them
Even
here.
better.
This is the crane
It
we were
looks like
talking
the
about
Skytrain
earlier.
can go
That's the
faster.
So
vertical
you can go up.
sector.
Yep.
Okay.
But for the first time,
Or
in
a
addition to
Redeploy.
going
I don't know.
Redeploy drones.
I didn't pay
Oh, that's
attention.
cool. Launches. We're bringing those across from Al Mazrah. But then, here's the
Nice.
Whoa.
the new.
Zip
Oh, yeah, that's when
lines.
we were gonna get horizontal zip lines.
Oh yeah.
I mean, we were so happy to
That's
put these into the map. It
sick.
really fits
Juicy.
the POIs and the layout of the land.
Yeah.
Also, yeah, this
what is
group
it?
here, they're going to use them to push another team.
They're zip lines.
For a lot of our players,
They
might
go
use
like
it as a
side
way
to
of
side.
team. So it's got dual purpose. I'm
We
sure we'll
needed
have
these.
encounters where they
Fuck
meet
yeah.
each other.
On the zip lines.
They should have had
They
this
go
in the
pass-
game.
They go past.
They go
yeah,
past each other. Okay,
But you can use your AR. So
but I mean, like, you should shoot.
yeah,
Now
yeah,
they
yeah.
need to make something
You
to
could
where
duel
they
like
can
an
set
old
like a
British,
ramp
Yeah,
and
right.
hold my-
You can do like
zip
10
line.
paces,
Yeah.
turn around, zip, and then just
And
go
as they're
try and see
crossing,
if you can
it's
take each
content,
other
right?
out.
It's content.
No, that is
Also
really
know,
That'd be
especially
wild.
over water, we saw them sort of between the higher buildings. We're going to have them
Right.
across the water. I think in terms of getting across this map, can you tell us anything about
They
this
need
map
to
in
make the
terms
zip
of
lines though, like in
size,
Fortnite,
sort of
where you
what
could
to
go
expect
back and
for
forth, you know?
folks at home who aren't going to
Yes.
maybe get a sense of it from everybody
so
today?
what we did was obviously we always look at like the latest maps. So we look at Caldera and Al Mazrah. So it's closer in size to Caldera, a little bit smaller than
Slightly
Al Mazrah,
smaller than Al Mazrah.
but it's more dense. So it should
Yes.
feel like in terms of land space.
Yeah,
and
this
mass,
shit
it should
looks
still feel very familiar.
super
And so when
dense.
you say dense, we mean to
It does look a
less
lot- it does
open
look a
Less
lot
open
spaces
spaces, more
between
packed. Yeah.
points of interest, of
Yeah.
course.
And I'm even seeing it here. Like, there are some wide open spots where snipers can have a great time, but there's
go to that
so
fucking-
much
go to
like
that big building
urban,
to the right.
dense
I wanna see
environments.
Yeah.
Hey, has there been
Oh,
some
they're
like
gonna
really
go
cool
first.
play tests where everyone's just like scrapping it out in these like
Yeah.
wild locations, close quarters?
Like I mentioned, when we look at Low Town and Old Town, they're kind of like the rattier
Yeah, yeah.
places. But again, we'll talk about some of those gameplay mechanics that we've added to improve
We're
that.
Yeah.
going
It's,
big
it has the
down,
train line that runs straight
down,
through it.
road.
Okay.
So
What?
you'll
like
be
that
in
they
Low
want-
Town,
they
maybe
want
just like getting into it with
normal
another
factory.
team, and then another team just comes steaming
Rolls
through,
up.
literally early on the train and potentially pushes the team through the POI.
And Old Town and Low Town, of course, are on that central landmass. And here's the train. Speaking of the train that stops in Old Town.
Try that in a small town.
Ted, tell us about this. I feel like everybody
it out.
downstairs is
They saw the
all over
handbrake
this.
yesterday and were like, wait, what?
God.
Handbrake on the caboose. So if anyone at home doesn't know, the rear carriage is
Oh,
called a
look at the
caboose.
train.
We've got the UAV tower, the buy station.
On
If
the
you
train.
push- On the train.
Buy station on the train.
And if you push the driver's carriage, you can go forward, backward.
That's
behind.
sweet.
But the nuance that these players will find out today is you're in the driver's carriage, you're driving, happy days, you know, you're the conductor. But if a team jumps on the back and throws that handbrake, you're going to have to go and engage.
That's cool. Okay, I didn't
Get
know
in a
that.
war switching.
Yes,
on
no,
and
no,
off.
no,
Yeah.
the handbrake controls it.
Controls all of it.
Oh.
You have to go back and
boy.
So you can
Decision you have to
change
make.
the
Well, do I want
position.
to put a body over there, have
I gotta
someone
cook
defend
that.
the
I
handbrake,
gotta
but then you
find
might
it
be
on
running
YouTube
into
so
a
I
full
can
squad.
clip it and put it
So there
on
are going to
my,
be some
put it in the
decisions
video.
players are going to have to make with these with this train.
Yeah, we had a great play test where I was on the train with a few others, and the train stopped, and we were like, "Hang on, we're here,
We're all
we're all here." So it's one thing, yeah. So it's a great like realization moment.
detective work.
Yes. You're literally doing a head count. How many people are
Say
going?
present.
Seeing some super fluid movement here. We just saw them kind of parachute from
What's
building
his
to
name,
building.
Josh?
They're
I
on the
forget what his
move. I
name
think
is.
they're getting to a
Who's
buy
that?
station up here.
Borat.
Maybe pick up some
Sasha
gear.
Baron Cohen.
Yeah, Sacha
And
Baron.
Ted, which
Baron
POI is
Cohen,
So they're
this?
just above Zaravan City, sort of in the old town,
favorite.
lower old town area.
I like the
Again, I love the style
Yeah.
and the theme. Like
So
this
different.
has
He's just
that
stupid, bro. The
Al-Mazrah,
Ali, what was
like,
it called? The
feel to it.
Ali G
Yes.
show?
Golly
And
G
of course, fictionally
was the
Yeah.
best.
in the Great
Wasn't
Modern
that his
Warfare
show,
universe.
Yeah,
So
that.
Where's
fucking
Stand
stupid.
shared
Yeah.
with Al-Mazrah.
Bruno.
Okay, I just love how deep into the lore
Yeah.
you are.
I am a lore head.
Yeah, I'm a lore head too, so it makes me very happy to see another fellow lore head.
When I watch these guys behind us, our awesome creators and community making the story, making their content about the storyline and the narrative. I love it. I'm
Okay,
so
so they got the
excited. And Ted,
concept.
you always say,
Love when he thinks
they're
the
the
feminist is a little
storytellers, and
boy.
you guys are providing them those raw
That
materials
became
to
so
create.
true.
And I
Yeah,
love
refer to it as
that.
the
So,
canvas
Yeah.
for them
So
to
funny,
paint on.
dude.
You know, it sounds corny,
Ali
but
G was just
those are the
fucking
kind of things that we think
Yeah.
about when we think about the types of map and gameplay we want to create. And if you look
Bro, I
carefully,
haven't watched that
I've seen
show
it
in
happen
so.
a couple of times already.
Yo,
Unsuppressed red dots
Ziggy
that
with
now
the
show up on the mini
colored
map.
stars.
Yeah.
The classic
Appreciate
class
you.
Behavior.
will
How you
behave
doing
the
today?
same way in Modern Warfare 3 multiplayer as it will
I
in
thought they did a
Warzone, so that's
stronghold to get their
Crossfire,
loadout.
Visible.
How has that added to the game?
When you think of something
Look, why
like
is he
a
getting
big
packet
map
loss on
beyond
land?
Yeah.
Battle Royale, it's really important that you know where
What is wrong
engagements are
with this
happening.
game?
For a lot of players, it could be they want to avoid that
Oh, yeah,
area,
you're gonna
or
get
for other
packet
players,
loss
they want
on
to move. Can
land.
we get?
Why didn't
Personal
they
favorite, I
connect to the
believe this is the
internet?
cash gulag.
Here we go. Let's have a look.
You love the money.
Yeah,
Well,
drive
let's see.
around
Pick up
with
as
it. I
much
want
as
to
you
see
can.
it.
Let's see if the Ascender comes down. Let's see if they push. Well, they're pushing.
I don't know if they're even going to have an opportunity
5
for it.
seconds.
He's
Go.
gonna-
Oh, let's go. That was good.
Oh, so
Very
now that we
clutch.
see
See the
the
stress in her
Yeah.
face.
She's like, yeah.
now that we see the gulag, and of course, shout out to Chica for the clutch there.
Gulag looks good.
What are some things that we should be
Yeah, I
expecting
like
from
the gulag.
because that was different.
That was different
Burger
from what
joints
we saw
back.
before, Alex.
Yeah.
In fact, we got
Guys.
some video.
Elon made one
This
of
is
his
the OG
rockets,
gulag. This is what we're going to be
based off
playing
3 lane.
most of the
Yep,
time
3 lane
in
structure,
the
yep.
3 lanes. But
Might end
Ted,
up
for the
being
first
better
time,
for
there
dance.
might be
just
some
for fun. And
other
then the interviewer's like,
Yes,
is that
so
any
maybe
scientific?
right on cue, we'll see
Yeah,
the
there
night
goes-
vision gulag.
No way.
So this is something that can
Wow.
happen from time to time.
This looks cool.
It's a chance of it happening. And we have several of these, and I almost don't want to spoil too much. You talked about the
I
cash
actually
one.
like
Yeah, we
How
can
you
wait
guys
to
doing?
see.
But and here's the Ascender that we've already mentioned, that if you can get on it
Oh,
and you
nice.
can get out, you can be shot on the way up, you can be shot from below.
But
Like
you can
I
also
don't know if I like
get
this
off
that
of
much.
it
Yeah,
and make
yeah,
a play
jump
as
on,
well.
yeah, make a play.
That's cool.
We've
Okay.
seen some really interesting play tests of
Nice.
number one of our designers shared a clip where
Who
the
the
other
fuck
player
is
had
Tess?
jumped on the Ascender. They
Gulag
also got on
looks
underneath,
pretty
shot
good.
them on the
Oh,
way
you can
up,
take a
eliminated
seat in the
them,
gulag?
and then
That's how
made
you
it
get out.
themselves.
It's like a little Matrix
Yes.
moment there, you know? You're shooting
Instead
at
of,
It goes back to the
the flag.
storytellers.
Yeah.
We want our
Flag,
players
yeah.
to tell the story here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's Call of Duty moments, right?
Yeah.
And we'll wait to see, if we get some of those other gulags that we're talking about. But it's ultimately you bringing the
Yes, Sarah.
implementation
That's
of the
the Zen.
public event
Yes.
into the gulag mechanic. We're showing them off here today. May
I
not
think I
be
like
like
the way the
that
map
at
looks
launch
so
because
far.
we're still obviously in the Warzone Alpha build. But we've got some exciting stuff
What,
planned.
I wonder what, are they going to show a new Resurgence map today?
And our streamers are
Maybe.
Dialed in.
You know, there's a
There's a little, like,
there was a
tag
tone shift
on the left
when we
that
went
said
into Warzone.
new
and
maps.
They're having a
feel
good
the
time.
tension where everyone's like, well, here's my opportunity to pop off
They came here
in
to
front of
compete.
the world, in front of their creators. And it is great that these creators, you
This
know,
reminds
the
me of,
passion and the
Verdansk right
time
here.
that they put in towards it. You
I'm
know,
loving
it has
this
to
map.
feel rewarding for
Dude,
you
this
having
is
built,
Verdansk right
being
here.
part of a team that has built this system.
Yeah, I mean, at Raven, you know, we
This
have
looks
catered
great.
to so many different
This
player
cover,
types. When you've got
just
millions
things
and
to like
millions of people playing
duck
it.
behind.
Yeah.
You've
Like,
got,
this looks solid.
Yeah,
these
they're gonna
creators
definitely
who
put
play
different
10
parts
to
of it.
12 hours a day, 7 days a week. But equally,
And, like,
we
they
know
just
that we
put
have
Burger
people
Tone
who
back
jump
in.
on a Sunday
Is
with their
that the
buddies
old
and just
school?
want to have
No.
some fun.
Yeah,
I think it's a
the old
different
Always
one.
try and find
Firehouse?
that sweet spot of a mechanics
Oh, maybe.
where something like the
This
train,
looks like
anyone
old
can
school
jump on the
Firehouse.
train and have a fun
Go
time with the
baskets.
train.
Yeah.
But equally, we've made changes, for example.
Ooh, it's happening.
Oh, here we
Okay.
go.
Hit the
This is
brake,
off
hit
the
the
brake,
brake.
yeah.
Here we go.
I want to see the fucking Firehouse.
Now I hope she turns around the front. Oh, she's getting pushed from behind.
Oh, we've got a lot of action.
Showing
Oh,
us
no. Oh,
I'm not sure that was the smart play.
No, they were both getting off of it.
Oh, okay.
That was smart. That was smart.
Yeah, Noisy Butters was like, guys, I'm out.
Yeah, I'm out.
Yeah,
this
not
is too
worth
hot.
it. Oh, man, that is going to be a sweaty drop.
Yeah, I mean, she was seconds away from pulling the brake there.
Dude,
And that would have just caused
that
big
train
chaos.
Yeah.
looks fun.
And
When
pretty
they
soon
catch me
here, we're
outside,
going to
start
have
playing Call of Duty.
Right?
probably a winner of our
How about
first
that?
match. So
Yeah.
hopefully we get the news.
Come here to
Can't
win.
be
Yeah,
goals.
we're
How
jumping
about
around
that?
between streams today, and hope you guys are obviously checking out your favorite creator streams
We
here
downloaded
at COD
Aimbot.
Next.
Now I Call of Duty.
Really, really cool stuff. What else? I
Bitch,
mean,
I'm
like,
on
should
Call
we
of Duty
be
and
looking
OnlyFans.
forward to here, right? Because I know, like,
How about
you guys
that?
are doing some creative things with, like, the contracts and different things like that to really
Did you
get
see Adam
people
Rep
in the
was that
game to
fucking great?
move around,
Yeah.
interact a bit more, cause some more chaos.
He
Yeah, I
stayed
mean,
in character
yesterday,
the whole
you know,
time.
we,
He
did an
we
interview
started
with Bill Burr as
talking about some of our quality of life improvements.
Yes.
That was fun.
And I think one of the biggest cheers we got from this group was that we brought pistols underwater. So if you're swimming underwater, you always have a pistol. And I did not expect that to be the biggest cheer, but it shows the love that this group and I think our wider community, it's reflective of them too, have for like those small detail touches that just improve the gameplay loop as a whole.
Yeah, quality of life's definitely been top of mind. You know, building this map out, it's as you said, it's something that Raven thinks about. You know, building Warzone from the ground up, and a lot of those quality of life changes that we've even made in the live game in the last year. Expect them.
Nice burn.
Carrying them forward. So everything that you've played and seen, like we've made over 100 quality of life improvements to the Warzone of this year.
Sarah said,
Everything carries
is that
into
Shep?
to the Warzone of the year
Just bird.
ahead of us. So
Yeah. And also,
left behind.
you guys also were some of the movement as well, right? Because I'm noticing like the slides are going a little far.
Yes.
Right.
Real question.
Yeah.
Across the board.
Grabbing an audio.
where we could just
Trust
tighten
you
it
guys
up
is
and again, work
Cairo
with the camera
streams.
and take it up.
She makes more money.
Yeah, I actually
Doing
want to
that
talk about
shit.
that because I said earlier that you
That's
know,
what
Warzone
happened.
shares the same foundation, that foundational gameplay with Modern Warfare 3, so movement mechanics, all those things.
Oh.
You put your
I don't know, Sarah.
you know, touch on
He used to be a perk,
specific
and then we'd make fun of anyone who used
tuned
it. You
a
knew,
little bit
you died
more
with the
specifically for PR.
Bird, who's there?
Do you want to talk to us a little bit
Jimmy's
about,
brother and Mike.
you know, how
Jimmy's
some of those
brother.
perks might work a little
I
bit
was gonna
differently in
say-
Warzone specifically versus MP?
Yeah, so on the Warzone side, we felt that this time around was an opportunity to have some unique perks only for Warzone. Because again, it's a big map.
I
we
like
have
the way
different
the
player
map looks
styles,
so
different
far.
motivations. So
Yeah, me too.
my personal favorite
What's up? What's up,
is
bitch?
Combat Scout.
Yes,
Okay,
dude.
now I'm adding that because I like it.
Okay.
That is very
Oh,
much
Combat
I
Scout
also
is back.
like it. I am not
What a
gonna go on the
flank.
internet for several
I like
hours
that
after
water
this.
That's
tower.
the beauty of
That's
perks.
off of Caldera.
Yeah, like the perk there should be variety. There should not
I
be an
guess really
optimized
awesome.
path. It should be that when you jump into the game, you don't know. You're going to be surprised when people have equipped. I expect some of this group will probably equip Shrouded, which is that when you get downed, you will automatically drop
Jimmy's
smoke grenades.
brother.
That's
Which adds a really new dimension to it. And then
Yeah.
equally,
Oh.
I think another one will be Resolute, which is when you get shot and you take a hit, you move faster to get out of dodge. So
Noisy
Oh, that's
Butters.
cool. So good opportunities for, especially for like field, like a wide open field traversal. Get shot, get a speed boost, get down. Potentially a smoke comes down, your teammate can back you up.
there you go.
That's
That's
really
the
cool.
kind of variety that we're looking for.
Yeah, well, I will definitely run with
Okay.
the smoke
Yeah.
bomb one because I know that is going to be me.
I'll
9
run
times
the
out of 10.
evasion perk.
You'll run the
team up,
evasion
we'll
one.
Drop some duos.
It'll be
Good gun was in. Single
yeah,
shot.
yeah, that's really cool, and it's almost like giving the character, giving the players, like as it's been said time and time again, right, that freedom of choice to be able to
The
be
rival
really clever with
ride
how
looked
you
like
want
the
to approach that. And
CX
it feels
side.
like-
Styles.
Yeah, tune that play style. Feels like
player agency. We want the stories, etc.
Yeah, and we're back in the gulag again.
I see
Oh
some
boy.
tactical crouching,
Okay.
preparing for battle.
Will we see the
there's your
long-rumored
screen.
Ascender? The mythical. It's going to be a myth by the end. No one's going to believe it's
Cool,
he's
like
actually an
the first five
Got it all on top
Ascender.
out.
Players are
But
too
she's
good.
picking up that cash, so this is the cash gulag. But we're waiting to
Here
see
we go.
how it
1
goes.
Cash.
second. The ropes come down. Grab it. Oh, she baited them. Oh,
Damn.
wow.
That was sick.
The
Baited.
smile. Yeah, she baited them really good there.
I
There's a
don't
lot of
blame
money
him.
in the
I would have
gulag.
done the same thing too. Just
So
got
I guess
straight on the
there's
rope. Yeah.
different gulags.
But now she's got that cash, right? So she's
Yes.
got both of her.
Bird.
She's got two.
So
one
that way-
teammate down. She can go grab
That's
them.
a,
They don't get it out of
I
the,
think she's
she
trying
doesn't
to
get out of the
Just
gulag.
cash.
Oh, someone
Get
just
that
actually
one.
did a buyback, so she's got to be
She
careful.
actually,
Yeah, fight going
Here
on.
we
rated
see maybe
me.
somebody.
Yep, you can see
On
the
Twitch,
unsuppressed red dots on
but
the
I-
map as well. Oh, the other teammate's down. Oh, she's pushing. Here we go.
This is ambitious because she's literally. I think, does she have any help here? I don't think she
No.
does.
Wait, was
They're
there like a
both
zip line
in
you
the
could
gulag.
grab instead of killing the
Yeah,
dude?
the gulag
Instead of,
of
you remember how they had the flag to capture in the middle?
Big,
Instead of
I
the
can get
flag
out of
down.
there.
Make a run to that buy station. Yeah, she's
Kari
good.
doing the hard carry here. Butters is back. She's just redeployed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got you.
Very well played. That dive, I've
Yeah.
been loving that we have the
Yeah, so I
option of
guess
diving and
there's-
sliding. You know,
Yeah.
There's
you can get you can do some
different
really funny things with
gulags. There's like a night vision
There's this ground.
gulag.
In fact, maybe we
There's
can
one that
actually
has
quickly talk
cash.
about ground.
There's
We
regular.
brought back
I think it has like
regularity.
one that's got like
Yes, we will see
water.
colored
Yeah, you just saw it right there. Like she picked up the blue AR. It's one of those things that when you think about the looting gameplay, you need to be able to quickly see like what's that weapon, what's this item,
Yes.
etc. So even from a custom loadout perspective, you know, it's got that
Whoa.
pink / magenta tooltip, that card that you can see.
This
I
map
think they end up
looks
losing both of their
so
teammates
good.
there. Hate to see it, but
So Ted, what are some of the things that we can expect to kind of stay the same here? Like I see buy stations, redeployable buy stations. Are they coming back?
Yes, they'll be there day one. We really see this as a continuation of the current Warzone, and then just leveled up, polished, all new movement, etc. on top.
got it.
So something that a lot of people in this room care about,
Yeah.
that we worked super hard on in
What?
current Warzone and we think is awesome.
Oh yeah, I
It's
know.
the good old Champions Quest.
Champions
We've had some amazing moments in the last year since we introduced
Little
it,
bitches.
and it's been really fun for a lot of people. But we want to open that up a little bit. What can you maybe breadcrumb us a little bit for what to expect with where you might take us with Champions
Yeah.
Quest in the
So
future?
Champions Quest is something that we're going to be launching during the first season. So we don't want to reveal. Oh, she's on the horizontal zip line. But
Yeah.
I'll try and stay focused. There's so much going on. I saw the
Yeah.
train.
Yeah.
I'm about the train. I want to about the train again.
I'm done.
But no,
I'm gonna get
Champions
out of here,
Quest has
Josh.
been
I'll
a
be
huge
on later.
success for us all.
Bye, brother.
You know, that ability to
Bye, bro.
nuke the
I'll
map.
talk to you.
Peace.
The challenge of doing it is just unbelievable.
Yeah.
So what we want to do for next year's
Get that, Sarah.
is allow players to steal it from the team who is doing
Amazing.
the Champions Quest. You can only steal it once.
Okay.
So
if
it's
you
only
see,
once,
yeah,
it's not gonna
if you see
chain.
a team is doing it, push them, be the first, take them down. They'll drop the contract, they'll drop the pieces. You can pick it up and try and take it through to the finish.
My goodness, I
Wow.
cannot wait.
To be
All right.
And it gives people more options to get on something like Champions Quest. You know, they're not the only ones who get to enjoy it.
Yeah.
Ted and I are gonna squad up. We're gonna get our
Take them down.
our first time CQ win.
Or potentially lose it, you know?
Yeah,
depending.
yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to put that negativity out there. I'm so sorry. Well, let's actually go ahead and check in on our TCL Power Hour and see how many challenges have been completed thus far for the days. And remember, for each one completed, you have a chance to win a 65-inch TCL TV. All you got to do is enter that hashtag CODNext and hashtag TCLX COD Sweepstakes. Once again, that's
Gamma.
TCLX COD
Gamma
Sweepstakes.
breast.
For
On
each
this
challenge
map.
completed during the TCL Power Hour, a winner will be randomly selected from all eligible entries received for a total of up to 9 winners. And thus far, we have 3 of our items picked up here. So it looks like we still. I didn't see which ones it was though.
They're on the
Was
way.
it the train? Did we get the train?
I hope so.
I hope we get it.
Can we see the card again?
Yeah, actually, can we bring it up one more time? I just want to see what we have.
Here we go. Oh, we got
Scavenger contract. We did get a drivable train elimination.
Yeah, we watched it.
Oh, yeah, that was that.
Yeah, the pistol
For some
sight on
reason,
the
in
back
my
of the
head, I
train.
thought it was run someone over with the drivable train.
I
That would be
honestly did
amazing.
too.
That would be legendary.
If that happened and we don't know, I need to see the highlights. So
Yes.
I'll be busy later.
That would be the first ever. It would actually be kind of cool. But there you see it there. But for now, though, we're actually going to head on over to Miles, Lottie, and Nameless, as well as Alley Cat, for their thoughts on live gameplay for Warzone. What you got for us, guys? What you think?
Choo-choo! All aboard the new train. That's what I'm looking for, friends. I was discussing with this with you guys prior to we got on camera. It was like, are we going to drop train, win the fight, pump the brakes, take the cash, buy our gear, all aboard, next stop? It's going to be an amazing experience. Like, we're going to be able to finish
Yeah,
the
great
train.
looks fun.
We're going to be able to rotate using the train. Francis Borgia's going to be out there well excited with the camera on his face because of the train. It's a big day for COD.
All right, audience, if you want the freest kill in the game, make sure you go to the train to find Miles.
The freest.
But I do want to say, I was hoping that it was going to be an actual, like, train, like you turn the train on and you run somebody over to get out that bingo card. But now I'm seeing EMD, the train track. So I'm guessing you throw the EMD, you can stop the whole train. So forget about the stop and the drive. I'm going to be sitting in a bush next to the train track. Like, all right, Miles, you want to rotate to another side of the map? Well, you got
What is
nothing
that?
coming.
Oh, that my train. My
Oh, the,
train. To give it a cool name. But,
discharge.
yeah, really fun. I mean,
The electric
like we've
thing.
seen change after change when it comes to Warzone over the years. This one sort of feels,
Sheesh.
again, like movement's back. Everyone's super
Yeah.
excited about that. Guns look really fun.
What up,
Big
Shep?
increase in health.
I think
Fights
Bro.
feel a little longer.
Blue
Yeah.
map?
That's the big thing, right?
Looks
It's
sick.
the quality of life, the presence that the game now has. And do you know what I've absolutely loved about Raven and the team up as well? Is the fact that they have not been afraid to bring things back, to bring things back that the community wants. And I think that is just incredible. They're listening and they care. And that is
They
definitely
love you.
coming across the screen. So for
They
me, I
love
think,
you.
things like the red dots
Work
that we're seeing on the
bags.
map, unsuppressed fire. We're seeing also just small things like the blue plates that are also happening in the HUD. And it's minor things that make such a big difference to, I think, the community that grind Warzone. It is their life, it is their careers. Many of them in this room right now. It's massive.
Yeah.
And it's really exciting to see.
Also, the quality of life upgrades. We heard them talking about the unique perks that we're going to have in Warzone. Like the Shrouded is massive, right? You drop a smoke when you get knocked. We already do that in Warzone. We throw a smoke at our teammates. Sometimes you don't have one. Now that it's going to be an actual perk that you can grab, huge. Also, when you start to get shot, you talk about the health now, which is great, having 150 health. Well, now when you get shot, you move
Get
faster.
Shrouded.
So not only do you have
Seems
that extra
sweet.
health to survive and evade enemies, you also have the faster movement with MW3 that they're bringing, and a perk that even allows you to get faster, because we know there are some players, come from myself, who's a bit more competitive. You like to get, a little bit more aggressive and get in those 1v4 situations. You have the ability to do that, and it's all up to the player, which is great.
There is one more perk which wasn't brought up by Ted, but Irradiated, which has got something to do with how you interact with the gas, but more on that later. Plenty more cool changes though. I mean, we've seen different field upgrades, we've seen different, kill streaks, the Guardian being involved as well. I mean, that's something that I think Black Ops 4 players remember a little differently. This one doesn't kill you though, this just slows you down. It's like a gigantic stun grenade spotlight.
Put it in a doorway.
Bird
now.
said
Put it in a doorway, but the
he was
range of that
invited,
bad boy's crazy. Look, if that
but he
thing's good
said
enough to
fuck
slow
off.
down the Incredible Hulk, is good enough for COD. That's all I'm saying.
So,
It certainly is indeed. I just got to say that I'm so excited to see how our creators, our streamers,
I say good for him.
react to this, especially when you check the timeline and seeing kind of what the noise is about. And Ali,
I don't know if it's
looking across
true,
Warzone right now,
but yeah.
and the way that Warzone has been pushed forward, not only in terms of the map, and a lot of people talking about Verdansk and how much they miss
Loadouts
it. The
look
nostalgia coming
cheaper.
forward, I think, from Urzikstan.
10K
It does kind of give
for
that
trios.
reminiscence of Verdansk in terms of the way it looks and feels,
Plays.
the openness. We also have moments and places like Superstore, etc. There are drops there for everyone who wants to get a battle in and perform at the highest level.
Yeah, and I think something that's crazy about Warzone specifically is the fact that, it's only been a couple of years it's been around, right? And I feel like it's continuously just getting better, and small changes are being made for quality of life. And like you said, this does feel very reminiscent of Verdansk, but it has all the great changes, like the guns, the blue guns on the ground, and we just saw a UI
Damn.
change, like the gas mask actually being on your face the entire time, and you can see it on your screen. I will tell you right now, I'm somebody who has really bad object permanence. I would always forget that I'd have a gas mask. So now that it's like actually on your vision as well,
wait.
it's like it's a great reminder. Just really
Gas
small
mask
things like that can
stays
really
on?
change a game.
That's something that I think community members have been asking for, the amount of times players
Wow.
enter gas or whatever. A few more really nice quality of life changes. No matter what your loadout is, you'll see on screen right now, if you're in the water, you have a pistol no matter what. Whatever your loadout is, whether it's two primary weapons,
good.
or you've got a melee, whatever it may be, there is a pistol at the ready when
Better.
you move underwater. Same for all the ladders as well. So that element of gameplay, I know. Dude, the first time I had a circle out in the ocean in Al Mazrah, I dropped like a 12 kill spree because no one could get close. I was running around with a gulag pistol and it really worked. That is not the case anymore. Awesome quality of life change, whether it's gas masks or it's pistols. We're really just starting to learn our way around this place. And
I wonder if you got
Stuart Raven,
a
great
custom
job of bringing
pistol.
all that to life.
And you
Can
know
you
what?
pull
You
that
talked
out?
about the gulag there. The
No,
gulag
Matt.
is great.
Oh,
right?
my God.
I'm a big fan of. I know everybody likes different gulags.
Hope everybody
But I'm a big
gets
fan
the
of like let's just
basic
get into a gunfight.
pistol.
I see two walls in the middle. Let's just get into the gunfight, and Better Man gets out of the gulag. And we also see that they have the rope, the ascender, where you can just jump on the rope and get on out. A couple different strategies you could employ. Wait for the person to hop in the ascender and just shoot him as he tries to escape. But yeah, man, Warzone this year, it
Dude,
looks
they
phenomenal.
fucked.
It feels like the answer to the
They
call of the
fucked
community.
over.
Everybody's just
Big
moving
time.
faster movement. You know, some of these new perks and being able to play it your own way. And I think a lot of the creators in here are having a blast getting into this new map.
It's just really fun as well to see different variants of the gulag, whether
I
it's
mean,
the
if it,
Mine
like,
Corporation one where
stays
you know,
on,
come in with an MVG, not that it's going to be that
that's sweet.
common. The idea that there's a cash gulag where there's money all over the place. I mean, yeah, I'm one of those players. I know a lot of my friends are where you see it, you grab it, and that's going to encourage the loot. But there is a massive danger. We just saw one of our streamers leave the gulag with like 6.5K.
Your teammates
That's
back.
insane. You can buy the teammate back. That's a game-changing moment. That changes the way Warzone plays. And we want a little bit of random. You don't want us to be that predictable. The one thing you do want to be predictable is how efficiently you can take down your opponents.
Yes.
And that's been so nice to see. Headshot indicators now, when you see you got a double X on the hit marker, you know you're dealing damage to a head. The limb damage has all been uniformed across the board. So you're going to get a much stronger,
There's
more
swag.
predictable feel of how my weapon performs, how
Swaggy
my attachment
boy.
perform with that weapon, and how I can employ that to the best of my ability and the best of the situation I'm in. It's just really nice, man. The last thing you want to be doing is guessing in a game like this.
And I think, exactly, Miles, and I think something that may have went over a lot of people's heads when they were talking
Looks
about it
like
was
plates
the evasion in
are,
this version of Warzone is going to be
back to
way
being
better
blue.
than before. We talked about that perk, but also the horizontal zip lines. I mean, that's massive. They've had big upgrades to quality of life in terms of trying to get in fights and evade over the last years. Like we had the PRD where you can go up and redeploy yourself and fly away. I think all those things are
I
going to
agree.
be coming back, but now you also have the ability to hop in these horizontal zip lines that they've placed throughout the map. So, you know, if you get into a fight that maybe is pretty
Alright,
far out of the
swag.
circle, you can
Go
take
off.
your time, finish that fight, and then strategically use those zip lines to get back towards circles. So I think that that's something, you know, it just piqued my interest in the way that I like to play the game.
You're talking about evasion as well, and for me, you know, going back
Yeah, they need
to
to-
small things like the gas mask.
they
you
need to
never
make
put the gas mask
ciphers
on, toggle it with tear gas.
back how they
I mean,
were.
there's ways to make sure that you can survive. The survivability is so big. You know, no more wafting in front of the face. The gas mask will go on, and you are able to evade enemies and try and counter things that are coming away, because that's all that Warzone's about, right? It's being aggressive, but also countering pushes that are happening from left, right, and center.
I think a big point is like the controlled chaos in Warzone. That was something that always really stood out to me, is like it's really chaotic. You don't know where the gas is gonna be, where you land changes a lot of the time. The loot that's on the ground is, you know, pretty different most of the time. It's very unpredictable in that sense, but there's those
That seemed weird.
predictabilities of having a horizontal zip line now, like knowing about the rotations. It's those little small things that you can
He's
control.
stuck.
And something I
He's
really,
gotta
really
go.
enjoy is the
Go
fact
all the way
that I
back.
feel like obviously most people's goal early game is to get your
Got the
loadout
damage.
up, right? But again,
I
with the
think
amount of loot, I feel
slow
like
it
there's
down.
a lot more loot on the ground as we've been watching gameplay. But again, the gun quality of life, the attachments and stuff, maybe not try prioritizing the loadout so much as getting to a certain stronghold or getting somewhere else on the map.
We're seeing
They
swag here with the
cripple
MCR, and that's a
the,
single attachment on their weapon, and
they,
he's
like,
been fantastic with that
speed.
thing already.
Like,
A lot of
slow
players
it down.
been talking about this. We saw Shotzi, there was a clip on Twitter not too long ago, or X.com, whatever.
Make
it's
it take
called.
like 3
talking about
times as
how
long.
Auto-aim feels like it's been
in between
slightly
swings.
reduced in this game. It's a little harder at certain ranges to land very accurate shots. That's really nice, man. I mean, that changes the way the game plays. More health, harder to shoot. the better you are, the better you're going to play, essentially.
Yeah, and you add that with that movement, I mean, there's going to be a decent skill gap, obviously, right? And I think that's phenomenal. And like you said, we're watching Swag here. These are the guys that we're going to be learning from. You know, these creators that are in here figuring things out, what's going to be the meta, what people are using. And right now, he's rocking that MCR, and he is beaming. You said he only has one attachment on here.
What?
It's going to get knocked, but, I mean, that thing is a laser. I mean, he was beaming, though.
He was beaming indeed. And you see him get knocked down and potentially might do here as well. No, he does manage to get his teammates. He's going to be in the gulag. But I will say, when you are down, you do also have extra health now as well. There has not only just been health added into in general, but when you are knocked down, there is that, again, survivability. Your teammates can make plays around you.
Well, stop there.
Yeah, stop. There's a, I mean,
I was like,
everyone needs a drink out there. In
if
our
you're getting
market,
shot,
but so very,
you
very
can't melee.
Out here in Kazakhstan, it's a little different. We got a fun one though. This is Optic Blake going up against Swag in the Gulag.
Who you got?
I got Blake. I got Swag. Come on, Blake.
I think I got Blake.
Come on, Blake.
Yes, gonna send out.
If it was a sniper, I'd pick Blake.
That's my boy! There it is.
That's my boy!
Can't ever doubt Blake. Come on.
He had to deal 10 bullets, deal 250 damage there. So you're seeing like full plates when it comes to, you know, like the amount of health and lot. As you said, when you go down, I had the pleasure of downing an opponent in Warzone.
Yeah, like I'm shot.
To the head.
Keep it in her face.
I couldn't
Can I just
quickly enough.
melee?
Yeah, I mean, this
I'm
is just
dead.
going to change the way the game plays. I would love to see any. I mean, this is something that more folks out there are going to know how throwing knives impact. Because we saw that was the absolute way to play Warzone.
Really was the
down
meta.
players, throwing knife out immediately, recover that bad boy, get out and get on
Hope
to the
it's
next
still
target.
a one tap, man. I need it to be a one tap.
Why? No.
I like that. You know,
that's
just
not
running
fun.
around and I'm out. Yeah, we're seeing different areas of the map. You know, they talked about, I think it was Old and Newtown. I think is what it was called. They look
It's a night vision
absolutely
gulag.
fantastic.
Night vision.
Oh, he's out. Oh,
He took it out.
Peace. He's gone.
That was sweet.
That was incredible. That is a solo YOLO champion. That man knows pressure.
That was dope.
Is nothing. Look at that. How fun.
Gulag
Dude,
looks
the night vision looks
pretty good.
Newtown.
My boy was out there. All sorts of good fun happening here. And again, look how dense the map is. That is a ton of buildings, though. I mean, you know what I did see, though? Even in the largest of buildings, not a huge amount of stairwells. That was a real pain point for many, many players. Between the horizontal, vertical zip lines, redeployment balloons, you name it. There are so many ways to traverse this colossal landscape.
And you know what else I see, Miles? I see a lot of rooftops. I see a lot of rooftops for those snipers. So even though that like there are denser areas, which might make it slightly more difficult, there's still plenty of opportunities for those crazy clips.
But you know what, Allie? I can just take one of those cranes and I can fly
Yeah.
right down to the rooftop. Seems like they have a decent amount of those placed around the map as well. We saw one on this screen right behind them. And, you know, obviously rooftops, there's some campers who like to sit up there, but there's ways that you can get up there and take them out now pretty nicely.
Yeah, and the drones as well. You can also get a drone in the sky and literally take the line right up there and try and get on a rooftop or try and counter a little bit yourself or fly away and evade, which is probably what I would be doing.
So we're still within the TCL Power Hour, looking to see if any more of those sort of the bingo card moments happen. Haven't seen anyone get a breacher drone elimination out.
Oh, come on.
Which is actually crazy because it's, I mean, from our experience, especially multiplayer, very easy to do.
Yeah, I mean, you guys are all standing, messing with movement. I came in, remember, I threw the breacher drone, 3-piece, like that thing is
Yeah,
crazy.
That was me.
On the
I was also a
on the
part of
bingo
that
card,
obliterated
I
squad.
don't know if you guys saw, but there's also somebody has
Stone.
a Guardian kill. No, it's a
Oh.
Guardian.
Does it
Yeah,
destroy?
an opponent who's
Can
affected
see.
by the
Yeah,
Guardian.
just kill him, yeah.
Oh, it does it like this might
Look
be
at
a
him.
Juggernaut suit.
He's got Juggernaut.
Oh, yeah.
We are
It
mini
certainly
guns
looks
baby.
like it, 'cause
He's
that
moving
mini
fast.
Boy, schmoving. I told you. You're
Damn.
schmoving like you've never schmooved before.
He's
Club
running.
fans in this game. Everyone's very, you know, nimble on their feet, a lot of twinkle toes, and you can even dress for the occasion and put on even slicker shoes to improve movement, improve speed, strafe speed.
What happened?
How quiet you are, you name it.
Okay.
Dress for the occasion, COD fans. It's time to dress up and have a good time.
Certainly is indeed. I gotta say, it looks absolutely gorgeous. Just in terms of just the style. You know, we heard actually Ted talk about the way that it looks, and it's all kind of part of a bigger picture, looking a little bit like Al Mazrah at times. We also have Verdansk as well coming through, but I think the colors are just in perfect balance, so I think it also looks stunning.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of folks are like, oh, we want to go back to Verdansk, back to Verdansk. Well, you're close enough. Urzikstan is the country where Verdansk was.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, man.
You're a
Are we
lawhead
back?
too.
Yeah, we're back. We're totally back.
You're a lawhead as well, aren't you?
I really am. Like, I read all the signs. I mean, I read the bits of paper. I love all this. I really do, mate.
You know what else is interesting? Obviously, like the perks are named
That's so cool.
Game. How you have your gear and your vest.
Deadline.
You're going to be able to find the boots in Warzone, obviously, as well. And that is going to shake things up, right? Because that
Oh.
long slide, obviously, in the multiplayer and the arena gameplay, is going to be different. But in Warzone, I mean, you have a lot of different like areas that you have to traverse where that slide could come into play. So I think that that's going to be really interesting when these guys get their hands on it.
As well as the climbing boosts. We haven't actually seen too much of that, but what that does essentially is it speeds up your mantle ability, and you really do move crazy. I mean, Peter Parker will be climbing the side of some of those buildings and terrify you, Ali.
I share the same last name as him. Does that mean I am also Spider-Man?
Ever been bit by a spider?
Possibly.
Well,
Maybe you might.
I think we would know by now, Ali.
I also, okay, beyond that, I wanted to point out the fact that who we were watching, they just did that play that we were talking about earlier, using the zip line to push a team while another one kind of like just looks over the rest of the teammates making that push. So nice.
Yeah, this looks good.
That's incredible. Very nice indeed. Well, that's a nice taste of Warzone. I mean, it's been very cool, very, very exciting. But that's going to be it for the Fireside Chat for now. It's back over to the desk, to Golden Boy, Stephanie.
Thank you so much for that. And yeah, always great to hear, you know, the greatest minds in Call of Duty esports talking about a brand new Call of Duty game. What a time to be alive, of course, here. But yeah, and there's still so much more to talk about with Warzone stuff.
So much. We've got so much going on. We finally saw Night Vision Gulag. We got an Ascender overtime win. It was the moment that Ted and I have been waiting for. We've been waiting to see this thing in action.
And you guys are calling it, man. The whole time you're like, this has to happen.
Yeah.
This has to happen.
I had my bingo card at the ready. I'm ready to go.
They're too good. We haven't had a chance to get to the overtime mechanic in the Gulag yet.
It's wild.
It's very exciting. And in total, I'm happy to say, Ted, correct me if I'm wrong, 4 different Gulags.
Yes. With more to come in the season. So
come.
we want to make sure that this is an evolutionary part of Warzone. There's great ideas coming from everyone on the team because they're playing with the public event system, being like, oh, but we could do this and we could do this. So yeah, keep your eyes peeled because it's an exciting new feature for us. And we're back.
Back in the game.
Back in the action here. And you know, one of the things that the chat was talking about, you know, was about quality of life features. We've been really harping on that because it is important, and a lot of the hardcore players care about those things. We're actually right there, right on cue.
Yeah.
I swear I did not rehearse that. Tell us about
the
way the backpack works now.
Yeah, this is a personal favorite of the team and mine. Like we got together and we thought about what do we want the backpack
I like
experience
that.
to be like for this version of Warzone, and we did like the deepest dive, like literally 3 days. Just all we did was talk about the backpack, and we've got an amazing UI team. And we just thought about like one of the frustrations has been that when you pick up ammo, it goes in your backpack, but then if you drop the gun, you drop the ammo, and then you have to pick up the ammo and whatever.
Yeah.
It was like, we should make space to have 5 dedicated ammo slots. So you
Yeah.
carry, I think, like, you know, historical Warzone, it was always nice to be the mule.
Yeah.
And like you carry ammo and your buddy goes, hey, you got any sniper ammo? And you're like, oh, sure, I've got some, and you can drop it for them. And like, we just wanted to bring that back. And
you put me on the job there, man.
But we kept the backpack because for us, the backpack opened up so many new opportunities, like to be able to carry multiple lethals, multiple kill streaks. So it
Yeah,
was like,
that's
how
a-
can we merge
that's a good change
everything we've
for
learned
the
in
backpack.
Warzone over the last few years into like one cohesive.
And I think a lot of people are going to be very happy about that, just because, you know, I mean, you
Ease
don't
of
want
management. You don't want to do the inventory management sometimes when you're in combat. You don't have time to stop, pick up your ammo again. And so I think that the backpack experience, you're definitely going to see that that's been refined. But there's some other really interesting tweaks to the UI as well. We obviously added the squad cache widget in the live game, which I think has been really useful. I'm bad at math. I love it. And we're seeing here too, armor plates back to blue. That's a big one for me. I love that.
It's the little things. I think when people get hands on
JV3
of Warzone, I hope that they just love like everything, like the whole package that we're bringing for season 1 and day 1.
Yeah. Speaking of
the whole
things coming,
Did we go
in
far?
season 1,
Get through that.
package.
Get the kill?
We're hype for the new map.
Yes.
But we also have a lot to offer, all different types of players. And I'm curious, Ted, if you can tell us what other maps we can expect once Urzikstan launches later this year.
So obviously on launch day, they're going to get the brand new big map experience of Urzikstan.
Launch day.
Alongside it, we'll have Bundle.
We'll
have a Sheikah.
Stay
We'll
put.
both have Resurgence. And we'll also have Plunder. Because
Yes.
we know,
I love Plunder.
there is
Yeah.
that core group.
I always lose, but I love it.
It's all about that money, Alex.
Yeah, it's
About that
clearly
cash.
getting that money.
Jimmy, Jimmy, one.
Great cash, homie.
No, that is awesome. So more experiences, more different, more variety of ways for people to be able
We've
to play
got so
Warzone.
many different players, and they all play for so many different reasons. It was like, what can be the best version of Warzone on day one? It was like, that's the package.
Awesome. So we got a really
Go
interesting
back.
preview there of maps and modes coming to Warzone when Season 1 launches later this year. And that includes, as you said, Vondel and Ashika Island staying put for Resurgence, Plunder Day 1, and obviously the new big map in Urzikstan. But Ted, I'm curious, as I'm sure many of the people behind me are here today, Warzone ranked.
Ooh, yeah. Yeah, what's up with,
You said it.
ranked in Warzone?
So all year long, we've had a great partnership with Treyarch. I think since we launched in Season 3 Reloaded, the feedback has just been incredible. It's been such a great experience to see people jump in.
Of course.
And we know that going into this new year of Warzone, we just want some time to kind of digest that initial feedback and that initial...
Let the map live.
Let it breathe. Let everything breathe,
all the
right?
systems, all the things.
Exactly. So we're excited to say that in early 2024, again, working with Treyarch, we're going to bring a brand new ranked experience into Warzone.
Nice.
But apart from that, lips are sealed.
Oh, I was going to try.
Yeah.
I was going to try and pull a Stephanie and see what else I could get at.
Maybe at
You know,
the
I really like to dig
maybe
in
after.
there for that second.
I'm sure a lot of people are over the moon about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was actually catching up with TP yesterday, and he was telling me like how much like ranked Warzone has like helped, you know, to like really give him more things to do in the game, right? Because, you know, when you're a competitive guy, you just like to get sweaty and play some ranked games.
Like my buddies and I, who I play with back home in the UK, like when we play, it's like just that constant. Let's get to gold. Let's get to plat. Let's get to diamond.
Yeah,
and
the
like,
climb.
just push
Yeah,
it.
I'm
And it's for
iridescent,
everyone.
so I don't have to deal with
yeah, I'm actually top 250, but
Okay, yeah, we got a
It's a
couple
brag,
braggers
yeah.
over here. All right. Me, I'm dying on the train.
bottom
you know?
250.
You packing all my ammo mule. I'm out here with a couple gods, and I'm just getting finessed out in the streets. Hate to see it. No, that is excellent, and I think that for a lot of people who really
Oh,
cherish
shit.
that hyper competitive experience, you know, that's around the corner.
yeah.
Excellent stuff. Excellent stuff.
I love some rooftop gameplay, and
Oh,
I'm getting a good taste
the
of it here.
vibes.
I
Getting
think
vibes here.
I referenced your vibes on the broadcast earlier.
Did
I don't
you?
know if you did it.
Didn't
I said
it?
I
Amazing.
said, oh,
Back at the good.
Back in the
It's
gulag.
locked and loaded, I think. Is it locked and loaded? I can't tell.
I see one attachment,
Okay, it's not locked and loaded.
not locked and loaded.
Sad face. It's one of my favorites. So for anyone who doesn't know, locked and loaded is you start with a fully loaded AR, fully loaded SMG, full armor.
Full armor.
Which
So
is
it's
great for regain.
True 1v1. You keep the
Cool.
weapons.
With it all, and you
keep
go
the
back into the
armor
map with it.
after if you win the gulag.
Yes.
Absolutely
Or
wild.
when you win.
When you win.
When
When, yeah.
Specifically.
Okay. Yes, I always win, so I win my ones. It be like that.
That is awesome stuff. But I also, you know, with so much that has been shared, I can't help but feel like maybe there's just one more thing.
There's always one more.
Is there one more thing? I knew I was on
Go.
the money with this stuff. There had to be one more thing.
There's always one more thing.
What do we have?
I am excited to ask Ted, you know, before we let you go, is there anything else we should really know about 2024?
Yeah, I mean, first of all, this is amazing.
Yeah.
You know, to have this opportunity and for me to speak on behalf of Raven and the whole Warzone team. And I've said it already,
What's that?
our goal is to make 2024 the best year of Warzone. So when we sat down and thought about it, it's like, how do we deliver that to our players? So I'm
We're
really...
delivering it to them in an encrypted
Fortune's
message.
Keep.
So
It's
next
true.
year
Rebirth.
we'll be adding Fortune's Keep to the Resurgence map rotation. It's back.
It's back. Fortune's Keep
Rebirth.
will return in early 2024, but that's not it, Ted. I see something else hiding here.
So the best part of this, by the way, is no one here knows. Okay. So
Yes.
after the one more thing,
Let's
if that wasn't enough,
go.
we have Rebirth Island.
Wow.
To satisfy a
Rebirth
dedicated.
That is
Island.
such good news.
Back in Call of Duty in the Resurgence rotation, coming later after Fortune's
2024.
Keep, later in the year
So
in
early next
2024.
year, we'll have Fortune's Keep. Just following, we'll have Rebirth Island. And I'd love to just give such a big shout out to our partners and friends at Hymen Studios and Beanox, because without them, those maps would not be possible. So big
Good
kudos to those guys.
shit.
I am hype. I think the community is hype. We know they have been itching to have their hands on Rebirth Island. And speaking of Rebirth Island, I think we're going to hear some exciting stuff coming up next.
Yeah, I'm over the moon. That seems exciting.
It's a mic drop.
Yeah,
I
no, it
just
really
can't drop
is.
the headset.
I know you can't drop the mic.
Does
because,
this flip? Can I flip that?
No, we still have one more thing to do. A few more things to do. But oh wow. Well, firstly, I want to thank you for that. But first, before we do anything else, let's actually do one last check-in on the TCL Power Hour. See how many challenges were completed. Okay, so
It's good news.
We're still at 3.
We're still
Finally.
at 3. Wait. 4?
So,
4?
if you got
the
Rose
buyback on the train,
for
or of
dance,
course the buy station on
could
the train,
happen.
almost like that movable
Just
POI.
saying.
I'm shocked we didn't get a breacher drone elimination. That just
Too
seemed
bad,
like
that's-
a gimme.
Yeah,
you know?
3.
And the big game bounty, you'd have thought like something.
got a
new.
Sheikah.
But you know what? It's all new gameplay.
That's
This
4
is the first time that
resurgence
learning
maps.
it for the first time.
They're learning it for this first time.
Ashika,
and so are the folks at home.
Foundle,
And so
Fortress Keep,
Yeah, that's right. Well, of
Rebirth.
course, we want to thank y'all for
That's a
playing
good,
along. And as a reminder,
rotation.
for each challenge completed during the TCL Power Hour, a winner will be randomly selected. So what, I counted 4? I think it was 4
There was
spots.
4, yeah.
So there you go. Look at that there. And that's going to be picked from all eligible entries for a total of up to 9 winners. Now, of course, to enter, make sure you tweet using the hashtags CODNext as well as hashtag TCLX COD Sweepstakes. Once again, TCLX COD Sweepstakes. It's very, very important to include that hashtag. Good luck to everyone, and I hope you get yourself an awesome TCL TV. But that, of course, was an amazing first look at Urzikstan and what players can expect from Warzone in the future. Ted, before you go, I just want to thank you so much. What I told Kevin Miles earlier, just that passion, all the devs that have come up here, that passion for what you guys do, it bleeds through in everything and the way you talk about it. So thank you for sharing that love with
and
us,
if I
man.
can say thank you to everyone at Raven Software, every studio that's been contributing this year. We're one big family, and this is the greatest privilege of my career to be here today with you. So grateful for you as well.
Thank you, Ted. It's awesome.
Yeah, well,
Can't wait to dive in.
We are definitely grateful to have you and all the devs here to talk about this amazing game. It's been such a fun time. But for now, though, let's actually head down to Maven, who's going to put a couple streamers on the spot in the hot and ready seat, presented by Little Caesars. Maven, who you got?
Thank you so much, Alex. I have Sally as a dog. You're going to be the Urzikstan Reaper. I got a feeling. What are you loving so far on the map?
The movement is great. The sniping looked amazing. I didn't love that I lost my gulag, but everything else was great.
What happened in the gulag, Sally? Take me through it.
I got absolutely turned down by Smixy. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
It happens to the best of us. But listen, I know you've been someone that's grinded a lot of Warzone. You've taken a step back kind of this year, not putting as much time. Is it feeling just a little bit of hands-on? Like, is the grind coming back? Are you going to be carrying myself and Merc on the map?
Yeah, I'm definitely down to carry you and Joe in my backpack. It's large. It's basically a duffel bag anytime, yeah.
So what did you get hands-on with? Did you, outside the gulag, lost a little bit of time with the sniper? A little time with the AR? Like, what were you feeling the best of there? What's Sally as a dog's like go-to repertoire?
So I picked up a sniper, dropped it, regretted it because when I died, I saw Reed Boy just popping heads all over the map. So that's what I'm going to get back on and try. But yeah, really looking to get going, grind this game out. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I haven't sniped much as I used to. Like in the past, putting in so much time. Now let's take a look. Oh, listen, he's got great legs too. But the chair, look at this thing. It's a Little Caesars hot seat. You were a little bit worried if you were going to actually be able to sit in it, if you were to fit it. If it had been tested, you asked me. But how's it feel?
It feels comfortable, ergonomic, and stylish all in one, yeah. No, pizza.
You're looking absolutely fantastic. Hey, Sally, it's been amazing. Excited to see what you're going to do this year. You're one of my favorite content creators. I love you.
Thank you. I love you too.
Oh, that was beautiful. Let's get it over to Shift. I believe he's down with Tommy.
Yeah, Maven, I'm not going to lie. You may want Sally to carry you, but there is no better person in the history of Warzone to carry a duo or a trio than this guy right here. Tommy, first day, hands on the game, initial thoughts and reactions. Let me have it.
I'm loving it. The movement, the fluidity of it, the visibility of the game, everything's just so much better, and everything that everyone wanted, I feel.
So, again, you were day one, Warzone OG. You played every map, including all the small things. We heard the teases on Fortune's Keep, Rebirth Island. If you were to tell the people at home, though, like, what does this map most feel like compared to other maps in the previous instances, where would you kind of go to?
I feel like from the amount I've played, it's like a throwback to Verdansk, but with improvements. And the size of the map, there's not many dead areas, I'd say it looks like, from what I've played so far. Obviously, it's a little early to say too much on it, but I'd say it's a little bit of a throwback.
Fair enough. Final points. What are like your biggest overall takeaways, especially from the competitive side? I know there's people wanting to say, let me get into ranked, let me get back up to those statuses again. Where are you feeling the biggest differences, either mechanically or maybe just aesthetically on the map right now?
I mean, from the mechanics we've got so far, I feel like a lot of the competitive players, pro players, they're going to love it. I mean, they're going to find out their own little ways to move and how to improve the movement on the map. But just off the base, it's so much smoother, nicer. You get around the map much quicker, so it's real good.
Fair enough. Tommy, thanks so much for stopping by and join the rest of the stream. And hey, with that, we're going to go back up to Miles and Lottie to give us their thoughts on, of course, what they saw with Warzone. But before we come back, we also have the Warzone mobile team. But of course, first, before we jump into all that, a quick word from our sponsors.
Call of Duty Next, brought to you by HyperX, the official peripheral partner of Call of Duty. We're all gamers. TCL,
good news.
play like a pro on the big
Goes
screen
back.
with TCL Q-Class QLED
Hi,
TVs,
guys.
up to 98 inches.
Where's
Movement,
Bird?
the official
He got off.
timekeeper of Modern Warfare 3.
He got off like 30 minutes ago.
COD to see the limited edition Watch collab. Backbone, level up your play with Backbone and Call of Duty Warzone Mobile. And Lovesack. Lovesack Stealth Tech is a proud partner of Call of Duty Next, bringing unparalleled immersive surround sound to your at-home gaming experience.
Welcome back to Call of Duty Next. We've just witnessed a full hour of all good, brand new Warzone action there on Urzikstan and much, much more. I don't know where to begin. We haven't got too much time to get through this one, guys. So, Lottie, you take it away from me. I'm going to put my microphone down.
I certainly will. Do you know what? I'm just thrilled, to be honest. And I'm sure Ted was on the desk watching some of those interviews with anticipation, thinking, how are they going to feel about it? You know, I've told them all this stuff on the desk, but, you know, how are they feeling about playing it? And I've got to say,
I
the
think that's
reception
it.
has been phenomenal so far.
I think we're
And I think
gonna call it.
surprised, to be honest. I think with the quality of life updates, things that have been
What do you guys
said for
think?
so long with the community,
Good?
it's come through,
Bad?
it's pulled through for them.
What are you excited
Of
about?
course they're going to be happy, but for me, that is a huge,
All right,
huge
everybody.
dub, and I love to see
I'm
that
outta
in
here.
Warzone.
I mean, Lottie,
Take
think
care.
about it. If we just had the new
Good afternoon.
movement, people would have been happy. We got a brand spanking new map as